No, it was just a little joke I do.
Ethan's really sad because the semester's ending.
Yeah, it's just like I'm gonna miss my friends for a whole month. So sad.
It is so sad.
So sad.
Imagine missing your friends.
I couldn't.
No, I'm
Because
not sad.
I just listen to the Critter Pit when I
I'm pretty
miss anybody.
elated, actually.
Yeah, it feels like a weight off my shoulders.
Not really. I feel like I'm still in it.
Yeah, me and
You
Ethan
guys
are
still got
definitely
like
still-
journals and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I did my photojournals today, so
Nice.
I just business journal and project journals are the game plan tonight.
I did
I did the business journal.
4 of my.
And how long was your
photojournals
business
today.
journal?
Not that long.
Page?
Yeah, around there.
Double space?
I just did it like in the comment box.
Shit, I've never hit that.
Yeah,
Damn, that's cray.
because you can like write a submission.
I'm probably just gonna go hard on my journals and just be like, yo, this has been like the worst mental health of my whole life. I'm sorry.
I'm
But
just
here's what I
crashing
learned
out.
about myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what like everybody's feeling right now. Just
That was a very positive experience knowing that I wasn't the only one just depressed out of my mind.
yeah.
Because for some reason I thought it was just me. Looked
Nope.
around, everyone looked so happy. It
Everyone's
turns out
crashing
everyone
out.
was fucking miserable.
That's what the
I think
mask
literally everyone
is.
in our years.
Who
like,
wasn't crashing out? Matt crashed out. Graham crashed out. You crashed out. I crashed out.
Ryan crashed.
Ryan crashed out. Elijah,
Elijah
crashed,
crashed out.
Nick crashed out. Seems
Carson.
like Levi. Yeah, Carson crashed out.
Dom crashed out.
Did Dom crash out?
Yeah.
Oh man. Shit. I pray
pretty
for all
much
my
everyone.
boys.
Did
And
Levi?
girls.
Did Levi crash out?
I don't know.
Just thought
Levi's
about
just
Marlo's movie for a
perpetually
second.
in a
Got
state.
really
Of,
excited.
Levi's kind of just perpetually in a state of crashing out.
I'm
Yeah,
starting to
Knows
think
it's
that's
fine.
what I am.
No,
Constant crash outs.
No, probably not. I don't know.
I was telling Ethan because I knew he was burning out like a month ago. I was like, "You
Oh,
need to
God.
just
Here
winter
comes
break.
the,
you
I
need to-
told you so.
You need to not hit any work.
That's what
during
I
winter
need.
break." And
I
he's like,
told you
"No,
so's.
I need.
You
need
you
to-
crave it.
You haven't hit the work yet. You still have winter break coming up. But I was telling you like a month ago, like winter break comes, you need to just like lock out.
Yeah, just take a break. Take it
I feel
easy
very
for a month.
guilty.
Why?
Do minor creative projects. Do
Yeah,
That's what I
Just-
am planning to do.
yeah,
I am
do stuff for
planning
yourself.
To do this whole system where I do like little Ben projects.
Nice.
Even last night, I was just sitting there and being like, I want to do another one take project. I just cooked up this whole scene
Nice.
where I want to use like changing aperture to do a cool little trick. in
I
it.
was gonna do that for my Ben one take.
Yeah,
And then
I liked your Ben one take.
Thank you. It took
Who were
4
the-
minutes.
Damn, one take, one take.
One take, Jake. I had it set up. I brought my 2 actors into
Who were your
the
actors?
basement. Elijah and Audrey.
I
did
could
it.
have sworn that was your hands.
My hands were also in there. I was the paper.
Ah, That's meta.
Yeah.
That's meta.
But we did it on Sunday morning, and then I started editing it, and immediately got like a terrible migraine,
Yeah.
and didn't finish editing until like 1 in the morning.
What did you think of my my iPhone one? Because that one I spent I think an hour on.
I like that. one.
The one with Ethan in it.
Yeah, and Emily. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I think it
I don't like my
like from
face.
storyboard to the finished product, like it's exactly what it was pitched
I don't
as.
like
you know?
my face in that one, but everything else is dope. Quite like your soundscape. Like I really like the sad Apple sound effects at the end.
Yeah, I do think
Yeah.
that the Apple
I
sound
think
effects
I
work.
definitely held on the shots too long, but I didn't have enough shots to.
I'd say at
I
this
didn't think
point,
it felt like anything held on too long.
Some of them it like holds on the shot for like 7 seconds.
I think
and,
I think that's because you've been looking at it. Like me
Gotta
with
make
just
3
fresh
minutes.
eyes, I didn't notice any shot being like too long.
I think if you rewatch it, you'd notice.
I think
like,
the shots
maybe.
some of
hang
them are
on
ridiculous.
way
Probably not gonna
too
rewatch it.
long in my Ben final. The shots linger way too long.
That's impossible.
No, they linger way too long.
I'm
man.
In your
actually
Ben
kind of.
final,
I'm kind of surprised I got an 8.5 on it.
No, it's sick. I
It's a
like
good
it.
project.
Very good concept.
Like I followed I got all of them.
so that's 8, and then just any amount of wow.
Yeah.
I quite like that match cut with Emily.
I don't like when Ben tries to put you on the spot and he's like, "Where's he grabbing these keys from?
That's
Where's
good
he
though.
grabbing them from?" And
It's
I was
true
like-
though. Like
I was-
they are floating.
I was doing the thing where it's like, I forget.
Imagined?
I already forgot the word. It was on our quiz.
False
The-
reality.
Yeah, like a
Overt
the
false
space.
overt
reality.
false reality with that.
yeah.
Okay. Ben. Fucking idiot.
Should have said that.
I
should
actually
said
have
that, but
been
I'm not gonna remember
loving.
that
Yeah.
when I'm on
I
the
wish I
spot.
attended more of those classes because even just studying for the quiz, I'm like, this shit is so fucking cool and helpful.
Yeah.
And then this weekend has been defined by just staying up till like 6 a.m. and editing 2 projects all
Yeah.
night. And those fucking tips came in so handy. Just like every cut where I'm not sure where should I cut, just rhythmic, graphic, temporal, or spatial.
Yep.
Boom, got something interesting.
Yep.
It's fucking cool as fuck.
No, only cut on action. That's the only cut. You
But
should
that's
do.
still one of them. That's still rhythmic, I think.
That's the
Yeah.
only one you should do.
Yeah.
It's rhythmic and it can be spatial too.
Yeah.
Because spatial is just defined as like anything within a space, right?
Anything within the same space.
Yeah.
A contiguous space.
Mhm.
It doesn't
Yeah.
technically have to be the same space, but it has to be contiguous.
When it's not the same space,
If
that's
it's the same virtual space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's cool shit, man. Ben knows what's up, and I'm very grateful to have him.
Yeah.
Get him on the pod.
I'm excited to see what he thinks of my last 2 projects because I'm gonna finish them up tonight and submit them.
Nice.
No, you're not. No, you're
I
not.
just gotta do audio pretty much.
No, I'm crashing you out.
You got to
and
send
you're
those
not.
to me too.
I'm being
I do
fully
want to see
evil.
the.
I'm being fully evil tonight. I'm
Those
crashing
two.
you out.
I don't know if you'll like them, Sam.
You should send them to me though.
I don't
still
think
wanna
you'll
see 'em.
like 'em.
Why?
I don't know. You definitely
You
won't
saw
like.
the project. My projects are bad.
No,
You
I
can send
like
them
your
to mine.
projects. I think I just put fucking too much in the wrong direction sometimes.
Yeah.
What I
Like how
can't
so?
believe.
Just get too lost in the sauce.
What I
Purely
can't believe
definition.
is mine gets an 8.5 when someone's gets a 10. No, I'm joking.
Marlowe's
I'm-
deserved. the
That was
10.
a 10.
No, Marlowe's
That
did
was a
deserve the 10.
fucking
That was so
10.
sick.
That was incredible.
I haven't.
That was
Like-
the best movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, like
Marlowe makes
so
me laugh harder
most
than
of
anyone.
Yeah.
most of
They
Marlowe's
are
are
the
just done on a phone,
Yeah.
so they don't look the best. This one was like in a really nice space with a really
with nice
camera,
lights.
nice
Yeah.
lights.
And it's like, fuck. This
Yeah.
is still awesome.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Just give
editing was
Marlowe
incredible.
all of the telefilm budget. Just see
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
It's so fucking awesome.
Be like Marlowe, make an hour and a half. film.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be a rich benefactor to Marlowe.
Yeah, exactly. Like Wes Anderson's Rich
Shit,
Benefactor.
you would lead his project so fucking good. It's,
Oh, it was incredible. It's like
I've never laughed harder, dude.
the,
Nick's
the standing.
performance.
Nick's performance is
Oh my
incredible.
Yeah.
The stand, like, or it wasn't a standing ovation, but like we clapped for
Yeah.
like 2
2
minutes
minutes.
afterwards.
I was clapping.
So
I
too.
was
chanting
thinking.
10,
I was
like-
thinking of standing up.
Me too. I was
Yeah.
like, I should like.
we should have hit that.
That
Yeah.
shit was fucking
was so good.
beautiful.
I started the 10 chant.
Yeah.
It's like, what grade should this get?
Everybody
10,
joined
10,
it too.
10, 10,
Everyone
10.
knew.
Marlowe,
That was a life-changing
Marlowe is a
experience.
Fucking auteur, man.
Yeah.
That's why I love Ben, right? Because I feel like any other professor would be like, look at Marlowe's projects and be like, oh, you failed.
Yeah.
But Ben is so cinema brained, so tapped in to
Yeah.
what cinema and art should and needs to be. He recognizes the fucking sheer
Genius.
genius that Marlowe's projects are.
On that topic, I'm pretty sure it was James or Glenn that was saying like they don't want us working on really experimental stuff here because they want to get us ready
Industry.
for the industry.
Glenn wants
So-
experimental stuff.
Yeah.
I
He
think Glenn,
talks about
Glenn
experimental
likes
stuff a lot.
experimental stuff, but
Yeah.
he said like our focus is on just getting you ready
Ye-
for the
yeah.
industry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's about
And he's like, if
process,
you
man.
guys want to, like, once you're done with school, go out and make experimental stuff if that's what you want to make. But, like, we're here to make sure you get a job and make sure you get money in the future.
The process of making an experimental film
learn so
is the
much.
same though as like a
Yeah,
narrative.
but-
like
Sort
I don't, do experimental films, like, ever make money is the thing.
no, do narrative films ever make money? Like barely.
Well, like I feel like in the
Sometimes.
fucking
Barely.
modern age,
That's why you get into
experimental
Blumhouse
shit
horror.
can stick out so much harder just on like
you look at Skinamarink.
unconventional fucking distribution patterns, just like online
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Obviously not where I want to be producing content for the end of the
Skinamarink-
day, but for finding an audience, it shit pops off, man. It catches
Skinamarink
attention.
only made its budget purely because of the advertising. Like, just random people on
Yeah, but
TikTok
it
being
that's
like,
not even
That's what I'm
advertising.
talking
That's
about,
like
though.
just it finding
Like,
an
weird shit
audience
finds
and then
audiences online.
like taking off in that way.
I don't know, because, like, I feel like even the people that were making videos, like, you need to see this. This is the scariest film of the year. Like, probably didn't actually like it themselves. They were just, like, obscure film.
But I don't think that they were being paid to do it.
Yeah.
That's where it's different
Yeah.
between
yeah,
like
it found its audience
Yeah,
online
exactly.
because, young
But
kids.
Skinamarink is like like I like Skinamarink. I'd say it's a good movie. I'm not gonna say it's a great movie
I
because
think it's exciting as fuck because the
Yeah.
next thing he makes, like when he refines
He-
this whole new,
Yeah.
it's
And
a
he
new
got an
form.
A24 deal like right out
That
off
shit-
of
Oh,
that is insane.
is he doing an A24?
Yeah. Okay. I was
Okay.
looking at the producer list of that movie. It's like Ari Aster, Ronald Bronstein, the Safdie brothers, and this guy. And it's
shit.
like, fuck, that's like
That's
the coolest lineup in the world.
What's so exciting about Skinamarink is it's fucking like new form,
Yeah.
literally new
Yeah.
form, which is so fucking exciting.
I will
Yeah.
even
say
though
like
so much of Skinamarink does not hit.
yeah,
I will
It
be honest.
really hit for me in the theater.
See, I didn't get a chance to see it in
Yeah.
theaters.
I feel like in
Like,
theaters it would.
there are
a lot
parts
better,
of
but
it
Yeah.
that hit so hard, brilliance, right? Like the ending, brilliance. But like it's exciting and interesting because you can see where he's gonna go with it as he refines what's effective
Yeah.
about this
Yeah.
like new. Oh my god, it's exciting.
I will say, like, I watched through almost every one of his YouTube videos when I was like, before I had seen Skinamarink, I've just gooned on what's his name?
Kyle Edward Ball.
Yeah, Kyle Ball.
Edmonton.
Edmonton boy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We all. oh
Um,
no, you guys weren't there, but at Fava, we talked to the cinematographer of Skinamarink.
He
for
was
a
there the
while.
first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's cool.
Anyway, I watched like every one of his YouTube
like, runs
videos.
Fava.
Damn.
I think his YouTube channel is like Bite-Sized Nightmares,
Wish I could have made.
and
Fava.
most of them are like
The same as last year.
the format of his YouTube channel is that people comment like a true scary story that happened to them, and then or like a dream or something. Oh, that's what it was. It's dreams. You send in a nightmare you've had, and then he does a short film based on one of the comments
Be
from the
sick.
last video.
I'd
But
love to hit something like that.
there's like one or two that I would say are like pretty effective, and he's done like 40 of them. Like almost all of them are just like him trying to do a scary voice, and it's a shot of like a wall.
Corner.
Yeah, a corner, and he's like, I went up to the second floor,
Yeah.
and my parents were there.
I'm excited to see what he'll do with money.
I'm hyped.
Yeah,
I'm hyped. I'm
I
I'm
do
so
think-
process filled. I just want to make shit. I
Yeah.
don't even care about the
I
fucking.
do think I
quality.
always compare Skinamarink to Heck, which is like Heck is definitely just the
Prototype.
prototype of
Is that also Kyle Edward?
Heck is pretty much the same thing, where you have like the house, all the windows and doors have disappeared, but instead it's just one little boy, and he just kind of like goes about doing the same thing every day, playing with toys and stuff, eating cereal, and then at some point his mom shows up, and like his mom doesn't say anything, she's just there. I think she also doesn't have the face or something like that. And then he's just kind of like trying to talk to her for the rest of the film, but she doesn't say anything. And that one has a very like emotional ending because it ends on the little boy going like, oh yeah, the mom, or no, I think the boy like there's some stuff in the stuff the kid says where he gives some details about him having had cancer, so you can kind of like fill in the blanks and you're like, oh, he's dead. And then at the end when he's talking to his mom, he's like, are we in hell? And
No,
that's
we're
why
in
it's like,
heck.
it's heck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And
We
it's
better,
also-
though.
He's been there for
Make
like,
something
We're
Better.
better
Yeah.
than heck.
he's been there for like
Yeah,
it's no
20
Fox
years
mode,
at
though.
that point.
It's no Fox mode though.
We
Yeah,
need
I don't
that.
think so.
Yeah.
Do we
It's
address
been
the
quite-
elephant in the room?
What's the elephant in the room?
Fox mud.
It's been an interesting semester.
My biggest failure.
Foxman's your biggest failure?
I think so.
Yeah, at least
I'm-
it's something.
I'm still just worried about the edit. Like, I think there's a lot of things we can tweak with where it currently is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We
But
can do a lot of work to it.
there's some stuff it's like no matter what we do, we can't fix. Like, the only coverage we have is from the back of a character's head or something. Or
Yeah. No, that was a curse shoot. We don't
A lot
blame
of the
the,
di- a
we
lot
don't
of-
blame the cinematographer though.
We
do
blame the
we?
cinematographer.
We
I
don't
think
blame the
a lot of the
cinematographer.
shots in it are heat.
We blame the cinematographer.
There's some interesting shots. I
well-
think it's.
I
just
feel like. No, I can't say that. That's
this,
crazy.
the cinematographer was crashing out a little bit,
I
and there
feel
was a
like
point
it's
that
an
we got
issue
to
of planning.
like on the third day
It's an issue of
where
planning.
we
And
just weren't setting up lights or anything anymore.
Ethan
My
had his
biggest
shit
failure.
planned out like
Yeah,
a week after he got put on the project, or like a couple weeks after.
and really tried to make it better.
And then every couple weeks it was a completely new script.
that's
not completely new,
no.
but like a
A
very
new
changed
hurdle.
Up, yeah.
I heard locations got fucked. Like,
At the end of the day, the director did not have a proper support system. He couldn't find a support system, so shit fell kind of all on him. I feel very guilty. I feel like I should
Yeah.
have co-helped him a lot, taken all of the responsibility, and
I think you did
Just the
a
burden.
lot.
You should have given me all the
I
responsibility.
just feel this sting of failure. I just feel I don't know.
On to the next thing, though.
No, that's where I'm at now, but just recollecting. It's just failure. I've never, and this might sound egotistical, but I've never failed that hard, I don't think. I've never put so much work and time into something and just have it go so
Just crash.
shit. I have
I don't even think it's so not on you. Just like the organization of. It was just very frustrating being on.
well, I'm divorcing it from even blaming myself or trying to.
I think you still are. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
it definitely
Well, like,
sounds like you are.
Less of beating myself up and just recognizing that I didn't do the best.
I think
think
you did
it's-
the best in the circumstances
Yeah.
you were presented.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. I feel like Schindler at the end of Schindler's List. I should have done more.
That's a weird comparison.
It was literally
You didn't free anybody. We were all stuck on that set.
Ethan's telling us he's a white savior.
Yeah.
It was literally the first thing that came to my mind, so I had to say it.
This Red Bull, it could have been 3 more shots.
It could have been. I don't know. I just
Wait,
Could've done better.
my
it's a student
Drink.
fucking film shoot.
I
It's
don't know. I
whatever.
was just thinking of anything that.
I know one of my energy drinks was in like 2 of the shots because
Oh,
I was
really?
like, I placed it on a table and then I was like someone's probably gonna catch this, but I was like gonna grab it and then I forgot about it, and by the time we were on the second shot, I was like just
It's
staring at it.
continuity.
Well, I
What
ended up
am I
grabbing it.
doing?
I don't. It's
What was
it's
I
in like the
doing?
very bottom right corner of like 2 shots, 2 takes of one shot.
It's deeply embarrassing, the whole situation.
I wouldn't even be embarrassed of it. I just
I
wouldn't
know.
think about it.
Rationally, I accept that, but emotionally,
Yeah. There's always next semester.
you know, that's
I
what
mean-
I'm fucking hitting with Glenn tomorrow.
Yeah.
The biggest debrief ever.
It's not tomorrow. It's
It's
on-
tomorrow.
Is it?
I thought it was on Wednesday.
I thought it was.
Is
on
tomorrow
Wednesday,
the
too.
11th?
Yeah, I thought it was on Wednesday. No, tomorrow's the 10th.
Oh, fucking.
Yeah, so we got 2.
Yeah,
days.
it's on the 11th.
Oh, my
It's on
God.
Wednesday.
Nick, you lying little weasel. I
Yeah,
was
I,
stressed.
I thought it was on
Wait.
Wednesday.
Oh fuck. I think I have a. I don't know if it's Thursday or Wednesday, but I have a counseling appointment. I think at the same time
Skip it.
as
Get
Skip Glenn.
Skip
Yeah,
Glenn.
skip
and
Glenn.
James.
but
No, I'm
or
hyped
just
for that.
bring Glenn with you.
I hope Glenn
go,
won't be mad
"Sorry,
at me for missing so many
my-
classes. I really hope not. Friend of the
My
pod,
mental health
Glenn.
is more important than this
I don't think so.
class.
I think I'm gonna be honest with him. Like, yo, I took a lot off my shoulders this semester. I tried my best. I could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
I'll tell him the Schindler's List comparison.
I am Schindler.
He'll be like, Ethan, that's a very apt metaphor, 100%. But I will have a positive swing on it. I'll
Is
be like,
this meeting even going to affect our grades? I thought
No.
they
No,
just
no,
do
no.
this to see what you're doing for the future.
Yeah.
basically.
I think I have done a lot.
Yeah, you've done a lot.
Yeah,
You've
you've
done,
done
Like
more than-
everybody shoots.
yeah.
You've done more than anybody easily.
Yeah.
You've probably like doubled at most people.
I find it crazy because
At
Ethan
least.
got
Are you
like
kidding?
95. Ethan got 95 on his music class,
92.
and I'm like hoping
Yeah,
I
that's really
passed
good.
my animation
a tough
history because
class.
like
Not for you, it seems.
No, that's a fucking tough class. I'm calculating if I completely bomb my final test, it's worth 25%.
You're still passing.
Yeah.
But as long as you fill in
But-
any answers, you'll
But
probably
we still
end
have
with
the
an A.
research project to be graded. Now that's
Is
worth a
that
big
the one
chunk.
you did with Jeff?
no, he did it by himself.
Okay, we don't need to get into that. Jeff's a good man. Water under the bridge. As my music history professor would say, Ethan, I commend you for being a good student and a good friend.
Well, like
That was a
were,
very
were
endearing
you already
moment.
marked on it?
No.
No, so like I think you're probably gonna get a very good mark and probably even like bonus on it.
It's not a rust and play, homie.
No,
Do
I think you'll be good.
I think
Rust-
I will be good.
Yeah.
Preston like loves everything you write. Like you've gotten great marks on
Yeah,
Preston
everything.
is
and
very-
incredible feedback.
He told me I can be a professional writer. If I
Yeah,
just-
like
He's like, I got an engaging writing style, but I don't have the writing mechanics. And it's like very uncommon for it to be that way around. Usually it's like people can't write engagingly, but they got the mechanics down pat.
yeah.
I don't know.
The mechanics are easy to learn as well. Like,
Fuck that shit. That's always the feedback I've gotten. I've always been gassed up for my writing by professors, but I've never accepted that compliment.
you literally got an Agora in your first year.
Yeah. Gore.
You got a writing award.
That should have been me.
Ethan, you're a Hollywood level writer.
Don't start. Don't
You're a
start.
Hollywood level writer.
Just a line cook, man.
I don't know.
Culinary
I'm definitely in the
supervisor.
boat of too mechanical. Very good with the like grammar, how a paper should like look.
The only
Yeah.
times I've ever like
do that well.
And my shit's too wordy. That's another thing. And I
Yeah.
do run on sentences too
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. For me, the only times I've ever written something that was like got high praise from profs and stuff was like after I read like a really wordy book or like would hit like Homestuck. That shit's like so verbose, and I would hit that, and then my writing would just change to the Homestuck style. Like not like the weird shitty like emoticons and stuff, but like just the really overly verbose. Because the guy who wrote it's a
Yeah.
English major.
Probably my greatest, just quote unquote flex in my writing career was in the 11th grade. It was my final paper. Did you do CRTs over in Edmonton? In Saskatchewan? Do y'all do CRTs? Critical responses to text?
No.
Where you'd have an hour and a half to write a whole, like, 6-page paper?
No.
No?
Only did
Really?
like the most similar thing I had was the diploma.
Really? That shit was probably
Well, like
the most
IB?
stressful, like, shit of my life.
What?
IB.
No, I didn't do IB.
Because,
that-
like, you couldn't prepare. You didn't know what topic you were going in with.
Might
Yeah.
have done that.
So you'd have to go in and write up a whole thesis of arguments. It was the most stressful thing.
I definitely had to do critical responses, but never like
In the 11th
in a short
grade, we had
amount of
a
time.
final one. We knew what the topic was. It was on Othello. And this was over COVID times, and I was a very bad student. I didn't go to any classes. I didn't read a fucking single page of Othello. The night before the
Started
final
Orson
exam,
Welles.
I watched... Was it Othello? No,
Orson Welles
it
Othello?
was Macbeth, I think.
Okay.
Is Macbeth the one with the massive battle at the end and he gets poisoned?
Yeah, he
Sword
doesn't.
fight?
He doesn't get.
No, that's
there's a sword
Othello,
fight.
I
He
think
doesn't
he
get
gets.
poisoned in
Yeah.
Macbeth.
Is
I
that the
think
one
he
with the skull?
That's Othello.
The one with the skull. That could also be Hamlet.
Is
It
also
might have
him?
been Hamlet then.
I thought
Because
that
it's
was
the one where
I
it's
don't know.
To be
Oh,
or not to be.
Oh,
is,
Yorick.
yeah, that's
That's
Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Okay, so it was
Oh.
Hamlet. It was Kenneth
Poor
Branagh's
Ulrich, I knew him
Hamlet.
well. Yeah,
I watched that movie the night before the exam.
which has quite a few changes from the text.
Barely paid attention. I was playing Red Dead 2 during that shit.
It's like a 5-hour movie, so.
Yeah, it was so fucking boring. Fucking final scene with Kenneth goes insane. I wrote
See if
that
you
test.
watched
I wrote that test. I got fucking 100% on that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Remember?
Just write about Red Dead 2.
Maybe.
Did either of you?
Shit, boy.
Did either of you read Merchant of Venice in high school?
No.
That shit. Like our
Ethan
teacher
gave
just
Hamlet
was
a
going off the whole time. Like
7 out of 10. Shakespeare's a little bitch. I could probably take him in a match of Halo.
It might have been Halo then. You could see my rage, my anger at that time.
Yeah.
Did not want to be doing that shit.
Merchant of Venice, though that one. I remember our teacher just like every class would be like, back in the day, people would be busting a gut. They'd be laughing very hard at this, and the only part the class laughed at was the part where they start making fun of the one guy for getting
It's
cuffed at
always
the
so
end.
awkward in classes when teachers want to like monitor how people laugh or react to
Yeah.
text. Like Kathy, was it the horror class or
Yeah.
film history? Every time when everyone would be like hysterically laughing at something because it's dated or something, she's like, "Okay, guys, remember this isn't supposed to be funny."
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's so
I mean,
uncomfortable.
I feel the same way a lot of the time where I'm like I'm very passionate about something.
yeah, it
and
would be
then-
hard.
It
like
it's yeah. That's why I'm feeling cringy because like I'm feeling bad for Kathy.
Okay.
like most of my animation
I
history
love
class.
Kathy. Kathy Goat, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Most of my animation
Kathy this
history
year.
class
First year,
will
no
be
Kathy.
like my animation history class was divided
It's
into
hard today.
half of the class I had one table,
Walk by.
and then the other
said
half
hi.
of the class in these little clusters.
She said, "You do anything cool?" I'm like, "Just put equipment back." Sorry, go ahead. You're in the cuck chair, Graham.
You're also really far away.
Yeah.
It's a movable chair.
Okay.
No, you stay in the
Sit up
closet.
on the bed. Sit up on the bed. Yeah, so my animation history class, you've got like half of the class at one table, and they're all like very acquainted, and then you have the other half of the class that's like in these little clusters of like 2 to 3 people. and everyone at this big table,
It's gonna sound great.
Oh, I just wanted some more slack.
every time,
Just in case you want to move around.
every time we see a clip or anything, everyone at that table is like screaming, laughing, and then yelling out like inside jokes, like that only people at this table know. And I'm like, okay, like I have an interest in this like one animation.
Yeah.
Stop laughing.
That was
Stop
me in
laughing.
high
It's
school.
not funny.
It's not. A lot
not
of the
funny.
time, it's not.
Keegan will tell a very embarrassing story about me in high school watching Shawshank Redemption in LA class, but
Did you get pissed at your classmates for not taking it seriously?
a
or-
classmate
Okay.
for being loud and annoying during the movie. But
Shut up.
I did not realize that they had ticks.
You gotta.
Oh no.
You gotta understand.
think-
For me,
I remember you telling me this story.
How am I supposed to know?
It's so funny.
How am I
It's
supposed
so funny.
I didn't say anything. I was just like fucking fuming because it's like Shawshank. I want to watch fucking Shawshank, dude. Fuck.
me to everything everywhere with my grandma and my dad.
You never make the mistake of sitting your family down.
Yeah, because I would.
No, my mom thought it was pretty good. My uncle, big movie buff, he was like, yeah, that was really good. I really liked that. My dad, like, is like, oh, I don't want to fucking watch this. Like,
Yeah,
lays down
that's-
in front of the TV. We're 2 minutes into the movie and he's loudly snoring. And
That's
then
my
like
dad.
it gets
That
to
is
like
Nick Lickers.
it gets to 30 minutes in, he like wakes up and he's like,
Rewind.
He's like, this is fucking stupid.
My
And he walks
dad's
away.
like a much more polite version of that. He'll just like make little joke, like kind of like Jake Robb-esque jokes watching a movie.
Yeah.
Just like, this is
It's bad.
it's so bad. He's like, no, I'm kidding. It's good. I like it. And then he'll fall asleep and
And then my grandma as well, like my grandma, I can
Everything Everywhere
understand
would
she
be a
didn't
good
like
family watch.
she didn't like
Which one?
the humor.
Everything Everywhere. Be a good
Yeah.
family watch.
There's dildos in it though. That one part.
I've
See, I don't
showed
find
my
that that bad.
family the start of Ballad of Buster Scruggs multiple times. That always kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
I
the worst
watch-
movie you've ever put on with your family that you're like, fuck? Why did I
I
put
don't
this
really
on?
watch movies with my family much. I just can't
Probably
stand
Poor
it.
Things with my mom because
Yeah.
my mom was like, I told her about
Probably.
it. I was like, this movie's so good, and she's like, I really want to watch it. I really want to watch it. And the only way she could get it was by renting. So we're like,
watched,
okay, let's rent it. And
watched,
it was just me and her.
I went to Poor Things with just my mom in the theater.
Yeah. I also went to Beau is Afraid with just my dad.
That would be tough.
I watched.
It wasn't that bad. I was just kind of like,
At
it
the
was a little
end, like-
cringy, but it was,
Yeah.
it's a funny scene. Like,
That's true.
in like middle school or maybe early high school. I was really into war movies. Watched a movie with like
see.
my family, right? And then my dad,
Schindler's List. And
me
you're
and my
like, "That's
dad
so me.
were like, want to watch another movie, right? And my brother, my sister, were like, no, it's so late. And we're like, oh, you fucking pussies, go to bed then. So like, yeah, we're gonna watch a war movie. We like turned on the first cool looking Vietnam war movie we saw. The first like hour of that was just like raping Vietnamese women.
What movie was it?
I don't remember, man, but I just remember the silence. And then like it would break from that for like 5 minutes, like a little action sequence. It'd be like, "Oh, this is so cool!"
And then back to
We'd just be
Vietnamese
like-
rape.
My dad falling asleep was like the biggest sigh of relief I've ever breathed in my life.
Yeah.
I think I finished it though. I'm too cinema brained. Not.
Yeah.
There was this other time. This was like elementary school, man. Maybe probably late. Oh no, it'd be early middle school because I had internet access at this point. We were like browsing, looking to watch a movie, and I had seen 12 Years a Slave on like a Watch Mojo list
Yeah.
for like best movie ever,
Yeah.
and we saw that. So I'm like, we have to watch that because I was so like, it's the best movie
I have
ever.
to watch. Yeah, exactly.
That was like,
I haven't seen that movie.
that was actually like brutal. That was
Yeah.
actually like maybe kind of bad for my parents not have turned that off. Like I don't know.
He was like, he needs to know.
It was fucking like a great movie. Oh my god, didn't understand a thing. Just fucking a lot of brutality against black people. I remember there's this one bit where there was like a white slave in there who was like a reformer guy, and remember thinking like, fuck yeah.
The whites are okay.
The whites are okay. I breathe. I breathed. I was relieved. Like, oh my god, thank fuck.
And then you turn to your parents like, finally some
Yeah,
representation.
I'm like, that would have been me. I would have been.
That
I would have been like
me.
the fucking coolest white slave ever.
I would have for sure changed the system.
Yeah.
Just going, my name is what? My name is.
I have an
Wicka Wicka
awful
Slim
story. I have an
Shady.
awful story with that song in the club.
Share it.
Sorry, little kids.
I'm a killer clown today. I'm from Brooklyn, but that's okay. No, I was listening to that song in the club. Everyone was going crazy, and this girl was grinding on me, and I was getting way too into the song. As like a shit post, because I've always disliked Eminem, and man, my boys were shitting on it. So I was like screaming the lyrics in the most like
Eminem voice.
the dumbest voice ever. And at one point, like she leaned into me, she was grinding on me, like going for a kiss or something. I'm like, this looks like a job for me. And like the look on her face, man, the look of utter disgust, dog. Watching her walk away was like, it kind of hit though, because I'm like, I was so committed to that bit, I threw that away.
Yeah, that is
You know?
that is true
It
commitment.
kind of fucking hit.
That is an incredible level of commitment.
Yeah, I was wasted. I was kind of a demon at the club because I would be so on just like my hyperfixations. If it wasn't like Dune, it was Pirates of the Caribbean. If it was Dune, I was just like
Full on
Full on
monster at
tradies.
the club.
I was
Did
full
you
on white.
blindfold yourself.
I was just fucking. I was doing the worm dance on the stage. I was fucking
sandwalking?
saying fear. You know, is a mind killer. I was hitting all that shit. My Pirates of the Caribbean was objectively bad because I was just. I
Davy
love
Jones.
Davy Jones.
Yeah.
So I was just hitting the Davy Jones lines on the dance floor, and like anytime a girl got close, 100 years, Jack Sparrow. It fucking hit though, dude. Like, I don't
It just
know.
reminded me of like Levi telling me the time he went to the strip club and
The
he was
fact
like,
I have a girlfriend is like astounding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you didn't meet her at the club.
Hats off to her, man. There should be like a day for her or something.
Levi's story at the strip club. He was gooning on like GTA 5 and he would go to the strip clubs as Franklin. So he's just like giving all the Franklin strip club lines. So like they get like a private dance. They're like with a group. They get a private dance and he's going like, keep telling me how great I am.
I was like the worst
so
strip
funny.
club story, but I actually can't tell it.
So sad.
I don't know if I have like cosmically embarrassing stories, but they're just like embarrassing to me. They're not like just bad scenarios with multiple
the one is bad. The chocolate one, is it?
the chocolate.
Like at your friend's house?
Oh, with my like when I was the Easter, I told you that.
Multiple times.
You're gonna tell it
I
on
feel
the
like
pit?
I don't feel like I've told people.
You
that.
have told me that multiple times, Graham.
Really?
That story's fucking.
Have I told you this?
I'm not. It's not ringing a bell. You want to immortalize it right now?
It was just past Easter.
Yep.
I was friends with my neighbor.
How old were you?
Probably like 12, 13.
Were you
Okay.
in North Battleford at this point?
Yeah. And I went over to his house because we'd go to each other's houses, and he like pulls out some of his Easter chocolate and is sharing it with me.
It's nice.
I'm like, hell yeah, I love Easter chocolate. I love chocolate. I'm a fiend. So I'm hitting the little bit of chocolate he gave me, and then he like goes to the bathroom or something. I'm like, I need more.
No.
So I go to his room and I grab some more. And I got like a mouthful of chocolate.
Just rappers.
No, there's not like wrappers. Like it was like one of those like Kinder egg, the big Kinder egg
You were
things.
eating them.
Yeah.
The
I just had a big
money
chunk. I
items.
just had a big chunk of that
The
giant
big
Kinder
ticket
egg.
items.
And then his dad like comes over, and I'm trying to like play it cool, but I got a mouthful of chocolate, so I'm like, mm. And he's like, "How's it going up here?" And I just kind of like,
Caught in the act.
yeah. And then he's
How
like,
fast was your heart racing?
honestly, not that crazy. Like it was a little bit frightening, but then he was like, Graham, go home.
What? What?
Yeah.
He did like accuse you of eating the chocolate, or did he just?
No, he knew. Like,
Your mouth-
I was
just
not
covered in chocolate in
like
your
make
face.
a note of it though. He didn't say anything about it. He just said, "Graham, go home."
I'm pretty sure, and I think that's why I didn't tweak as much because he didn't go like, "Are you eating my son's chocolate?" No, he was just like, "Graham, go home."
That's fucking. So
And I think he
funny.
like called my dad and told him.
Graham, go home.
I don't think my dad really did anything. My dad was just like, "Did you eat his chocolate?" And I was like, "Yeah, I couldn't help myself."
I
And he
couldn't.
was like,
That's fucking
And my
brutal,
dad
but I
was
feel
like,
like
yeah,
I
probably don't
very
do that.
close
Yeah, I'm sure I've had similar.
to those situations.
I know that like afterwards, I would get flashbacks to that for
Oh
like
my God,
5 years
yeah.
afterwards.
I hate those like flashback things where you just close your eyes and you're back in that
Yeah.
moment and you're like, why the fuck did I do that?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like my bad ones.
there was there was one. I was in a Walmart with my dad.
Oh,
And
that's a bad one.
I think I like jokingly was like telling him I wanted something from the store, and he was like, "I don't take that." And so I like grabbed it, and I like very obviously was like pretending to steal it by putting it behind my back, and then my dad was like, "Don't fucking do it. There's cameras around." And then like it just like hit me like just the implication that like it looks like I'm stealing, and I like almost threw up. Like, my face just went white.
How old were you?
I had to like sit down. This was like, I think I was like 15 or something. Like I was
God.
fairly like I didn't have a job or anything, so I couldn't afford my own stuff.
Yeah.
But
I had a really cringy moment in high school where like I'd go to the convenience store with my boys, and this one time I didn't have any money, so the whole time I was in there, I was just like flapping my jacket a lot, and my boys are like, "Why the fuck are you doing that?" I'm like, "I need to prove I'm not shoplifting."
What?
I don't know. That just seems so like
That was just the thing you had to do.
it was the play.
Yeah.
yeah.
What was the embarrassing moment? Oh my god, this one's bad. Have I told you about the one with like Jake Robb in high school? With me and Cole?
I think so.
This one's like not even that crazy, but like just as you said, close your eyes and you're there.
Yeah.
It was in grade 11 LA class or grade 12 LA class, and Jake Robb was going up to present, and the whole time before he was going up to present, he's like, "This is gonna be really bad." So me and Cole were already on edge, just preparing for the cringe, just
Yeah.
preparing to laugh. And he'd also been joking about putting a porn star's image in his presentation and
How-
being like,
You
"This
guys were
is
like 16?
17.
Oh,
Cole
okay.
would have been 18. He was joking about putting this porn star's picture in the presentation and just be like, "This is what I think," because it was about a book. Like, "This is what I think this character looks like." So we're like on edge, preparing to laugh.
Yeah.
He goes up there, and at one point, he was talking about the author. He's like, "Oh, this author is actually a homosexual," and just the way he said it, just like that Jake Robb voice.
Yeah.
Me and Cole preparing ourselves for like a funny moment that porn star might be in the presentation. We just fucking died. We just fucking died laughing. And there was like maybe a 5-second outburst of laughter. Then we quickly tried to stifle it.
It's so hard to
But
stifle.
we kept looking back at each other and just fucking like,
Yeah.
We're in the front of class, and it got so bad that like Jake, like the teacher stopped his presentation. It was like the teacher was like, "Boys, come on, like seriously," and I just had to go like. 'Cause I was laughing so
Yeah.
hard. And Cole's like face was all red, and he was just like, "We're sorry."
I have a similar story
Oh,
where you just like can't stop laughing. It was at my brother's like confirmation at like church kind of thing, and we were up at the front, me and my cousin, and we are all like at one point supposed to put like our hand on him for like the whatever, the God will watch you and so will we.
okay.
And me and my older cousin, like, we'd been kind of joking around the whole time, and when that happened, like, just could not stop laughing. And it's this supposed to be like very serious moment,
Yeah.
and we're up at the front of the church. Just can't like stop
Yeah.
laughing while he's doing these like rites, basically, with your hand right there. It was so awkward. And
Those are like some of the best moments of life, though.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
They're awful just
Yeah.
in the moment, but just having that much like laughter and joy. is
Yes,
so
exactly.
sick.
I got a
And it's just
double
uncontrolled.
a
When's the
double one
last time
for
I've had
for
that?
like presentation stuff.
Marlowe's project.
I had in
A lot of the projects today, I was giggling.
So
They
in
were
my
good
IB classes, we had a shit ton of work we had to do, and one of our things was we had to do like a 10-minute presentation, and we had like 2 weeks to work on it, and so like research, writing, everything, we had 2 weeks, and for me, like when we have class time to work on it, I'm playing like whatever the current IO game is. I'm not working on
Oh.
it in class,
I've been
but also
gooning on
like.
Solido.io.
Like, I feel like if we were in this, like, 2 weeks to do a 10-minute presentation, I could crank it out with, like, one class a
Yeah.
day, you know? But,
Yeah.
like, you have
We all
6
have
hours of
recently
classes, yeah,
Yeah.
every
cranked
day.
out 10-minute presentations in like 2
So-
hours.
Pretty much.
I
Don't listen
forget
to this, James.
what I was presenting on, but we had to do some sort of like interactive aspect for it, and I wanted to do one of those like interactive YouTube videos, like a choose your own adventure YouTube video with like branching narratives. And so I was developing this thing, I was developing the story and everything, and it's like the 2 weeks are up, like I'm presenting. Also, our teacher like gave us each a number, like we each had to pick a number, so me and my friends all got like the last numbers. And then she's like, okay, whoever has the first number, you get to pick when you go. And for some reason, the girl who, like, in our class, who is this overachiever that always goes first, was like, I'm going to take last this time, I think.
No.
So we were like 33 and 34 or something. Or was our class that big?
It's crazy hearing those numbers, just comparing them to like what our years have been.
It might have been that big. Anyway, whatever it
Seems
was.
pretty standard for high school, yeah. I think.
Whatever it was, we were like the
That's
last.
about what I think my classes were.
So we're presenting the first week, and me and my friend were both not going to get done. Mine was way too ambitious, and it just wasn't going to be finished. So then me and my friend were like, I think it was like a couple days before our presenting date. We're like, okay, we should both go in at the same time, tell the teacher we need like a 1 to 2 week extension on this, and we'll be fine. And then I get to class, and I meet up with my one friend at lunch. And I'm like, okay, are we going to go at lunch to tell her? And he's like, oh, I went like first thing in the morning.
Oh.
And I
Stab
got
in
the
the back.
extension. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck. Now the teacher's like praying that I present. And I have to go and tell her that I need a huge extension on this. So I go, and like her eyes looked like they were about to fall out of her head. They were like bulging out. And she was like chin level on me. She was pretty short compared to me, but like it was just the scariest thing, just like looking up at me with the most bulging eyes I've ever seen. And it was like, okay, okay, so how long do you need? And I was like, I don't know, like 2 weeks. She's like, 2 weeks? Are you sure? And then she was like, okay, well, during our classes then, we're going to put you in this other room, and we're going to make sure you're working on this 24/7
Oh my god.
until it's done.
Lock you in a
Because
room.
I was like explaining to her how much work it was. So then like the night before, I think I just went, like, my one friend is really into board games, and he always like would make a board game for any interactive part of stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to make a board game. And I did it in one night. It was like it was like a social deduction game.
Can we play it?
Yeah.
It had a bunch of cards to it. It was like I didn't have a great grasp of it, but we were reading what's that? The book about like the British aristocracy, where the guy like marries his cousin or something like that.
Barry Lyndon.
No, there's cucumber sandwiches are really big in it. No, The Importance of Being Earnest. Yeah.
Never read it.
High school classic.
So they throw around words like masochist and that and stuff.
Yeah.
And I did not know the context. Like I looked up a definition. It was like someone that gets gratification from pain. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that it was most commonly used in a sexual sense.
Yeah.
So this whole game was like you had to discover who was the secret masochist. And, like,
Just pinch people.
but it was like a talking game, and then I realized the issue was like everyone has to be on board with a conversation game, and you have a bunch of like a huge class of like uninterested people that aren't gonna converse at all.
Yeah.
And also, like, if no one converses, then there's no way for the like masochist to not win, because you have to converse with them to get the social
It's
deduction.
also just a really funny.
So you could just not talk to
I'm
anyone.
the masochist. That'll
Yeah,
be Critter Pit's
find the
first board
masochist.
game.
But I
all
got a
of
decent
us.
mark on it. But my friend, the thing about this presentation, it was like a month into the second semester, but it was a assignment for this first semester, and our teacher like told us about this all year. Was like, yeah, we're going to have this next semester. I have a lot of students who try to drop out of the class so that they don't have to take it, so that they don't have to do it in second semester. But or it was like two connected classes. They were different, but they were connected. You know, I have a lot of people that try to drop out of second semester so that they don't have to do this presentation. And then my one friend, after being told this like 20 times, was like, fuck it, I'm dropping out. I'm not doing this presentation.
Fuck.
She hunted him down. She hounded him, and then I just remember like he's not coming to classes because he dropped out to avoid it. And then all of a sudden, like, she's just like, okay, we have one person who's going to present, and then he did the whole thing in one night. His was actually like amazing. It was like crazy that he did it in one night. He's like, yeah, I just did this in like 3 hours. 10-minute presentation with an interactive section.
Shit.
I was so bad. I'm still very bad for just like rushing through every assignment, like especially in high school. Like I would always do my assignments like at lunch or like just before the class.
I was locked in high school.
I was so
Benefits of not having a social life. I was a weapon in high school. Like I'd barely study, wouldn't do much work. 90s and 100s and everything.
Well, yeah, I would
Across the
also
board.
like I get good marks, but it's just like my work ethic was so bad and continues to just be terrible.
My work
Maybe
ethic
it
was
depends.
I always
pretty
think like what's
good.
the least amount of work I can put into this to get an A.
Maybe it depends on the
You
person,
need
but
to
like
drop
you
out of
just
social
need to pay
life.
attention in class, and
Yeah.
you're good. And I would. I'm
Yeah,
like
and
so
just do
used
your
to paying
homework.
attention. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't do my homework.
I never
Do
had
my
homework.
homework.
There was one class where.
Chemistry, advanced chemistry homework.
Did
Shit
you
was a
guys have
grind,
the
but-
thing where you had like formative and summative assignments?
Yes.
So like formative is like you get homework. It's formative. It's not for marks.
Marks.
You.
It's supposed to like develop your learning.
No, that
Yeah.
I
shit was-
never did the formative
Yeah,
stuff
me neither.
ever.
That shit was for marks.
So for me, there was like some science class, and normally the assignments you get that were just like a little thing were formative in almost anything. Like, oh, here's some like math questions you need to do.
Yeah.
Or like here, like do these extra. It was a science class. I think we were doing like chemistry unit. So like go do these chemistry things, and then come back. And I just assumed they were all formative, so I'd only do the big assignments. It turns out everything was summative, so I lost like 40% of my grade.
Oh.
But I got like high 90s on everything else, so I passed. I just remember my parents being like so pissed at me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's just formative. I don't need to do it." I was like, "Oh
Damn.
my god."
You talking about presentations reminded me of like one of the cringiest presentation moments ever. Thankfully, it wasn't me, but just viewing this was a treasure. It was very similar how it was like the whole class is building up to this one big presentation. Or there were multiple big presentations. Did you guys have
The movie?
Tusk presentations?
About the movie Tusk?
They're
Who's
like
calling
these things where you could take like a topic and there'd be like multiple
calling me.
Tusk presentations every year, right?
I've never heard of
And
this.
these were big presentations. They were worth a lot of grades, right? We had a lot of time to work on it. A lot of time.
Yeah.
Now this one girl went up. They actually go to college now. I recognize them around the place. I think they're a non-binary now, which is cool. But they go
You
up.
said this one girl.
Sorry.
This one
This-
student.
This student goes
White
up.
monster.
The
White monster,
the
confirmed.
student goes up.
Your Schindler status has
And
been
they
revoked.
give a presentation on their pet peeves, and it is 3 slides. Opening slide,
Oh God.
second slide about what my pet peeves are, people cracking their joints, end slide. And when they hit that end slide, you just hear in the back, whoosh. That was
Ripping
the
paper.
teacher in the back of the class ripping up their rubric. Just
Oh my
into
God.
shreds. Just
Okay.
Let's go.
That reminds me of a very specific presentation.
I think
from college.
I don't even know if they said anything.
Oh my god, I wasn't there for that.
You were. I think I was the only one of this group
You
there for
gotta,
that.
gotta hit that. Are you gonna say their name or keep it anonymous?
Aiden Jacob
Oh shit!
delivered the worst presentation I think I've ever seen in my entire life to Glenn.
Friend of the pod.
Glenn, friend of the pod.
I think
On his fairy tale assignment where he clearly did not do any research, kept doubling down whenever Glenn would like ask him a question or anything. Didn't have a presentation. Just
well, you had a picture of.
but he didn't. He Googled the picture. He didn't even like
Oh,
come with the picture.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He Googled a picture, put the picture up on screen, and got yelled out of the class.
Like,
This was in
out of the class.
Yeah, he left.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
That's crazy.
and this was like in Glenn's unhinged era, so it was like
Yeah.
leave and never come back, like really really bad. and
We
like
should
the
just
feeling
be
of the class
thankful.
was like, oh yeah, like
Get him.
kind of, because it
That's
was everybody else
crazy.
had done all this work and like really put effort into their presentation and like knew what they were gonna say. So it was crazy. And then like 2 or 3 more people did Rumpelstiltskin immediately after
that's,
too.
That's the biggest.
That's the
issue
kicker,
Is
like-
just doing Rumpelstiltskin. Never. I learned
Well,
that
the rest of the people did fine. Like they had adapted their fairy
But-
tale.
in my year that
God,
I failed.
unhinged Glenn, man. I'm
I
just
hit
glad we didn't get.
Rumpelstiltskin, and that shit crashed me out. Never do Rumpelstiltskin.
It seems cursed.
We should be thankful just every day that we don't have unhinged Glenn. Imagine this semester with
Next
unhinged.
semester. Oh,
Imagine this semester with unhinged Glenn.
we got the chillest Glenn. We got
Could you imagine, man?
oh, it would've been
Connor
terrible.
like might not be alive.
yeah.
I'm not even saying that to be extreme. Like, I might not be alive. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, the fact that Glenn has been so chill,
Yeah.
incredible this semester.
I just sliced my shit open.
You okay?
I was bending this pop can tab, and I'm not bleeding, but it like sliced open my skin. Ugh.
It's rough.
Did Glenn go sicko mode on projects when he criticized them, or was he just like, here's what's wrong, here's what's not working?
It was
'Cause
more
what I've
just here's
seen,
what's not working.
It was like
Yeah.
that.
yeah. I don't think he's gone super.
It
I have
sounded like
also
he
put
said,
that in every single one of my journals. That like if any teacher is like acting out of line, I'm like, this is not helpful. Stop it.
yeah.
And I think I finally got to them.
Oh, Glenn. Love Glenn.
Yeah,
Took 2 years, but we got to them.
we got it.
Also, isn't-
Kind of bummed that we don't have Ben for projects next
I
semester.
know. Who do we have?
It's Glames.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Because Ben like made Sparked like happen basically. Like saw what was wrong with it, gave suggestions, and it's so much better now.
Is it
because of
now?
it. Yeah.
Is it good now?
Yeah.
Fuck
Sure.
yeah. Sure?
I haven't seen like the final cut, but it's a lot better than the rough cut, and I think that's a lot to do with the suggestions that were given.
Yeah, Ben Goated. He has the sauce. He knows what's up.
And he's like been doing this for a long time.
And he's nice enough with it. I don't know. He's kind of a dick
Yeah.
sometimes. He's very short, but it's like, go off, King.
It's more so like he'll make fun of you if your stuff is bad.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Glenn and James are like are you stupid? Why would you even think of this? Where he's like, oh, you thought of this?
yeah,
Yeah.
And that's I like that almost a little more. Like he almost feels more like a student. Where
Yeah.
he's like, this is funny to me. I'm
Yeah,
gonna laugh
exactly.
at you. Where they're like, you're the.
they
scum
feel
of
way
the
more above. Like
See
we're
what it
so
is?
above this.
Glames is invested in the program. Ben is like, this program's fucked you.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
With Glames, it's like anger because they see the program's not working and they have to direct that on the student. With Ben, it's like, fuck this program shit.
Yeah, his program makes no sense. It's so true.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That like what is this like number 6 on the top film schools in Canada?
No, it was like
Is it?
11
11.
on the
Okay.
one website I looked at, to be fair.
I'm pretty sure I looked at some websites that said Red Deer was a pretty good one. And
It's
mom
yeah,
was like,
solid.
I
I
mean-
mean, like
On paper, it should be great.
It's
should
solid
be.
in a lot of ways. I don't want to like go in here to slander RDP. It has a lot of solid things going.
And I'm
for
sure
it.
like if we went to any film school, we would find
there'd be
like crazy
issues,
problems
you know.
as well.
We'd
There's no
be-
perfect.
Oh,
school.
yeah.
We've been missing out on all
but-
the cool stuff RDP does offer, right?
I feel like I could
Like what?
succeed at like Saturnate.
Glenn says we go harder on the more storytelling aspects of
Yeah.
filmmaking, which I value greatly.
Oh yeah, like
I
the
unironically
thing here,
value
it's
that.
like we have probably the most just fucked up like system of like teachers coming in for 1 year
Yeah.
and leaving, but then
I think
We
our
also
output is
have,
generally
like-
quite good.
Hmm?
Our output is pretty good. Like
yeah,
we win the Ampia. I'm worried when we have to step up and win.
oh
an
yeah,
Ampia.
maybe
Yeah,
it's
everyone's
because they
gonna-
won the Ampia.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's been the same group twice now, right?
yeah,
Am I proud of my output at RDP? Are you proud of your output at RDP?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like pretty proud of. Like thinking back, like I don't know, I really like Desperate Times. I think that's fun. Secret Santa is something interesting.
I'm proud of my output. I'd
like
say.
Morbid's like I think I think the stuff I shot this year looks pretty good. Morbid stuff and Sparked
I wish I could say.
looks pretty good.
What I'm proud of, I think I've developed greatly.
Yeah, I've learned a lot this year.
I think the roadmap from Too Much Fun and Foxmud to Take Care of the Dog shows great
Yeah.
improvement, I think, on my part.
Take Care of the Dog is like leaps and bounds ahead.
Yeah, I hope it looks okay in the end.
I have
I
all
think
the
so. I think
footage.
it'll
I
look pretty
haven't
good.
seen any of it yet.
There's some really cool shots in. I heard there was no AD on the last day either,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like kind of unannounced.
Yeah.
How'd it go? How'd that part go?
There's some tensions between myself, the directors,
The
and some of
directors.
the crew. I felt I was
Sorry, I
very
couldn't be there.
unappreciated at points, and people were very short with me, especially when at points I was taking on the roles of director, cinematographer, and AD, just because somebody had to fucking do it.
Yeah, if you're gonna,
There was a lot of moments on that set where it's just like, what the fuck are the directors doing? Like,
I feel like if you're
I
going
don't know
to,
why people are getting upset at me for being like, "Hey, can you do your job?" But whatever.
who?
I'm not gonna
We'll bleep
fucking-
it out.
No,
I know who then.
I don't want to start shit because it's not shit. I just am flustered. I don't like having to be the guy who raises his voice. That's not what
Yeah.
I want to be.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not an AD. When I'm a director, I begrudgingly do it.
but somebody has to,
Yeah,
especially if there's no AD.
that fucking
I
the line.
think that's
cut-
also why Foxmud, like, really
Oh yeah.
burned you out. There was effectively no AD.
Mhm.
There was no AD.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was tough.
Yeah.
I felt bad because I was locked out like until the last day of Foxwood. Like I was not doing anything.
It's a hard set to get locked into.
Well, it's also like I'm the focus puller, and like you don't really need a focus puller.
If we had the nucleus, it would have.
Yeah.
But it's hard when there's a lot of camera movement to have two sets of hands on the
Mhm.
camera. Like, what was I gonna say? Ethan? Yeah,
Take Care of the Dog's looking cool though. I think
yeah. There's a lot of really cool
really
stuff.
good.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good shots.
Trying to think of what shots don't work. Maybe some of the
There's
car
nothing-
crash stuff. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
I think I
that's
can cut that together in a good way. Just go
Yeah,
mostly
I
the cab
think-
shot.
I would even consider with the car crash one just that cool shot of the spikes that we got and like cut to black as they drive towards it. Cause I think pretty much all of the like swerve looked bad.
I think I'm literally gonna just use the dash cam.
Yeah.
going, And then like just cut into where it stops, and maybe try to make that look jolty through like cutting frames or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cutting frames is really effective.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
like
the
how
only
effective it is
stuff-
on punches.
That's
even
the only stuff.
you like
I
take a
do
couple
when
frames out.
I'm
It's really
seeing-
interesting.
Was it effective on Hell on Earth? Were you in class?
Yeah, I was in class.
You
Oh
showed
yeah,
something.
yeah, that one.
Was it effective?
That one's
don't
I think because I've seen it so many times now, it looks a little goofy.
I
But
fixed
in,
it up a
um,
lot. It looked way worse.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. We watched a project that Brendan shot in Stagecraft today, and he did like this long take fight scene, but he took out like frames in between punches,
Mhm.
and it's like really effective. It really looks like the punches are landing.
The issue is mine was a long, like
Yeah, you did it in like slow mo,
Well,
right?
you even do like fast punches. I did it in slow mo.
Yeah.
So I'm like adjusting myself in this slow mo. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like a time lapse of me doing
Ben
this.
didn't
swing.
seem to notice.
No, I took out like I want to take out the least amount of frames possible, and then just the other night when I was finishing it up, I was like, I need like 5 of the frames in this 200 frame part, like,
Yeah.
and that's what I ended up doing. There's not very many frames left, and it looks better, not great.
Yep. Enough to get away with it.
Yeah, Ben I saw kind of chuckled to himself when he saw that, but
Yeah.
other than that,
he didn't comment though.
Yeah.
It wasn't an issue.
mean, it's understandable. It's like we don't have a foam version of the weapon. I can't wail on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What parts of the dog movie look shit? What other shots? Because I think every other shot.
Well, there was those
I
shots
felt
you were telling me
confident.
about where
I think
you were shooting.
it's not that the stuff looks bad with the dog, but the dog acting was like tough to work around.
Yeah, we got some more coverage of that stuff on day
That's good.
3.
Because there are just some shots where like the dog like couldn't stop looking at the camera or whatever,
Mhm.
and because of that,
There's
it looks
some great
goofy.
dog acting on day 2, I thought. Like, especially when, like, fucking Josh is coming up to him with the needle. That shit's diabolical.
Yeah.
I think even adding in, like, a little wine there.
Oh, definitely.
That shit looks I thought that shot looked fucking sick. Because you see the vision for that?
Oh, definitely.
Cross-cutting the dog POV, dog
Yeah.
POV, dog POV.
And then it's
And then you just see
somewhere
that
else.
little shadow in the mirror. And then just that slow pan over. And
Yeah,
even,
I
like,
think it'll come together.
that was a
I think that's
great idea
script
on
needed another
Connor's part.
draft, though.
Actually, because fucking originally it was gonna be Allie was awake, or it might have been Allie's idea, and she was the one getting cross-cut between her and the door, and then the guy was gonna come in and needle him. And
Oh no, yeah,
steal
that the dog is way better.
so much more effective,
Yeah.
so cool, just like so eerie because like she's sleeping.
Yeah.
What's your biggest issue with the script? Just the dialogue at the end?
It's there's just like a few weird like plot things.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sniper. It's kind of like, where did this come from? It seems way more advanced
I don't think so.
than the rest of the film.
My biggest thing is like, will people be like, what is like
Oh, and production design.
Yeah.
I do not think it will come across as apocalyptic at all.
Yeah.
I think the car doesn't look nearly run down enough, and neither
No,
does
I
the
wanted him
house
to get
really.
a truck, and I wanted to go in there with like barbed wire, make it look Mad Max, but.
Yeah, I mean, I stand for like a college film. Like, there's only so much you can do, but it's. I think everything's just a little too nice.
Yeah.
But that's not.
I
on
hope
you.
it comes across just the vibes of like isolation and being trapped here, and more just the metaphorical side of things. I hope it comes across having to move on.
Mhm.
I'm
Seems like a
little-
very personal film for Allie, just like in her childhood home, you know, having to like move on, like care for something new. It's very cool, that angle.
But it's ultimately about caring about the old thing.
Yeah, taking that with you a bit, you know.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be pretty good. There's a lot of.
I
Really
quite like
fun
the script.
stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. That's like what actually made me realize that doing stuff you think is cool is beneficial to working on projects.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little worried that Glenn is going to pick my
Pitch.
pitch.
'Cause there's only like 6 pitches.
He seemed very interested in mine, and I was like, I don't have a script. I have a basic concept. I don't have like half the characters fleshed out for this. And he was like I had a basic natural metaphor. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, so when you're gonna have the script done? I was like, no idea. Like, I just came up with
Never.
this a couple days ago. And he's like, give us an estimate, like January 1st. And I was like, maybe January 20th. Like,
I would
Maybe
love to
quicker.
see you direct something.
yeah, I want to direct again. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the stamina for it with all the other shit going on in
Yeah,
class.
no,
I want to.
that's
my
fair.
strategy is brilliant because it's like when the little projects come around, the chances to do stuff, I can gauge where I'm at energy wise, and I
See
can
how
go as
hard you go.
It's like want or as little hard.
And then you always decide to go as hard as possible.
Yeah.
No, I could have gone so much harder for Video Doom.
Yeah, yeah.
I could have gone so much harder.
You
went
still
quite
went pretty
hard.
hard, yeah.
We drove
I
up to
don't- you-
Edmonton to.
I did a bit of a beginner's guide thing on Ethan today. I showed
you
like a
did.
bunch of people the rough cut of Video Doom. It's sick.
I gotta
like,
see it.
Ethan seems to think it's not that good. Like I was saying, it
It's
looks
so
like
much work.
it looks like a professionally shot music video,
That's sick.
and Ethan does not think so at all.
Why don't you think so?
I don't know. You
Like,
don't see
even
the
all just
opportunity.
all of the just aspects of it, like the homoeroticism really
Oh, it's
comes
so
through.
gay.
It comes through so much, and
Yeah.
it feels like
Did you use the Caleb Humping clip?
No,
No,
I can't.
That's too bad. Did
But,
you,
like,
did you,
the
did you watch
scene-
that clip?
The scene where I like stand up and I'm looking at the TV right before I get my head smashed into
It's
it.
actually something I wanted to. I'm like leaning more into the edit of homoeroticism because I just find it compelling. One, because it's like Graham and Caleb. It's funny as fuck. And two, because it just adds like a whole new weird layer to it. It's great.
Yeah.
Lovers.
But
Yeah.
like the scene where I get up and right before Caleb smashes my head into the TV, it looks like I'm like about to get head from the TV, like I'm about
Great.
to stick my
It's
dick.
so
in it.
video drum filled.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. And
I don't know.
smashed
It needs
into
so
it.
much work though.
I'm excited. You should send it to me, like at a rough cut.
Shit
You
time.
should
needs
just
I
a
do
come
wanna
lot-
see
over
it.
and I'll show it to
Yeah.
you without
Yeah.
Ethan's permission.
Shit time needs a lot of work too.
I want to watch it.
You're gonna hate that.
I like both
Why?
of them so much. They're
Why will I hate that one?
because it's long. You don't like long projects.
It's not that I don't like long projects.
It needs
I
a
just
lot of
think
cutting
that-
down. I will say.
Yeah,
Which one, shit time or?
Yeah, shit time.
I'm an impatient person.
Yeah, I really like Showtime. I think every shot in it looks really great.
I like the shots, and I think that's the issue. I'm
Yeah,
just
the
too
hell of a
attached.
camera team.
I'm just too attached to the shots. I don't want to
It's
cut.
so funny.
Don't want to
Yeah.
cut anything down.
I'm so the opposite. Like I hate everything I shoot. Even if I
Me,
like,
if I
even
get
if
a
it's
good-
cool, I'm just like just fucking.
After too much time in
Cut
Fox
it.
Mud, I'm like, if I get a cool shot, I'm clicking
You're
on
holding on to
that.
it.
I
I
need
don't know.
something.
I can totally kill my darlings. I can just fuck it, dude. I don't need to linger on anything.
That's good.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm usually not that.
I like a slow burn though, but
invested
I'm just
in
not
the stuff.
talented enough to make a slow burn.
I think you are.
Perfect shot, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's a slow burn I've made?
Chess game. That's a slow burn. What else is a slow burn that you've made?
I wouldn't say that shit time is a slow burn. It's pretty fast.
Feels slow.
At the start, maybe, but like when things actually start burning, it's very fast.
It's on fire,
Yeah.
literally.
Do I need to go harder on the fire bit?
I think just the soundscape will get that through
I
because
need
like
to color correct the sitcom stuff a lot.
I can tell that it's supposed to be a fire when the whole set's red and everything, but I don't know that everyone would. But I think you just
sound
put in a
would-
soundscape and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's very clear this is a
Did
fire.
you see the Olivia Easter egg in there?
I don't think so.
It's very quick.
What is it
Well,
for the fans?
because when we were filming the top-down stuff, we wanted Studio A cleared except for Graham, but Olivia just wandered in for some reason. So Kaylin got coverage of just like Olivia and Graham just in the fire together.
Nice.
So I put like an insert of that because I'm like,
Oh,
kinda
where it does
compa-
like the weird like prism break.
yeah.
Like it's like the glass is almost broken into a prism and you have like three different shots, like a
Yeah.
kaleidoscope.
Oh, that's cool.
almost. Yeah, that's where Olivia is, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm like, that's kind of compelling because it's so quick, so most people won't like even notice it, and people do notice it and actually like analyze the movie. She's the only person in the photograph who isn't in it at all because she had to leave and go feed her bunny or whatever.
Wasn't she sick or something?
No, she
Yeah.
just had to. Or was she sick?
She might have been. She seemed pretty distressed. It was all good her leaving. It's all good.
Yeah, no ill will. It was.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, it was a
but now it's
legit
interesting.
reason.
Well, you promised to be on a set. You better be there till
But
the
now
end.
it's interesting
you know?
because it's like she's in the fire too with Graham, co-conspirators. Shit.
I like it. I like it.
I don't.
They're both so good. I don't know why Ethan hates on them so
Some cool
much.
shots, but
We did some special effects to get rid of some of the tape in Video Doom
oh my god,
on the
tape.
walls.
It's only bad in like a couple shots.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tape on my walls. That's just the way it is. I didn't put that there. That's just
Some of the
there.
reverse shots look kind of cool.
Yeah.
The wires.
Yeah,
Did not think anything would come out of those, but
I think it's a really cool looking project.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to look as good as they did. I thought they were going to come out and it would be serviceable, but like they look really good.
I think I don't know if this is two skits, but like as the film goes on towards the end, because I want to go like completely like.
What?
Nothing.
Doom scrolling.
No.
We can wait.
What is this?
Sorry, I'm feeling sassy.
Jesus.
I'm about to steal this
it's a
conversation
clear
real
tradition
quick.
to just randomly go on your phone.
Sam, would you say that you're Godzilla pilled?
No. We have
No.
to stay on
He does not want me to talk about this.
for too much from Godzilla these past.
And now Ethan's on his fucking phone.
Yeah.
The
What was
fucking
I about
hypoc-
to say? What
the-
was I
the
about
fucking
to say?
hypocrisy.
I don't
I
remember.
don't know. I wasn't
Was
paying
it
attention.
I was just thinking
for
about
video
Godzilla.
game,
Yeah.
I want to do very like electronic soundscapes, so like very staticky.
Yeah.
Like what's the one effect you said with the aux or whatever?
Feedback.
Oh, like just amp sounds, like plugging
Oh,
in
yeah.
an amp.
Like when someone gets that.
Oh yeah, that would be a really good sound
yeah.
effect.
But
for that.
as it goes on, I cut a lot more to the TV and giving the TV like organic sounds, like a heartbeat and like pumping
I like
blood.
that.
Because there's that shot we
You gotta
got
send me that,
of
really.
behind the TV where like you really see the pulse, and you shot it like at a really low f-stop, or would it be low or high? Like it's pretty dark, so you just
It's confusing because the number is low, but the aperture is open at those numbers, so it's
so it's high f-stop, darker image. Yes, because more stuff's in focus with a higher f-stop.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's a high f-stop, so it's pretty dark. You just see the pulsating light behind the TV and the wire shooting out. I'll do like a boom, 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 boom.
I really like that.
I think that'd be cool.
I genuinely really like a lot of the stuff that we shot for that. I think it could be really cool.
I don't know.
Especially at
I don't
15
think-
at the 15 frame thing also
It's
gets me
definitely
really
like
excited
the
for that.
my most stylistic.
I really like
strong
that.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of every shot you got for that, like I can't even think of a bad shot
The
in it.
zoom
There's a
at the end.
zoom's kind of sick.
It works?
Zoom, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad it worked.
a little dark, but it's cool.
I think it works.
Yeah.
You also
Did
you jump
end up
from you
destroying
go
the
from
TV,
this
like
no,
in the edit at all.
I just don't know how to.
it's covered in blood. That's
I think that's
And it
that's
turns
something.
off.
And turns off. Yeah.
Because it's like without people, media. It's just media.
Exactly.
That's my head blowing up.
but if you're Coda, then you don't need people.
I like it because it's so
Children of
Cronenberg.
deaf adults.
This project's very.
Is there a character
Cronenberg.
named Coda in that?
No, but that's what CODA is. That's what CODA stands for.
Children of Dead Adults.
Deaf.
Levi
Deaf
liked it.
adults. Oh.
Levi liked it.
Oh my god, I'd never read into that. I'm just thinking, I've been gooning on this game, The Beginner's Guide, all the time. It's Davey Reedon, the guy who made the Stanley Parable, and he walks you through these fictional games that his friend Coda made, and I'm just watching Ethan dissociate as I bring this up again. Um, But
I'm locked in. Most locked out look I've ever seen.
there's just a big thing where it's like the main character is actively showing you these games that give you a like very intimate look at this guy's life, and yeah, and
You coded me so hard, you son of a bitch.
I can't really say a lot without spoiling it. It's such a good game. It's only
It's
like an
pretty
hour
sick.
long,
I remember you telling me about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
but
And we gotta make
Anyway.
a movie like that. Make it like a found footage movie of this like these really intimate moments of a guy. That'd be interesting.
What do you think of Donut Fight?
I thought it looked good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
I remember
I
watching
didn't
it.
like the bloopers at the end. I
Olivia-
don't like the blooper reels ever.
I thought it was fun. I like blooper reels.
I don't
You
know.
don't like them in Death of Connor James McDougal?
Yeah, I love them, and I love every part of Death of Connor
Yeah,
James
of course.
McDougal. I was just telling you how much I still think about it and enjoy a bit from that movie.
Really?
Yeah, with Caleb, the Caleb interview
the
bit.
Caleb Frank wasn't
Yeah.
even a fucking bit.
But it's so
That's
funny.
a beautiful accident.
Yeah.
I just remember with Donut Fight, Olivia was like very concerned that the edit was really bad. She was like, "Oh, like you edit a lot. Can you come take a look at it?" And I was like, "Okay." And then I like went home, and then she was like, "Oh, are you able to come over now?" And I was like, "Oh, I just headed home, but I can pop over." And she's like, "Oh, you don't have to." But I could tell she really wanted me to, so I went. And I think I was just locked out. I was like, you've never edited before. This is really good for someone who's never edited before.
Yeah.
I don't think I can give you any more critiques. And then I watched it in class, and I was like, okay, there was some like awkward edits, but
Yeah,
It's fine. Like,
it's good.
yeah, it
I
was
like
pretty
some
good.
of the shots in it.
probably could have been shorter.
Oh, much shorter.
Yeah.
A lot shorter.
It's also
I
like
liked,
there was
I
another
liked
like
the
3
two
minutes song.
storylines though. I liked
Yeah.
how they intersected.
That was fun.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. But yeah,
Yeah, I really like that one.
I really liked all of them. There wasn't any that
I wish there was more
wasn't
swearing in
entertained
it.
by, other than my own.
I liked yours. You didn't like yours?
I could have done work on it. I just was going for the 8.
Don't go down the sauce pipeline.
No, there's no way I will. For
See,
some reason, when I'm like, if something's for marks, I'm like, I don't care about this. I can't bring myself to
Opposite.
care about this.
I'm like, I can make it something cool.
But like, if
I don't
it's something for
must.
just like myself or just for other people, then I'm like, okay, cool. Like I can commit. I can get in.
my mental health is entirely tied in that project. Fucking
I think whenever
emergence.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
And I put in so little work for all of Ben's assignments.
I put too much work in it, and they
Yeah.
come out all right, but I still hate them.
That's the thing, and I'm just never gonna think about mine again.
I
feel
think
like
about mine constantly,
Yeah.
and I can make them better.
But
Whenever-
at least you have like cool stuff
I don't
at the
know.
end of it. You know.
Foolish stuff.
No, it's all cool.
whenever I show mine up there, I always get this feeling that Ben thinks I'm like really smug showing my stuff, and I definitely was on the first one, like pickup. I was like, this shit is heat. This is the best thing the class has ever seen. But I feel like like the highest mark I got was like a 9.5, I think.
Yeah,
Which
but
is,
that's a really high mark.
that's really high.
Yeah.
But I feel like the only reason it wasn't a 10 is because he's like, this guy's smug. I got to knock him down a few pegs.
No,
Can't
I
get
don't
him a
think
perfect
so.
score.
I think I was very smug going into my first presentation, looting on the job. I don't know why. I wasn't even like that confident. in it.
Well, because you're like, it's Citizen Kane. We've been talking about nothing but Citizen
Yeah.
Kane, and now
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
It was so
Yeah.
shit.
It wasn't shit.
Yeah, it was good. Didn't you get a good mark on
I
it?
got an 8. Ugh.
That
You
was
only
good.
got an 8. I thought you got a 9.
I got an 8.
I think I got like
Why?
a 6 on the first
Ben was
one.
just confused on what was happening.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He didn't turn up the volume because I was too scared to say anything.
Oh,
so it
yeah.
was
Well,
just
okay,
quiet.
the speakers in that classroom have no bass on them. Because he was
There's
like,
gotta like some of them have to be off. There must be bass like coming from somewhere.
yeah,
because
because he was like, oh, you can't really tell that he's getting hit in the first one, but I have like these thuds,
You can tell.
and then in the second
No,
one,
you can't hear it.
in the first one, it's
Maybe I
like
just
you just
didn't
kind of
hear
hear the
it.
crunching.
You can barely hear the thud at the beginning.
in
You
the
have
s-
to really be listening for it in the room. Like
yeah, in the second one, you can hear a lot more of the like squelching crunch I added, but you can't hear like any of the thud.
yeah,
But if you like listen to it on my computer, it's like, and there's this.
yeah. And same with the music that's like playing outside of the car. Like you can't hear it at all.
Yeah, the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the second one, you
hard.
can hear it a little bit. I
Yeah,
did it way more. Like I went way too hard on the audio in the first one, where I was like, it's got to be like negative 40 dB. It's got to be perfect. And then on the second one, I was just like, fucking threw a like slightly bass boosted it, brought it down like only to because like straight off of YouTube to MP3, it's like peaking the entire song.
Yeah.
But brought it down like 4 decibels and then just bass boosted it and took out all of the high
I noticed
end.
a continuity issue between those two movies.
What is it?
The song is different that's playing in the truck.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
So which one is diegetic?
There's no music.
I'm telling Ben,
playing.
he's
It
gonna
was-
knock Matt's score down.
It was all non-diegetic music.
It was all.
All
it was
along.
all non-diegetic.
Matt cooked on those.
Yeah,
Matt cooked on those.
What?
I don't know. You guys did that. Are you kidding?
No, directed by Matt.
Right.
I mean the main reason we did those was to get Matt
Out of the funk.
not failing. But
Yeah.
I ended up doing all of the work. I should have
Yeah,
credited
come on.
myself as cinematographer on
Yeah.
both. The second one,
On both.
yeah, on both. Should have credited myself.
Didn't Ethan operate at least the
I
entirety
think you
of
operated
Project
for
2?
most of the second one. I should have put you as
No, that's okay.
yeah.
I did the shot list for the first one, so I'm
But-
okay just having that.
Also, like,
I think these projects are like cinematography projects, though.
Like I feel like me
Probably
and
the person doing the assignment should be doing the shot list.
yeah.
In my humble.
Well, that was
opinion.
also my thing for like Olivia's. I was like, why?
I know.
You're
Yeah.
pawning all your all the work that is the important part of the assignment onto other people.
At least she didn't make you edit it or something. Like.
Olivia.
Yeah.
Well, I would just say no. Like I'm.
I know you would say, but Ethan wouldn't. Ethan would have done it.
No, I was.
You would have done it. You would have for sure
You
done
would
it.
have done it. And you
Is
would
that
have
such
been
a
in the
bad
hole.
thing?
Yes.
You're discouraging their learning.
Yeah.
Okay. Call me selfish.
Call me Schindler.
Call me selfless. Call me Schindler. Whatever. No, we don't like Schindler. No, we do like Schindler.
Yeah, I don't know.
Forgot how that movie worked.
He
Yeah.
was a Nazi.
No, but you've learned. Next semester will be better. Right? Right? You still go as hard on your own projects, but you just don't go as hard on other people's.
No,
Did
I
you
should
guys-
go hard for people because then people will go hard for me and definitely will not ever turn their backs on me.
Did you guys ever hit
Like
that
me.
like
All I
edgy?
ever do is turn my back on Ethan.
Yeah,
I did bail on you. Feel
it's
bad.
okay.
I was in pain. I was dying.
That's okay.
Did you guys ever
Was
hit?
music night fun?
Mhm. It was actually a lot of fun. You should.
I was very fucking jealous.
Yeah, it worked out well for me.
I was the most jealous though. I should be at those music nights.
Just hauling equipment back at 10 o'clock. Waiting for
Aye.
security in the cold.
That sucks.
Getting yelled at by everybody. Ah,
And I was vibing. It was Elijah's birthday.
it looked really fun. Looked like I really could have been part of the boys.
I think I could have been part of the boys.
It was really fun, you guys. You guys really missed out.
What kind of music did you listen to?
All kinds.
What were the prominent genres?
It
or
was-
what were the most memorable genres?
It was mostly like kind of like wall of sound stuff, like just really produced music, you know, like
Fuck.
yeah.
I know that Jeff hits that a lot, and like
Yeah.
me and Jeff have.
That's
very
kind of like the
similar
whole group.
tastes.
It's
Yeah.
like they listen to like just really really produced stuff.
I would have drowned.
It was tough for me too
I would have drowned so hard.
because I
Are
was
you
like,
not
fuck,
big
this
into-
isn't what I'm listening to right now. I'm
Yeah,
listening to like ignorant punk. Like
I don't even fucking know what that is.
I'm
I would've
always down.
drowned.
Like Wall of Sound is like my default,
don't
and
even
then I
know what Wall of
I do
Sound
like
is.
a lot of Wall of
experiment
Sound.
into stuff.
yeah, I think you could have done well.
Yeah.
There was also a lot like it was 8 people, so I think
Do
we
I
only
know a
each
lot of
played.
Wall of Sound? No.
But you only need to know like 5 songs.
Shit. No, I don't know if I can. I
Or
might
just like
crash out.
songs that like remind you of whatever. And then
Yeah.
you put it on. Like I think I only played like 5 songs.
See, I'm sure they've heard everything by Aphex Twin, and I'm barely into Aphex Twin.
Yeah.
I could maybe play.
I was
quick one.
I was kind of being like, fuck, I gotta put on like under 50K listeners. I gotta.
I don't even know.
I
all
think
these
I could
gotta
maybe
names
put
you're
on Eternal
saying.
Worm. Quick one before the Eternal Worm devours Connecticut or whatever it's called.
How about
That,
some Johnny Cash?
like Ring of Fire.
Would
Yeah,
I
I
have
was so
drowned?
unsure what the vibes would be.
It's probably good I didn't go. I would have made
Dude,
a
I feel
damn
like I
fool of
could.
myself.
I feel like
I don't think you would have made a fool of yourself. They were saying at the beginning of the night though, like the worst thing is when somebody else knows the song.
Yeah.
You put your finger up if you know the song.
Ooh.
Just seeing all the fingers go.
Did you?
up.
What'd you play?
What did I play? I put on a Viagra Boys song. I played this band from Nigar that I know because I was like, I gotta come in swinging.
I would have played Billy Woods.
Yeah, you could
Would they
play
have
Billy
known
Woods.
Billy Woods?
I played some of my friend Melody's music.
Oh, that's fucking cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played.
Play.
We should have a music night one of these nights.
Yeah, we should. It's really fun, and we put on like some movies, just like silenced. And it was.
I
Really
would have.
fun.
I wouldn't. I would like to invite Caleb to a music night, but like keep the rules. Like you have to go like genre to genre, like, because that's how they were doing it. Like someone would play a song of a genre, and you have to like.
You kind of
link
have
it.
to like match.
Yeah.
I was about to
I
say,
would love
like-
to do that with Caleb because in hip hop, Caleb is the most
Yeah, the
autistic
goat.
monster ever. He will clear any house out.
I was
But
about to.
as soon as you switch up,
Yeah.
he's
I was about to
drowned.
say Caleb, like, he would just be constantly switching to hip hop, but then I'm thinking of my own music, and I always just put on like my, like obscure shit, like, it's always the same
That's the
like
point.
20 songs though that I put on whenever I'm showing anyone my music.
I don't even know what I would try.
put on some Italian music. But Elijah knew one of the albums. He didn't know the song, luckily. He just knew
Put
the
on
album.
some-
I would have fucking been such an idiot in there, man. Would have been embarrassing.
Imagine just going up there and be like, "You guys gotta hit this one," and then playing like Winteriza in its
Well,
entirety.
Ryan was putting on some, like, Linkin Park, and
LinkedIn Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he threw on Crazy Frog.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, there was, like,
Okay.
it didn't have to all be, like,
What's on Crazy
serious
Frog? And everyone's like,
competitive.
"I've heard this before."
Oh, who is this?
It's like all snobby, like, "I've heard this before."
Yeah, I know this song. I'm familiar with this artist.
See, if I went there, I'd probably have to hit Crazy Axel, Megalo Gummy, Harder Better, We Are Nene, Number 7, Grand Frog F.
I
think
would have
so.
hit probably Billy Woods would have been a good fallback.
There's, like, no hip hop, which also was kind of a bummer for me. It's like, fuck.
Would have put on some.
Ethan, I'm going to steal your spot, and I'm going to play Ethiops before you can.
I got more than Ethiops.
But I'm going to steal that one from you. I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to play Ethiops.
I don't think. But do you think they'd be fucking with Ethiops?
I don't know, maybe. Who's to say?
I know, Ethiops is
They're,
heat.
they're also, like, it was all good vibes.
Do they know Black Country?
Wish I could have made it.
I don't know. Wish you could have as well.
See, I don't know the
It was a good time.
vibes. Do they know Black Country? Because Black Country is fairly popular.
You kind of know the vibes right as you get in.
Okay.
You know the vibes. It's weird. It's just a bunch of gatekeepers. It's like a secret society of gatekeepers.
I'm
like,
talking like I'm ever going to get into this music.
I'm sure you could.
I'm honored
Like,
to have been invited. I'm honored people think of me. That's cool, I guess.
I mean, we were all shit talking you the whole time.
Yeah.
I knew
We were like,
that.
Ethan would never play this. Ethan would
Every
never.
song.
Every song.
There's a song where everyone puts their fingers up. Ethan would have played that one. That's an Ethan song.
No.
Yes.
It was all good vibes. We watched The Road Chip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we didn't finish it.
Never
but we
seen
got
that one.
pretty far into it.
They
think
put a
I'm just-
camera down and they're
I
like,
think I'm
"All
just-
right, cinematography boy, how about you make us a little film?"
I'm just doomed to be the outcast.
Do you feel that way?
A little bit sometimes.
That's crazy that Ethan feels that way.
Yeah.
Because I talk to way less people than Ethan does.
It's all an
Ethan, you're like the
act.
most popular kid in our year.
That is objectively not true. say
I'd
that.
say Levi kind of automatically gets that.
Really? Levi's like never
Right,
around
I
anymore.
think.
He's never around, but like everyone loves Levi.
There's never a big fucking ruckus when I enter a room.
Yeah, but it's just like bits. It's weird bits.
These weird bits. I've been conditioned.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't. There's no like popularity even.
Yeah, I was
It's just
gonna
like
say,
it's this
college.
weird high school. Even though a lot of the time, our program does feel exactly like high school.
Yeah,
Or
there is
junior high.
popularity.
that is an issue.
I think there's more popularity in like second year. I feel like it's better in our year.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard.
I feel like there's not really a lot of people in our class that absolutely do not want to work with another person.
There's like one example.
Name one example of
No, there's just the one example.
with me.
No.
Nobody
I
wants
feel
to
like
work with
I feel
Graham.
like there's two people in the class that don't really want to work with me, and then
Me and Ethan.
yeah, and then the rest of it just be like, okay, yeah, I would work with Graham if he's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd be like, I'm down to. He's not my first. I don't think I'm anyone's first pick for anything.
There's definitely. I don't know.
I don't think I'm a first pick either. But that's okay.
Your first pick for me.
Like I do kind of.
You're always number one.
Stop.
I do kind of feel bad for Dom because I stole the. I stole.
You know that's true, Ethan.
I stole the door from Dom.
That-
I stole the door from Dom. Door openers.
The edit.
Yeah. Because I like
I
came and
don't
I was
think
like, I
Dom
want to
needs
edit
any
this.
more
I want to
work,
edit
though.
this. And then Dom was the editor. He was locked in, and Sean was like, "Are you okay if Graham takes it?" And he was like, "Yeah." Yeah. He was
I
like,
think
"All right, Graham's the editor."
Yeah, I think Dom's happy for that switch. At the end of the day.
probably. But I do kind of feel bad because like, what did Dom edit besides his own?
Sparked.
Oh, he did Spark. Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I think he's doing Morbid stuff as well. He's
Okay.
doing part of it. So he's busy.
Yeah, Morbid stuff is. I felt bad about
Matt?
seeing that one in class.
Hello?
Yeah.
Some of the shots look really good, and then there's like one or two that are
Podding.
like very important shots that didn't
Podding?
like that opening shot, the pan up to her
On
giving
the
the eulogy or
podcast.
whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like
At the
that one
podcast
could be a
studio.
good shot, but
Okay, when I was talking to
Yeah.
Elijah about that opening scene, I really think that he should cut the
maybe I got a lot of
eulogy
homework to
right
do.
after she says David. I think that
I'll let
the
you
rest
know.
of that dialogue is like,
Love you.
it's not that it's bad,
Love
but
you.
it's just completely unnecessary.
Goodbye.
mhm.
And I think it would hit so much harder if it's just like going up to the thing. And also my storyboards for that was just like, it's just going up, cross cut to all these faces, and then the Jesus and all these faces, and like slowly going in, and then one of the faces is her, like just kind of always like jumping around, faces her, and then she said David, and then it's morbid stuff.
Yeah.
That was my idea for the opening.
That's
Were
why
you
need
there
a
when they did the
cinematography
critiquing
edit
class?
lock in?
Were you there when they did the critiquing
I didn't wanna
class?
edit it. No, I haven't seen it.
What was it? Ben went very hard on. He was like, because the boyfriend's not supposed to be a bad person or anything, right? It's just the memory of him haunting her.
It's a little confused.
Well, because like that's what I got right away. I was like, it's clearly like she misses her boyfriend, and now this grief is what's haunting her and
Yeah.
threatening her life. It's like
Yeah, I think
Babadook
so.
type thing.
Yeah.
Ben did not understand that at all. He was like, "Is he abusive or something?" And they were like, "No." And he was like, "You should change it. Make him abusive now."
You can just fucking
That's why she's
hit her.
scared of him. She
I think
feels.
that's a little silly.
And I think the grief
I
is
do-
a better angle.
Yeah.
I do like what he kind of pitched it as, which was like, it's her guilt that's haunting her because
Yeah.
she's guilty over being happy that he's gone. Like she's
That
sad
I like
that he's
that.
dead, but
I
happy
like
that he's
that.
gone because he's abusive. It was very compelling the way he said it, but I know what they're going for, and it's not that. And I think it would be tough for them to just change it in
We're
that
doing
direction.
reshoots on it anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I don't think Elijah will go for that either. That's not what he wants.
It would be cool.
It would be cool. I like that pitch.
Oh, my
see. Yeah, I don't know.
I need to pee.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Someone take the double mic.
Student films, student films, student films.
They are what they
Student
are.
Filmmakers. Student filmmakers.
I think my film's gonna go to Cannes though.
Film school.
The film, the film that I'm gonna direct next semester. If it doesn't go to Cannes, I'm gonna
Hyped for
kill
that. I
myself.
think it'll be great.
I don't know. We'll
Might
see.
look a little rough, but
It'll look good.
no, I'm being self-deprecating.
It'll look good. You got a good team around you,
Yeah. I'm getting better.
and I'm too camera pilled to make it look bad for you.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be good.
It will be good.
I do hope it gets picked. Like I'm excited to
Yeah.
work with actors
Hope you
and
still
actually work with
that one
actors,
gets picked.
not just
that
as
can-
objects.
That can be my workload. Then I can go hard as I want on the small projects and make that into just a full-fledged project of my own. Because fuck it, why not?
You're just saying that you're gonna take over my project.
What?
You just say I'm gonna make it a full-fledged project of my own.
No, I said the little.
By the way, Sam, can I edit it?
Can I edit Sam? Can I have Final Cut,
No,
please?
I think I'm just gonna edit it.
Can I have Final Cut, please?
You can have Ethan cut. I'll give you the footage. You can have a cut.
And I can put it on my YouTube called Magpies, directed by Sam Robinson, official 2024, 2025.
You can call it the Ethan cut.
No, directed by Sam Robinson.
You can call it direct. Sure, I directed it.
That's it. Magpies.
That's gonna be the title. Yeah,
Yeah. My cut is just Magpies.
Magpies, the true cut.
The true cut.
The final cut.
What's the one in
Blade Runner.
Apocalypse Now?
Redux.
Redux. Yeah.
The worst version.
Is it?
Yeah,
Apocalypse
everyone
Now.
hates the Redux.
Magpies Redux. But it'll be different this time because everyone will love Redux.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be very happy to see like a different edit of it. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. The structure of it's kind of weird, right? But I feel like it's written in a way that can only be edited as written. But maybe that's just because I'm
No,
so.
You can fuck around with that a lot. Like you can do intercuts. I've been going
But
crazy.
it is gonna have intercuts here. Let me turn your mic back on.
Been going crazy with editing my last 2 projects. Just
It's so. Every time I watch a movie now, anytime a character looks at something, aren't you like,
oh
crosscut? Do a crosscut.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an opportunity.
yeah.
Opportunity for a crosscut.
I've just been like with these last 2 projects, just combing through footage and being like, that's interesting, and just seeing new ways I can put them in there. Like Graham, you don't like that one cut in Shit Time, but I love that one kind of skits cut. I love that shit.
It's just like what is it doing?
It's very disorienting.
It's more so like you're so oriented, and then you just have this one like very quick disorienting shot. So it doesn't. I don't feel like it is going to have that effect to a lot of people. It just kind of feels like a mistake to me.
For me,
One mistake.
in my
Yeah.
own process of making this movie, it works for me because it's like just this little taste of disorientation. Because
I definitely felt that the second time I watched it, but I still
'Cause it gets-
predominantly feel like just that it's.
I
like
like
a
it, though.
mistake Shot.
I like it though, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep it.
It's gonna be in the Ethan cut.
Because I like it, and I am an artist.
I signed a petition letter today, and I was like, everybody else had signed it like artist, filmmaker, and I signed it Sam Robinson, filmmaker.
What
I
was
was
this
like,
for?
hell yeah. It was
It was to keep vape flavors.
no, it was a letter of interest to some MLA about wait times for grants, about letting people know because they just changed the time limit, the time frame. So it used to be 4 months before you would know. Now it's 8 months, and they're
That's
like,
fucking stupid.
please go back to 4 months.
Go back to 1 month.
Yeah. So I was
Yeah,
like, I
should
can
know
sign this.
immediately.
Sam Robinson, filmmaker.
Fuck, I don't like movies.
You don't like movies?
Yeah, I'm more into just TV now.
No,
That's
The
a
whole
lie.
form is
Utopia,
rotten.
that is a lie. Yeah.
the whole fucking form is wrong. I'm music pilled now.
Levi's
I'm
been
theater pilled.
Ever since Diggerland.
yeah.
Uh, the theater. I think the theater is where the true art is.
That's where the money is.
The money is in theater? What are you saying?
The truth, dude.
I
Theater?
remember.
Yeah.
You think you can make a living doing theater?
Yeah. Look at
I
Glenn's
remember
a teacher.
in
Glenn's
elementary
whole stories. He jumped from theater because
Yeah.
there's no opportunity.
in
There's
elementary
like,
school.
Theater's like it's so weird. Like every
It's a rich
big
person's
school,
pastime.
every big school has a theater program, and there's so many like theater people, but there's like
Fucking
nothing
Matt's sister is.
at a conservatory.
When I
That
was
was
in
really funny.
when I was in
Oh, I have heard of this actually.
when I was in elementary,
Okay, man.
we
I believe you.
visited a theater group, and I just remember this one girl was like, if you guys want to get into this for the money, it's not there, especially if you're like me. And she was saying like I'm a woman and I'm black, so there's like no roles for me.
Yeah.
Except for those like special roles that are just for a
Yeah.
woman who's black. But then it's like every actress that's black
Yeah,
is
it's
going to
going
be
up for
going for
them.
that role. So she was saying how she does not make a lot of money. Not a great industry for
The
them.
money is in culinary. And I'm
But
luckily
even then, it's like
there.
you're not making money
true.
if you are the ideal demographic for an actor.
No, you have to get so lucky and like
Yeah.
You guys.
hit it big. I have
ever-
one friend who's like tour successful in the theater, but that's of like probably 20 to 50 people that have like gone through theater school now.
Have you heard of the Kafka story about the starving artist? The starvation artist. I want to go deep on that shit.
Like
You wanna be
their art
Kafka?
is starvation.
No. Yeah, they like starve themselves for art.
This is a Kafka story.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that
feel
just
like this
what
is just
Kafka
an
did?
actual
Yeah.
performance art.
Isn't that just Kafka?
It's this story of this starvation artist just going more and more extreme with their fast to get people's attention, and eventually in the place they perform, they just put a fucking like lion in a cage next to them, and they slowly wither away in their cage until they're nothing. Nobody sees them anymore. It's great. I think that's kind of the direction I want to go.
Just go more and more extreme.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminding
I think
me
that I'm gonna
of-
do like a Synecdoche thing where I rent a big space.
I think I'm close to fucking I don't know. I think I just the way I get lost in my sauce, man.
I
Tell
You
me,
could go Synecdoche.
tell me you can't see me going.
I
that
could see
direct-
you going if you ever got money.
if I ever got resources.
I forget the artist's name, but I'm
I-
pretty
who
sure.
would you
they're-
get to play me in your Synecdoche?
Um,
And then who would you get to play me?
who would I get to play Sam Robinson? I want to say
Nick.
Pedro Pascal.
Petro Pascal.
Yeah,
I'll take that. I'm happy with that.
I'm just trying to think jaw shape.
Soft jaw.
Does he have a soft jaw?
No, I do.
No, he has a very defined jaw.
Thank you.
I think.
I don't think so.
It's like I can.
You
see
have a
it.
very defined trust.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel. I don't know.
Don't feel that way 'cause it's not true. God.
Most
Who would you get to
defined
play
jaw.
me?
If I did a Synecdoche,
Mm-hmm. Choose your words carefully, Sam.
What's this
No,
word?
speak truthfully,
What's this
actually.
word? Synecdoche?
it's a town in New York. Have you seen the movie Synecdoche, New York?
I watched that on my 18th.
You would really fuck with Synecdoche, New York.
Oh yeah, that'd become your whole new like.
Yeah.
thing, for sure.
yeah.
Have you hit much, Kaufman?
You like I'm thinking of ending things, don't you?
I
Yeah,
haven't-
no,
I
you
haven't seen it,
that?
no.
Fuck.
I feel like I've heard you talk about that movie.
I know about it. Like I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah.
But I had it spoiled.
I
to
feel like
me.
you would fuck with Kaufman really hard.
He's fun.
For me, like most media, I don't care if it gets spoiled. I'm thinking of ending things was one I was going to watch, and then my older sister was like,
That's an annoying one to get spoiled.
I would get
Yeah.
Charlie Day to play you.
Interesting. You see me as kind of Charlie Day-esque?
No, I don't know why.
I could
take
see that. I
as
could
a
see that.
compliment.
I
Do
could see
have
Charlie
erratic
Day
energy
playing
like
him.
that?
You don't.
But I'm
But
funny.
yeah, you're funny, quick on your feet, like Charlie Day in real life, not the character Charlie.
You have a little bit of a Charlie Day inflection in your voice.
No,
I
I
think.
You don't sound like Charlie.
You
Day.
don't have the rasp that he has,
I
but you
don't.
have a bit of his inflections in the way.
I have an Albertan twang to my voice, actually.
Albertan twang in my balls.
Background from
And of
the
course, I
problem.
get Ryan Gosling to play.
Yeah. No other
Fran.
actor for
No
it.
doubt.
There was an actor I saw. I forget his name, but he looked like legitimately.
You know
just
who
like
I'd get to play Caleb?
Al
Fucking
Pacino.
Alex
Young Al
Wolff.
Pacino.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the first thing I
easy.
said when I saw Caleb. I was like, he looks
That
just
would
like.
be epic, dude. Alex Wolf doing Caleb's like acting mannerisms.
Caleb has such an acting style.
So
I love
much
it.
fun.
I love it. He's an artier of an actor.
That's why Video Doom's so much fun for me personally, because it's like you have Graham's style where he's been in the acting classes. You know,
well, Graham
he can
has
act
a
very
naturalistic acting. Like he's a
Yeah.
good actor.
Caleb, I
Caleb
think,
hasn't been through it. He doesn't know.
is also a good actor. You know, you just have to put him in the right role, as with anyone. But like, he sees acting as like this is something I have
real
to do.
performance.
I have
Yeah.
to put on.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. Every shot with those two together, like them going up to the TV, Caleb's like, Graham's like, it's fucking epic. Caleb kind of comes across as the villain in it because he's like doing
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed
I
like
think
with
because there was no lines, but I didn't notice Caleb like, overacting as much.
It's kind of
there's the shot where the TV appears and the glow appears on
Yeah.
us, and like
Oh,
for me, I
yeah.
kind of like look over to the glow and I start like moving
Yes,
towards it.
yeah,
and
I
Caleb
remember that
like is
shot.
like
it hurts.
Yeah.
him. I kind of love it though.
Yeah.
I think it works. It makes you guys two distinct characters.
I think one thing with my acting, I only just got this, but the way I have naturally done acting my whole life is like, I'm always just like, you know, how would I act in this scenario? Like, to try and be naturalistic, I'm like, someone's telling me this. What would my actual reaction be? And I like try to actively think of that while I'm acting. And then taking Glenn's class, I did not understand any of the
jargon.
not the jargon. Like I could get into it, but I was like, why are you in relation to someone else? Like why
But it's the
why
same
can't I
thing
just
that you're
be a
describing.
character type thing?
Yeah.
No, I get it now because now I'm like, oh, because one thing I always struggled with is I'm like, if I have to act out a scene where this is something that's never happened to me, I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
Getting into like relation to a character, it's like, okay, well I can,
I know how to react to
yeah,
my mom. Like
yeah. I don't know how to react to, I don't know, like a stranger coming up to me and tell me something weird. I don't know.
No, I think the Glenn's like that character relation stuff is really good as a director. Like it's a very good tool to have in your tool belt to be able
And as an actor, like
Try
I don't
it
think
like
I'm gonna
this.
100% go with Glenn's. I still have my acting style, but just to be able to like, I have no idea how to play the scene. I can get into relation to the character, and then now I have something to work with.
It's interesting.
really good.
Very
Looking
useful.
at what our class has rejected the most is what I find the most useful.
What is that?
Glenn and Ben.
Yeah, but they just have rejected it because it like challenges them. You know?
Yeah.
Like-
That is the most useful stuff by far.
oh, definitely. Yeah, I agree.
Ben for like cinematography and visual storytelling, Glenn for like acting, and
I
also
think most of
cinematography
the classes on
too.
board.
Well, now they're on
see-
board, but
I think most people are on board now.
I think a lot of people still, in hushed voices, hushed voices, very
Every-
loudly as soon as they get out of the classroom, like this is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Why
but
are we
that's
doing-
just
every
I don't know, maybe I'm
single
just I stopped
time
listening to them.
on Take Care of the
Fuck that.
Dog, where I would
It's a
try
lot
to
less
get
now.
like, okay, the emotional landscape, like let's get the emotional state going for this because I actually want this project to work. People would laugh at me and people would like be like, people would shrug their shoulders like, what the fuck, am I crazy? Like, I don't know.
For-
You know?
No, you're not. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot to say about that movie off air.
It's definitely like a lot to just throw at second years that didn't get enough experience in their first year, I think. But
and I think also like fourth years don't have the experience of Chill Glenn that we have now had,
Oh yeah,
and I think
Yeah.
that changes perspective a lot.
for sure. Yeah,
I've always been Glenn Pill from the
I have
beginning.
too, just not in the way he
It took me a
does it.
little while to like figure it out, but I
Definitely,
think once
yeah,
it like
not in
clicked, I
first
was like,
year.
oh, I
But,
get it now.
But throughout
Like,
second year, I was like, yeah, this
Yeah.
is useful.
Yeah.
It was just he's unhinged.
yeah,
But
exactly.
like I'm always paying attention to like how the teachers behave themselves, especially after my journals. And like with James, whenever I criticize him for like when he would have outbursts, it would be like a double down afterwards. And then with Glenn, whenever I'd criticize him, he would like it felt like he was making a genuine effort to be like, okay, yeah, I was going way too hard there. I need to calm down a little bit. Not like 100%. Like he was definitely a lot more chill this year
yeah.
compared to anything after any of my journals, but yeah.
It was a good like I feel like in classes like it was a good semester
Yeah.
kind of thing. Except for I always forgot about James's classes.
Yeah.
He had two because they were just nothing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very boring.
Yeah.
Very, very boring.
we had like 4 workshops.
Well, like I have to say, like the couple classes I did go to with James, it was like this is pretty interesting stuff. But then
was
with
harder
James,
to
he
care
also
about
wants
it.
you to like I don't think anyone in the class did the extra reading, and
I
he
did for
wants
the
you to do
first
that.
few weeks, then I was like, what am I doing? Like I don't need to do this.
See, I did that the first 2 weeks in my first year, and then I was like, yeah, this is it's like
Don't
so
need
much
this.
work, and like most of it doesn't come up again.
Yeah. There's no test.
Yeah. And some of it's like so specific too. It'll be like watch like how
Say
Star Wars
what you
was
will
Watch
about
made.
how
a
to make a
test.
DVD menu.
Yeah.
Say what you will about a test, but it definitely forces learning. a
Oh,
little
definitely,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Forces you to retain the information for a little bit.
At least a little bit. Like
Yeah.
I think it's easier for me for like Ben's class because I am like genuinely
Very
interested
interested,
in it.
yeah.
It makes it a lot easier to remember.
this
And so
last
like I think
quiz
a
was
lot of that stuff will stick with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like most, high school, college tests I've taken is kind of like in and out. Like I couldn't tell you anything that I learned in a lot of like I took a
Yeah.
psychology class at U of A. Could not tell you a single thing that I learned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a good semester though.
I miss our philosophy of fiction tests.
Yeah.
Those were the easiest tests in the world.
Those are so fun.
They were incredible.
was like, who
I love that class.
who said that? It's like a 4-question answer with just the names jumbled. And if you
Yeah.
know the name, you got it.
Yeah.
Those were fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Who made the allegory of the cave?
cave.
Was it Plato? Was it
Plato.
yeah, Play-Doh? Was it
Socrates.
Socrates?
Or Aristotle.
It was Play-Doh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate Play-Doh. That's why I
I
know.
love Plato.
I like the cave. It's Matrix build.
No, I hate the
There's
allegory.
Matrix Bay.
The allegory of the cave was so stupid to me. It was like,
It's quite pretentious coming
Yeah.
from Plato.
because like, just the idea of it is interesting. It's like you go out and then to have people like reject.
But his
reject
thing
you
is
for being
like
enlightened.
the philosopher is this guy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so above
I'm
everybody.
so enlightened and
Yeah.
everyone wants to kill me.
Yeah, it's a little cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I-
I like a lot of Plato stuff. Plato's also like fun to read to me. Like the way he writes, I really like.
Yeah.
Because he writes in like play format. He wanted to be a playwright.
Was Plato also the one we did where it was like the argument where he's in jail and he's going to be executed and
Yeah.
that was also Plato. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
just
liked
like
that one a lot more.
imagined what Socrates said before being executed.
Like
It's
it
"Oh,
is
that's what the people said. I'm gonna
it is
just do
still stupid. I just hate the idea of like writing every angle of an argument and you're like, this is why I win the argument.
But that's I do agree. But that's what Socrates would do allegedly, right? He would just like
Yeah.
He sounds like such an annoying person to be around. Like I understand why they would execute him. Like I get it. But like I don't know. I really like Plato's writing, and I think a lot of his ideas are fun. Like
Yeah, fun
like they're f-
ideas, bad
Yeah,
bad like
but he's the
execution, good writing.
But he's like the start of like modern philosophy. Like Plato was the building block of like everything. There's a reason it's pre-Socratic and post-Socratic. Like
I'm surprised I didn't get as what's his
He was
name?
muttering.
Who's the guy in the pot?
Nah, secret message for the viewers.
Diogenes. I'm surprised I wasn't very Diogenes building class. I kind of realized I was like Diogenes kind of wasn't that cool.
yeah,
like I like the sticking it to the man a little bit where he's like they're like arguing like what makes a man and they're like it's a featherless like
bipedal.
creature and he throws like a raw chicken. He's like, there's your man.
Yeah.
And then the whole class applauds.
People's minds are blown. No, I really like that class. I would,
Mhm.
if I could have, I would have taken another class with Brandon. I really liked it.
It was interesting with Brandon's class. My roommate is taking like a philosophy with another philosophy prof.
Yeah.
And the one we took is so surface level.
Yes.
So like all of the like
Well,
we would always talk about the red pill blue pill argument and I was always like I'm taking the blue pill.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
it does not matter either way. I'd rather just be comfortable. And everyone in the class is like, no, I want to know that I'm real. I
think
want
it's
to know
so
that I'm real.
silly. Yeah.
Apparently in like the other class where they go deeper into it, like everyone in the class is like, yeah, it does not matter either way. Just
But philosophy of fiction was like a 300 level class, wasn't it? Technically.
Your mom gave me a rash.
it was. I think that.
But it was basically an intro.
Yeah.
Like it felt very intro.
Yeah.
I miss taking philosophy.
Well, because you didn't need any prerequisites.
there was no
There's
prereqs.
two
Reqs.
like 30 level classes that don't need any prerequisites for philosophy.
Yeah.
The rest do. Yeah.
I love philosophy classes.
I think the
Me
other
as
one was
well.
the morality one was a level 3 that didn't require any.
Yeah.
That one's interesting.
I would take it.
just,
I got so deep into like Christian and like medieval philosophy when I was at the U of A. There was a moment where I was like, this is what my degree is gonna be. It's gonna like just have the most niche degree in the world.
Yeah.
It's like what would I do with that?
I
I
wouldn't-
know everything about these like 4 philosophers from medieval Europe.
They are
I'm
fun
a Thomas
classes to
Aquinas.
take.
Aquinas.
I can't
defender.
see. I can't see. Like my friend Drew is majoring in philosophy, and I can't see it. I can't see it. Like, what does this get you in life?
I
Like,
know that's the thing. It's
you can
you
argue with
you become
people.
a professor. Like that's
Yeah.
the only career path.
Also,
I
My-
can take philosophy.
My
classes
friend
all
that's
day.
a philosophy major, like he doesn't know any other languages, and I was like, he's gonna struggle, and he took like Latin, and I don't know if he passed.
Yeah.
I guess I'll find out pretty soon if he did.
I guess that's another thing you do as a philosopher. You translate other philosophers.
Um,
There are some modern philosophers. I don't know if they really make enough money to
there was this
get
one.
by as just a philosopher. I
There
think
was-
most of them are professors.
There's this really interesting thing I saw. There's this like Steam game that's just the trolley problem, and it brings you through like, I think it's like 200 trolley problems, and it has this kind of like overarching story. But do you know that clip of the kid playing the game, and the mom comes in and is like, "I can smell you shitting yourself.
No.
Go to the bathroom." And he's like, "No, yeah, what the hell?" Me and my friends like found his YouTube channel like years ago, and we were just watching like all of his videos. This guy is like, I think about our age now, and he's still just like living with his parent. Like I think he has something wrong with him.
Yeah.
But he played that game, and I was just like watching it and just judging his philosophy so hard on morality questions, and his entire thing boiled down to like, if more people are getting saved, I'm doing it. I don't care about any other ethical things. It's just more
It's just
people
more.
alive.
What's your answer to the trolley problem, Ethan? What do you do? You kill the people. You just kill everybody. You commit genocide like Paul Atreides. It goes both ways. It's fair. Equal.
Or like the drawing I did where the person's holding out an axe and like decapitating everyone on the other track.
No, what do you do, Ethan? You pull the lever.
No.
So you pull the lever, less
I
people,
know-
one
I know-
person
I know the
dies,
trolley
but you're now
problem.
responsible for that
I'd
death.
probably keep on my day, keep my music in, keep going.
You wouldn't pull the lever.
Not
You'd
my
let two people
business.
Hmm.
Like philosophically, I would
No,
like to
morally.
say I would do that. Morally, I'd like to say I'd do that.
You would pull the lever.
But just knowing myself, I'm like, I am not inserting myself in this
Yeah, exactly.
situation.
Mhm.
That's where I'm at as well.
Yeah.
There were some interesting ones where it got into like you have to make decisions for an AI model in the future for like if it's gonna like the company you're working for, you can add a subscription model so that people that are driving in your self-driving cars will be more likely to be protected by it. Do you want people that are paying to get more protection, or do you want it to focus on just what's the best option?
Like safest option.
Like safest option or
More money.
if
More
or,
money.
or more money.
Well, safest option.
Safest
that's an easy
option.
one.
But your company might fail.
Fuck that.
Then you might not have any driving cars.
I mean, it's easy to say now. that
Yeah, exactly. Right as you're put into the situation, it's
you
impossible
see
to
the
say.
money differences.
It's. I like to think that if
I would
it was
like to
actually
think
like a
that.
person's life, that I
Okay.
would be endangering. I
What
hope to
if-
never be in that kind of situation.
I hope to be in that situation every day of my life.
What if you're the
Saving
mayor?
and killing people.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of Batman.
You're the
Oh,
mayor of a
would
city
be-
with like 20 million
Wanted.
people in it. You're the mayor of a huge city, and
No,
there's a
thank you.
nuke coming.
Just a line.
There's a nuke that's coming to destroy your city. It's going to kill everyone. You can launch a nuke to a neighboring city, and the resulting explosion will divert the nuke and like make it not go off on yours. Do you nuke the other city that has a lower population?
I didn't read that book.
Fuck, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was one of the
Uh,
later ones.
Probably not.
Yeah,
There's no time to evacuate your city. I'm like right. In this.
Yeah, there's
You
no
can't-
time.
Like
It's-
everybody's gonna
It's
die.
coming in like
20 minutes.
it's gonna be like 2 hours till it gets there. You could maybe get some people out, but like most people are gonna die in
I
this.
would. Do I have money in this situation?
You have a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, you have
I'm the mayor, so I probably have money, right?
I don't think mayor. I don't think.
Let's
politi-
say I
you
have
don't- you
enough
have-
money to leave and start a new life elsewhere. I'd probably do that.
You're not gonna get out. You're right in the center of the city. It'll take you like 4 hours. To
You
get out of the
either
city.
kill or be killed.
I'd kill and then go start a new life somewhere else.
Just
And
forget
just
it.
have this mystical regret and guilt hanging over me all the time.
But you also saved 20 million people.
I'd be a fucking sick ass, like interesting person. Like, who is this person?
My aura would be unmatched.
What does that mean?
Aura? Like
That was-
vibes. Like
Yeah,
you walk past somebody and you're
exactly.
like, there's something going on with
I'd
that
be
person.
in like Guatemala or somewhere. And they'd be like, this guy.
You'd go to Guatemala. If you had to restart your life right now, where would you go?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one because
I'm probably
right off
going.
the bat, I'd want to go very exotic, very different. But then realistically, how?
I'm going Nordic country. I'm going like Sweden or maybe not Sweden. Like I don't know, Iceland.
Iceland?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd probably go Australia.
That could be sick, but I don't know that I.
Australia feels too same.
It
to me.
does, but just big les build. Just fucking living in the.
See, I don't know if I
Would
would.
call people cunt.
I don't know if I'd like
No.
Australia that much.
Yeah, maybe New Zealand. New Zealand.
Yeah,
would
New
hit
Zealand
small
would be
island.
I
chill.
would definitely
Yeah.
hit New Zealand, but.
And
yeah.
you'd just be this guy who goes around and you're very nice, you're very polite, but people can tell you have blood on your hands. Be a good vibe.
Yeah.
Never settle down because it's like I have too much guilt and regret.
I'd go to Iran and I'd fix it.
Go to Israel. And
I'd go to
fix it.
Israel and I'd say, guys,
Gabriel,
chill out.
Avengers meetup time. Let's
Yeah,
fix this
exactly.
shit.
Where's the Benji's Hour director?
Where is he? Just show pictures of Benji's Hour and everyone's like,
Oh, Lisa Nagaib.
Gabriel Kahane is the fucking Muad'Dib over
Muad'Dib.
there for fucking Israel or like Palestine.
Both. Yeah, he's the united force.
That's fucking bad. That's fucking bad. I love it.
I might hit China. I might just social credit score.
Be cool to go to a Asian country.
Yeah,
because
I'd love to go to an Asian country before I die.
Like who was
It's
that
bucket list item.
YouTuber that
India would be cool.
who's that YouTuber that like moved to China and like became a superstar in China playing the dumb white guy. He does like concerts and stuff because he would do these like singing videos. Like he used to do a bunch of parodies.
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
think I know who you're talking. I
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
And then there was like a video of like his parents like crying on a call, like we're scared, like come back, and he's like, I love it here in China, and then like talking in Chinese, like
I love those videos of it's like white tourist and so and he like speaks with
Yeah.
a perfect accent because he like grew up actually in those
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
Those
Those
videos
are
are so
funny.
much fun because like all the older people will always like their reactions are priceless. They like look dumbfounded.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, man. And then like it becomes such a like cute like human moment where everyone like is instantly like boys.
Yeah.
It's so cute, man. Humans are so cute like that.
I don't think I'd want to go to India to restart my life. That seems difficult.
Oh, I thought we were talking about bucket list, just
Oh.
going places.
I'd like to visit India.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be cool.
Would
Yeah.
you hit those like just street foods where they just shovel it into your
I have
mouth?
a pretty like sensitive stomach as it is,
I'd hit it.
and especially with like heat, I'm already like
no like
terrible.
just
I'm
a
good with
dessert,
it.
No, not
a
not
dessert,
like, not
but
like
the person
heat.
is like
I mean like temperature, like
oh yeah,
like
yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah.
Like
I'm
cool
See,
in a
that's
weird
that's
way.
my
I
biggest
need
worry about India. Is
cool
that it's
weather.
just
What
gonna
it-
be like
Oh,
just crazy humid and
yeah, I can't stand humid weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Visit though. Visit would be cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, they have so much cool architecture.
Oh my
Just
god, yeah.
Have you guys ever seen
so
that
much
like?
history.
Have you guys ever seen that? I think he's Scottish. He just goes to like India and like
Ewan
around like
McGregor.
southern Asia and like Middle East and stuff. He just goes to like all these places, and he'll know like one word in the language of the country, but he'll be like, "No, sir, I don't want that." Like he's like Irish or Scottish or something, and he's like.
I know you.
I don't know. It's weird. He feels like a bit of a white. He feels like a white monster in it. Like usually the videos are him like just avoiding a scam where someone's like really trying to get him to buy something, and he's like, "I told you I don't want it."
Yeah.
Would you ever try and climb Mount Everest?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that it's really worth it.
I could see getting bored enough at one point in my life from like
Being able to say you climbed Mount Everest though is like
I could
Just
see
Mount
out-
Everest.
it's the
It's just fucking Mount
it's
Everest.
Mount
Get a
it's
load
the
of
Mount
this guy.
Everest of mountains.
I
Yeah,
could
but
see
you gotta
myself
walk- past all these.
Are you
dead
telling me you
people,
could
and
see
gotta-
yourself hit a mad existential crisis where you're like, I have to climb Mount Everest? Because I could for sure see that
No.
happening. With
I
me.
just have
You?
no
No,
desire-
there's
like-
no way. I would not.
Yeah, I could for sure.
I could see myself doing like Kilimanjaro. Or
I could for sure being like hitting 30.
not
and
Mount
I
like,
just don't
Everest.
think
No, no, no,
Mount
boys,
Everest
boys,
is
here's
that
the ex-
scenic.
eh,
Like,
here's the
I don't
ex-
think it's. I
Here's
agree.
the
I don't know if
exact
it's super
fucking
scenic,
situation.
but
I
just-
turned 30. I call Keegan. I'm like, I'm fucking depressed.
Keegan's already there.
I'm fucking
Keegan's a
depressed.
Sherpa.
at the
We
top.
we talk for 5 minutes.
Keegan's hanging.
No, we
He's
talked
like-
for 5 minutes, and we'd be climbing that shit in 6 months, bro. And it would hit.
Yeah,
And
he's
we'd
at the
die.
top
could see you
without
guys
his
doing that.
respirator, and he's like,
Hanging off, and waiting for you to save him.
I didn't know Everest. I could not through a overwhelming sense of need, through an overwhelming sense of impending boredom.
I
And
remember as a kid
Crazy.
watching that episode of Family Guy where they climb Mount Everest and being like, "Well, if they can do it, I can do it."
that's a cartoon, Sam.
And
I'm
I
just
realized
thinking of
that
the
later
one
in life.
scene.
The
one-
how hard could it be?
Hit me.
I'm just thinking of that one scene from Family Guy where they're like, "This is the last thing we want to do," and then it just cuts to them walking in like covered in like a bunch of stuff, like climbing gear and like parachutes and stuff, and they're like, "Well, we've done everything."
What about skydiving?
Oh yeah, that's something I want to hit.
That
Some-
would be-
Um,
I
I want to hit it so bad, but it's
I wanna hit it like-
it's so yes.
yeah.
I have a really big thing with heights, but like
I don't.
if
I don't
would
have a
love to
thing
hit
with
that.
heights,
No,
but I
have
just-
a terrible thing with heights.
I have a
but
thing with
I would love to
falling.
do skydiving.
I would see myself hitting that like within a few years. I want to hit that shit. Hype
That'd
house.
be really fun.
I would trip.
it's not even heights for me. Like I have no problem with heights. It's just the
I'm
falling.
so bad with heights.
Really?
I get like mad vertigo. Like
Do you know-
just
That white monster.
can't do it.
Bryden.
I've heard of them.
He was always so stoic, never showed any emotion. But when it came to heights, he became like literally like a child. Like when
Yeah,
we were
man,
climbing Mount Coliseum, he was like looking down the entire time, like at his feet. Couldn't look up.
Hmm.
He was like grabbing people and shit and just fucking being scared. It was such a interesting contrast to how
See,
that white monster carried himself.
I've
Yeah,
had
like-
vertigo
Yeah,
like
white monster.
I've
he's
had
a white
vertigo
monster.
from heights like twice. And one of those times was like going up the glass elevator in the CN Tower. But that's also because it like curves, so like it
Mhm.
warps your perspective as you're going up.
That's
it looks
cool.
like it's like
Is the CN Tower the one in Toronto or in
Toronto.
Calgary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's cool because like the sides are curved, but going up the elevator, it's like looking straight down. You're seeing the side. It's like
Oh,
the
yeah,
side of it
that
is
would be
right
disorienting.
below you. It's really weird.
I'm okay with heights like in any kind of like enclosed space, or even if there's like a railing, it's fine. But when it's just like a cliff,
A little freaky.
I'm like fuck, I
But,
could die at
no.
any moment.
Not a big mountain climber then.
No, not at all.
It's weird. I was just somewhere high up, like
I like
fairly
like,
recently.
rope climbing. Like, that's fun.
I was just thinking of like the Call of the Void, and I was like, I haven't experienced that in years. But I feel like if I was on a huge cliff with no railing or anything, I might have to hit a quick jump,
You ever been on the edge of a train track?
like just in like a
Every
subway
time.
type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
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 it's not
just
that.
there.
I mean, I'm fantasizing
train.
about like if I fell in here, how is like what's the quickest way I'm getting up? But I can jump really high, so I think it would take me like maybe 5 seconds to get out if I fell in.
What if a vortex or a sinkhole opened up right there where that Arizona jug is? Would you jump?
What if a
Can't even
black
see
hole
the bottom.
appeared right there?
Nah, not a black hole, but a sinkhole.
A portal.
A sinkhole. You jumping in?
Like it's just going through
No.
the floor, like all floors of the house.
You like can't even see the bottom, but it's like
No, why would I jump in?
hmm,
Would
Adventure.
you jump in?
maybe.
Just suffocate. That's what it seems like would happen.
Or I'd have the fucking time of my life.
Yeah, what would happen if you fell in a sinkhole? Like, would you get buried?
Suffocate.
Just
Yeah.
fucking
Get buried and suffocate.
throw beers down. Throw some beers down.
Yeah,
Toss,
what
toss
if-
a Diet Mountain Dew?
I'll be okay.
What if you're like really far into your careers as filmmakers and you're at this huge party with like a bunch of Hollywood stars, and then
Weinstein's there.
yeah,
Kavanaugh's there.
yeah,
Ooh.
and
You
then
know what James was saying the other day?
the rapture happens.
He was saying that Graham like has really high like career potential. That he could even see him being like the Weinstein of Alberta.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
This was
The
the bit that me and
Weinstein
Ethan
of
came up
Alberta.
with.
I thought it was a sick compliment because Weinstein, like, he produced all the Tarantinos. He produced
Oh,
like a shit ton of stuff.
There's like
Mhm,
almost
mhm.
no American independent
Yeah.
cinema without the Weinsteins.
So like,
We had this bit a while
not-
ago where I
no
was
American
like,
independent cinema in like the 80s and 90s.
who do I aspire to be in the film industry? And I think I jokingly said Weinstein.
Yeah, other than the
just for the fucking
The rape.
sick fucking
he's a cool guy.
He's Joe.
Just
He's
if
Joe.
dude, if you could separate art from artist for a moment,
You could just rape for rapist for a moment.
dude, come on. You don't have to bring up all that allegation
Keep it in.
stuff. There's no editing.
Edit it.
It's such a shame all these stars committing suicide now. Like, did you hear about that Jeffrey Epstein? It's such
The
a
New
shame.
York financier.
It's such a
So sad. They have so much. and
So much
still-
potential.
That's such a cute story. I love that story.
That story kills, man. I've told that story like at work so many times. Every time, everyone online goes. It's great. For the record, that's my dad learning about Jeffrey Epstein's suicide.
That story's so funny.
Did I ever tell you that he is fucking
Jeffrey?
the most locked out on Jeffrey Epstein's lore and context, but so locked in on P. Diddy?
Yeah, you did.
So locked in on P. Diddy, man.
How did he miss
I've-
Epstein? Like,
I've never seen him so like animated. He was telling me about these P. Diddy bits they do at work because the one guy they called J. Diddy. Like, and he was like a little boy just dancing around. Man. Pretty fucking adorable.
that's funny.
But he's locked in with P. Diddy lore, which is, for some reason, it feels like it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
But
Was he a big P. Diddy fan beforehand?
might have been. Ever tell you about my dad's ninja hoodie?
No.
Came
Ninja,
home one
ninja,
time.
ninja, like the streamer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with like
Really?
He
a
told me
ninja
this.
hoodie. And me and my brother like instantly fucking like die laughing, but we won't tell him for a little bit. He's like, please just tell me. Like I had like these little kids coming up to me in the store and like try to talk to me and shit. Like just the idea of like my fucking middle-aged father, who is the most blue-collar working man, you could possibly imagine.
Michiru Yamaka.
Oh shit!
Just rocking a ninja hoodie and having like little zoomers coming up to him and try to talk to him about ninja.
Like
Jewish Graham.
who's that grifter? Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. That's who I get to play you in my Synecdoche, New York. Ben
I'm
Shapiro.
I'm Ben Shapiro to Ben in class.
Debate me.
Actually, the first use of CGI was in
Vertigo.
1956's Vertigo. Was it 56?
Actually, it's around there.
58, actually, I think.
Not like Ben would know.
Yeah. And then he was saying like Tron or something was the first, but no, it was Future World.
The Westworld sequel.
It was the first first actual computer generated CGI in a film.
Do you guys think the new Tron movie will be good?
I don't know. I've seen bits of the first Tron. I
Nine
saw
Inch
Tron
Nails is doing
Legacy.
the score. Kind of gets me excited.
Okay. I didn't hate Tron Legacy.
I like Tron Legacy,
Yeah.
but I am super nostalgia built for Tron Legacy.
Yeah, I watched that when I was like a kid. I had no reference of movies.
Oh, I
so-
hadn't seen the first Tron.
Yeah.
I remember
hadn't
I was super excited because I went with my dad on Boxing Day, and I think he just wanted to like be out of the house, so we went to see Yogi Bear and Tron Legacy, and I was super hyped.
It's weird to me how big Tron is, because like for the time, Tron did not look good.
Yeah. I was just trying not to embarrass you, but there's a little bit of Lego from your plane down there.
Yeah, dude, that's your fault.
Is it?
No, probably not.
Yeah, like Tron was an ugly movie even at the time.
Oh God, yeah. Fucking Ethan just undid his microphone. Ethan's locked out.
That's okay.
I'm Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Would you go into the Tron world?
Yeah, definitely.
You have a good chance that you're gonna die.
Am I going into the Tron 80s world or am I going into the Legacy world?
I don't remember what the Legacy world looked like.
It looked really cool.
You're in the 80s world.
Uh,
I played a Tron video game once.
Which
Like
one? The light racer
rig-
game?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maybe.
White cycles on
Yeah.
Flash game.
It's
No,
basically what
no,
Snake.io
no.
is.
Yeah.
Slither.io.
Slither.io.
I remember
Dude.
hitting that. There was a
I
server
got a
that had a
score of
Minecraft.
9,178 the other day. Number
I made the
6.
leaderboard the other day.
You hit it a lot?
I don't hit it a lot, but like
Been hitting it a lot.
every now and then
lately.
I'll go back to like Agario and Slither.io.
Deep.io.
Agario fucking sucks now.
I
Though.
hate Agario. I've always hated Agario. I played it like once when it came out, and then I remember they added the update where you could like shoot out like pellets to feed other people. And I was like, immediately the metas got so crazy in it, and I was like, who's playing this competitively?
Lots of people still.
Yeah, I was like, why?
I love
This is
Slither.io,
like such a
man.
like waste of time to play Agario.
Slither.io just shows how barbaric we are.
Slither.io is like a
Slither.io.
lot better than
We're
Agario.
animals.
I agree.
Yeah.
We're animals.
Who is-
Why? What? Expand on that thesis. Why does Slither.io exemplify this in humanity?
Have you played a match?
I have.
There you go. Open
Okay.
your eyes, man.
It's all just robots though. This like dead.
It does
internet
feel
theory.
like it's all
Yeah,
robots.
it's mostly
Slither.io
It's
is,
mostly
I think,
robots.
gotten much easier.
It's still tough, man, because when you go in the center, that's where I like to play. That's where the big dogs come out to play. That's where even the little dogs come out to play. And it
But
got,
the strategy for Slither is like it's pretty nice, easy strategy. You just follow around a big guy and then
yeah,
you
you're a
pick up all their
scavenger.
scraps.
But it's so laggy that it's tricky going in there because it gets laggy quick because
I find it's
a
better on,
feeding
like,
frenzy.
Other browsers than Chrome. Like every other browser works better.
We got to
for me.
reinstall a new browser on your computer.
Get Opera GX.
What's that?
It's that like gamer browser that
Yeah.
everyone advertises.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I was on a bunch of shady sites trying to look at some shady downloads for some video games, and every pop-up ad was for Opera GX. I was like,
Huh.
is Opera GX like paying these shady sites to be like force people that are trying to pirate games
Have
to
you used
download?
Opera GX?
No.
I used it for a little bit and I had a really hard time like figuring out the tab system
Yeah.
because it like keeps everything that you open like every time you click a link it like is a new tab, but it's weird to like move around in Opera.
Yeah.
I couldn't get used to it.
I think if you started on Opera, it could be really sick. And
Yeah.
I've thought about it, but ultimately I'm like, it's just
What's your browser
throwing.
of choice?
I use just Chrome.
Even though people say Chrome sucks now.
Yeah, Chrome does
Which one
suck.
do I
It's
use?
awful.
That's
but-
ridiculous.
Do you use Edge?
Yeah, I think so.
You
I've
use
heard that
Edge?
Edge is getting better.
No,
I
it
still don't like
sucks.
Edge.
I don't like Edge either,
Yeah.
It
but
sucks, man. I just don't know how to change it.
because Edge's default is Bing, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is funny.
Looks weird. Like I like on Google. It's just a nice, simple Google search page.
Not anymore. It's got the like AI thing at the top.
Cause on whatever I have, it's
Google?
like just
Google, yeah.
it's just this stupidly obnoxious wall of ads, and
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate my cluttered
hate
main page for a search engine. DuckDuckGo is a decent one.
and
My dad
on
used
Google
that a lot.
Chrome. I use Google Drive so much to just have like 2 clicks. on
Google
there.
Drive is great. Yeah, I really like Google
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah. Tor is really good. I'm
I've never heard of
joking.
Tor.
That's the dark web
I feel like
or the deep web
oh, okay.
browsing one.
My mom used Firefox for a long time.
I used to
That-
I used to hit Firefox.
Yeah,
That was what they had on the
For
school
years.
computers growing up. So a little nostalgic.
yeah. Rip Internet Explorer.
Oh, yeah.
DuckDuckGo is a
Yeah.
pretty good one though. It's basically just Google with no spyware or no like cookie tracking.
Who
or
cares
anything.
about spyware?
I
Yeah,
don't,
I mean,
which
I
is why I
don't
use
care
Google
either.
Chrome.
Yeah.
But
What is spyware?
it's not spyware, but it's like I guess it's cookies are usually just used for spyware.
Yeah. But it's also like ultimately it's just getting like personalized ads is kind of
Yeah.
the thing. Is
kinda
like
sick.
I kind of want personalized ads.
apparently,
I want
That's
get
sheep-brained.
apparently Audacity is like
I don't
full
know.
of spyware
That's
now.
what
I
I've heard.
kid. I kid.
Like
but Audacity's still free.
it was always open source, and then someone
Made me
bought it.
install
and
that shit.
it's
Everyone
spyware now.
needs Audacity. That's what I used to edit the
Audacity's
podcast
really
for a
good.
really long time.
It's honestly just worth it for the spyware. Like,
Yeah.
What do you hit now?
I just edit on DaVinci now.
Fuck yeah. So DaVinci pilled.
Yeah.
yeah.
You, can do a
You know how to
project
do the
without
audio
video,
stuff.
Or I guess you have the picture in there.
But you can. Dude,
Just audio?
you could.
The more you know.
I
You could
remember
export audio only on DaVinci.
DaVinci.
I remember watching a
In fact, I do
video.
for the Spotify feed.
There's a video where someone was trying out like unconventional methods of making music. So like normally the software uses like a DAW, and I don't know what that stands for, but one of the ones they
Direct
hit
Access
was,
Workplace.
is it?
I have no idea.
No,
But it sounds right.
it sounds plausible, but it's like for music production, I don't know. Anyway, they hit Audacity for one of them, and Audacity has tools in it that you can like generate music from it, but it's so clunky and has such a terrible interface that it's like impossible to, make
my
anything
God, I
that
was
really sounds
Incredibly close. Digital Audio Workstation.
good. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So semester 2, what are your guys' goals for next semester?
Crash out
Crash
at
out
least
more.
twice a week.
More anxiety-driven crash outs.
Mm-hmm.
Just more
Just
feel
shut
bad.
down.
It's more feel bad across the board.
Feel bad.
This semester went too well across
Feel
the
bad,
board.
work
Mhm.
bad, do bad.
I'm gonna only take projects that, like, looking at the script and the crew, I'm like, this will crash me out.
Yeah.
That's kind of my goal.
This will spin me out.
This will
bad.
make me go insane.
This will make me like question my career in this industry.
This will make me question just any career ever.
Yeah. This will make me question if like tomorrow's even worth it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like-
What if like everyone in our class watches the first like 30 minutes of this and is like, we just get blacklisted from everything?
It's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah,
We
it's
can make
fine.
our own stuff.
I don't think
I don't
anyone
think-
listens to this.
I don't think anyone listens. I think Keegan listens. That's it. And
And what have we even said that would blacklist us?
You know what we said.
what do we say? We're so deep, nobody's gonna get this far.
Yeah.
We said it right at the
Now
start.
it's- now
All
we're
the
both
bad
proof.
stuff was right.
It's
at the
true. We
start.
did. Well, at least I went pretty hard at the start.
On
I don't really care about
I remember
some
there
people
were
getting
names being listed. What were the names being listed for? again?
Aiden. I'd be okay getting.
There was one
blacklisted
name
by
I
Aiden.
almost
Oh my
mentioned.
God.
a
I
couple
literally
times,
couldn't
but-
imagine working with him. Like,
Y'all are going crazy.
I know you won't say that, but like, I could not imagine working with him as a director. I think I would go insane.
I'm gonna be acting in.
Are you?
Yeah.
Maybe
the-
acting wouldn't be as bad, but I
I'm
think
the
being
monster.
crew.
Hopefully, he makes me go naked because that would be cool. I'm joking. I don't know if I could do
I think
that.
Aiden's even making cool stuff. Like, I do like a lot of his output now.
Apparently, Levi
I
agreed
just-
to be naked for autophobia.
See, like these kind of things is like why
This
I
doesn't get you
couldn't
hyped?
imagine working with. No, that makes me. I don't know. I don't think that like getting naked is necessarily like a bad thing in film or whatever.
Yeah.
But for
I wouldn't want
Aiden's
to do it for Aiden.
purposes.
Yeah.
Would you get naked for my film?
Would I get naked for your film if I was acting in it?
Yeah.
If you wrote a really good part, yeah.
She critters, you heard it here first.
Can we give you like the prosthetic
Micro dick.
dick
Tiny?
yeah, micro dick from The Curse?
Yeah.
What if we give you a prosthetic
Especially if it's a prosthetic. Whatever.
prosthetic macro dick?
Sure.
Like it's
Prosthetic.
like
Disappoint every woman
prosthetic.
afterwards.
Vagina.
Yeah, I think if you could justify it in a script, I would do it.
We gotta go.
What's
we gotta
that?
Go right.
What's that slasher horror movie where the
Teeth?
girl? No, it's like the Camp
Winnie the Pooh,
Sleepaway.
Blood and Honey.
Camp Sleepaway. Or Sleepaway Camp or whatever. That one has like a
Teeth?
ending where the
You seen Teeth?
the girl ends up actually being
I've seen Guts.
Me too.
there was like these two twins and one of them died, and throughout the whole thing you're like, oh, it's the brother that died, and then right at the end like the sister that's been hunting and killing everyone turns out to actually have been the brother who survived, but they wanted the sister to survive, so they
It
turned
sounds like a movie I wouldn't get naked for.
yeah.
What if I
I
wrote
think that one's like
autophobia?
literally a kid with a prosthetic dick in that one.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Weird.
Getting weird.
Yeah. No,
Alden
that's
Wild.
your challenge now.
That was
That is my challenge. My
what is it?
Rewrites.
Yeah.
Dead Meat loves that movie.
I'm not a good actor that you wouldn't want me to
I
act
think
in.
you're a good. What have you acted in?
Nothing.
You're the only
The
one in
Crow.
the program. Yeah, the Crow.
The Crow. I do try and I don't like acting. I feel like, and I like, this is something that's just me, where I feel like I'm just like sitting around as an actor, like I need to be contributing more. I don't feel that way towards actors at all. Like I don't.
But on the DL.
No, I truly don't. Like,
But on the-
I
No,
don't.
I don't.
I'm not.
I-
Well, we're
not
so
on the
deep
DL.
in this.
I'm
Just-
kind of the
no,
opposite.
I'm not even kidding.
I'm kind
I
of
know,
the
me
opposite,
too.
like
Me
where
too.
I'm controlling, or like where I'm in like a directorial role, and I'm like, oh, look at these actors just doing nothing.
Yeah, I do.
And then when I am an actor, I'm like, I need to stop myself because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking lock out if I keep helping people. I gotta get into
has
character.
always helped me lock in.
Yeah,
But I have
that's why I
also
like doing
not-
camera because like I always do feel like I'm doing something.
That's why I like. I
It's not gonna
don't
reach.
like. It's a fine. You can leave it over there. I don't like having to do all the leadership stuff, but shit, it makes you lock in.
Oh yeah.
It makes you lock in. Like shit time shoot. That's like my most locked in shoot ever.
Yeah.
Locked in, boy.
There's been like
We knew
no.
what you wanted. We had to move fast, and we got through it. We moved fast.
No one ever
Finished early.
has. No one ever has a gamer on
We
their
finished
set,
sometime, didn't
and I always have to take over
Finished like
that
half an
role.
hour early. It was just takedown took a little longer. Took us to 11.
Yeah. That was a good shoot.
Yeah, no one has.
Ethan's
No one has.
squinting his eyes at me.
No one has gamers on set, so I usually have to take over that role, and I have to like hit some Plants vs Zombies 2 or like some Necromerger on set. Yeah.
Sponsored.
There's always a couple gamers on set. That's why I like to get Nick on set.
Nick was just grinding like the whole shoot. Third day for Take Care of the Dog. Like even when we were outside, no gloves on, I'd look over. Nick was playing a game on his phone. I went over. It was Lego Star Wars. And it was
Hell
kind of
yeah.
fucking sick as hell.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, Nick, you're so committed to this. You're like keeping your bare fingers out in this cold. Like it was the coldest day by far.
Yeah.
Like I fucking respect that, man.
Oh, me too.
For
Nick's
Lego
been
Star
locked
Wars,
in.
yeah.
Nick
Like,
has been locked in.
I've asked him like, can we get Slate? He's like on it. Like he can be a little sassy sometimes, but it's like, okay, do
he
your
does it.
thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing, baby girl.
Yeah.
He does it.
That's what I'm saying.
Most improved.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say.
Mate, tentatively.
No, for me, he's like I put him as a role on yeah.
I think that's valid.
I threw him as tentative crew because him on Fox mode was like a light.
A light in the dark.
Yeah. That's a fucking pro.
I was in the dark.
But yeah, he the roles that Nick puts himself in, like I think he's very good at.
Yeah. God bless him.
God bless him. Everyone.
God bless
Who
him.
the fuck
And he
is
doesn't
calling
just
me?
complain the whole time.
Probably Matt.
He does complain, but not like he complains a reasonable amount.
Hello.
He's driving.
Hello.
Yo,
What's up?
you doing anything?
You're on the Critter Pit podcast.
You're on the Critter Pit podcast.
Well, okay, so I'm taking a drive to hell on earth. If I wind up in the ditch or something, that's where I'm going.
All right, call me if anything happens.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
You guys want to hang out after?
Sure.
Maybe, yeah. I do need to get a bunch of shit done, but yeah, we can hang.
Yeah, well, after you're done, just let me know. All right, see ya.
See ya. Okay.
What were
I
you
just
gonna say?
I just
You
want
can
him
say
to
we're so
let
deep.
I just want him to
It's
let
not
me
an after
kn-
dark.
I just want him to let me
I'll
know
bleep
if he goes in the ditch, but I'm not actually gonna go help him.
Yeah,
I
just for the content.
yeah. I can tell everyone.
Matt goes live on the ditch on the Critter Pit podcast. That's the TikTok highlight.
It's like, dude, my car's fucked. I can't get out.
Oh, we're on our way, Matt. We're on our way.
We're on our way. Another 3 hours of podcast.
Guys, I'm fucking freezing to death out here. I'm losing.
Guys, please.
Yeah,
Also,
man, we're
my phone's
almost
about to
there.
die.
We just passed Alex. We're almost there, man.
We're almost by Jake's house.
Yeah,
We're almost there.
we're almost there.
As a visual
We got
bit.
it. We'd have to stop for pizza first or something, though.
Yeah.
We'd have to get some CP. Oh,
You're making me want
Popeyes.
CP right now. Popeyes? Have I had Popeyes? No.
Don't change the subject.
Have you never had Popeyes and
Never had Popeyes.
hung out with Jake?
That's not fucking
That's
possible.
not
bro.
real.
Literally.
That's impossible.
Jake, I don't even. I've never seen Jake have. Maybe I've seen like
I
I've
guess that was
shown up.
first year, Jake.
That was first year.
I've shown
first
up
year
and
we
you
were
guys have had
mean.
Popeyes,
That was
but I've never had.
I got a large fries from Popeyes the other day, and I was like, "How was I like crushing these?"
I don't know if I
Like
ever
Jake-
hit the large. Like
I
I'd
hit
always
the-
be
I
like,
would-
I'm gonna be health conscious. I'm just get the regular fry.
But because I would hit the large, I wouldn't do like the full Jake order, but I hit a large fry.
What's the Jake order?
He'd get 2 sandwiches, large drink, large fry.
No, that was
I have no
smart 'cause
context.
those
That
nights,
lasts you the night. But
Those nights, like you smoke a
Wait,
little first.
have
get
I
the
been to-
munchies going?
No, I
me
have been
finish,
to
bro.
Popeyes. I have been to Popeyes. They have the like blackened chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there
'Cause
twice.
it's like you'd smoke a little to start. You eat your burger. You satiate yourself on your fries.
Yep.
First movie ends. That second movie starts. You're halfway through it. You see Jake crushing that second burger. And you're
yeah,
like,
and you're like, fuck.
fuck, that would hit because you're like a lot higher at that point.
Yeah, and it would really hit.
Like that would fuck it. You're just.
That's when you
you're,
call people for chips.
You're like sitting back there just seething.
Mhm.
And he has that big drink too. It's like, fuck, that would hit right
I always chug drinks. It doesn't
Oh,
matter how
yeah,
big
you-
they are.
Okay,
your
no, you don't.
your Dr Pepper's in my truck. You gotta grab that.
What?
You
What
left.
Dr. Pepper?
Remember when we went to Harvey's like a little over a week ago?
That was yours, I think.
Nope.
Sure.
No.
I'm sure I grabbed
Nope.
mine.
No,
You absolutely
Ethan
did
grabbed
not.
his. There's two
There's two in the back seat. We were in
two
the back
cups
seat.
that are still in
didn't
my
get
room that
anything.
we haven't thrown out, and yours is still in the back seat.
We made note like, oh, Sam left his Dr Pepper. Don't look all conspiratorial.
You 100.
It's a
It's like
plot
full.
against me.
It's full. I put the
Sam, it's,
straw
like,
up so it
not
wouldn't.
Possible that
It might be frozen, but
You're lying.
no, I swear to God, we can walk to my truck.
I don't want it.
Shaking with anger.
I give it to Ethan.
No, I give
Okay,
It to Sam.
I'll drink it.
I give it to Graham.
I'll drink it.
I give it to me.
Go on, 100.
Oh my God.
Good semester, though. Good
Yeah.
semester.
No, good. Mixed semester.
Mixed semester.
Bad.
I am proud
bad
of my
mental
progress.
health.
Yeah, bad like time period. Good semester.
Had time to be alive.
Yeah.
I'm proud of my progress. I'm disappointed in myself.
You shouldn't be disappointed.
Love
in yourself.
myself,
I'm disappointed
my
that you're
work.
disappointed in yourself.
but we're chilling.
Next semester.
You're disappointed that I'm disappointed. in myself.
Did I ever tell you guys about my ad I wanted to do for like Mothers Against Drunk Driving, where it's like it's like the kid's like drunk driving, they end up in an accident, like all their friends die and stuff, and the parents come pick them up and they're like,
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
That'd be heat.
You gotta make that. that should be what your project is if it gets chosen.
Just change it.
Just change it to this weird ad.
Not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Disappointed.
I thought of that in like grade 8, and it's just been on my mind ever since.
That's a good one.
Good semester.
A lot has happened.
Critter Pit fell off though.
Barely. We only missed 2 weeks of the entire semester.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
That doesn't feel real.
I think it's close to that.
because our last pit was
I mean, you guys
Arby's.
weren't.
Yeah, but we missed a week in between Arby's.
Yeah.
So
But that was
combined
the first week that we missed, and then
3
we missed.
weeks. We've missed then, eh?
I'll check. I'm pretty sure it's 2 or 3.
There's
yeah.
no, because
It's not that many.
We shot Video Doom last week and the week before we got it, so that'd be 2 weeks missed right there, and we missed a week in between Arby's and the last ep. So I think 3 weeks in total we missed.
It's not bad.
Not bad, but fuck man, we were good for 7 months and we lost that.
It's a pretty big,
That's a good streak.
pretty hectic semester. Good semester, but hectic.
I'm proud of you, Graham.
Why? I potentially have failed my animation history.
You keep saying that, but every time it seems like you're doing good in it.
No, like, I just got locked out of like 20% on Friday. Because I didn't lock in on Friday and get stuff in. So I just missed out on like 20% of my grade.
I think I'm proud of you because you got through it and you made some really cool films.
We only missed 2
in
weeks.
animation history?
No, you got through the semester and you made some
Mm.
really cool films.
We only missed 2 weeks.
Like I really. How is
Yeah.
that possible?
We just missed because we did all these like mini apps.
Yeah.
We missed the week after Critter Pit vs. Mudhole, and then we had this one, and then last week.
Only 8 views. Guys, my mental health's worth a lot more than that. I'm
Okay.
proud of you too, Sam.
I gotta ask.
Why?
I know that
You
we
just nailed
had.
good cinematography.
Thank you.
I know that we had the Dubby ep, and in that we talked about.
I found the W app.
You found it?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
Drop it.
Now so
we
in that
probably
we
could.
talked about a particular movie, and I wanted to ask Sam, are you Godzilla pilled? Are you a big
Oh.
Godzilla fan?
I need my phone.
I've been trying to hit this for like the last 2 hours.
No. I like some Godzilla.
hated
movies.
minus
Have you seen is it
Godzilla
Shin,
X Kong? I
Shin
have.
Godzilla?
No.
Does look sick.
I've been gooning on that. Just like the past week, I've been.
That's
Did
a
you watch
movie
it
I
or just
want to
Google it?
I haven't
watch.
watched it. I've just been watching all the clips. I'm
Graham,
like,
I
this
can't
is so
lie. That's a
freaky.
movie like I really want to watch, but the more you talk about it, the less likely I am to ever watch it.
Why?
Because it's just incessant.
I just keep going. It's so freaky. I love it.
It's incessant.
Should watch it.
You should watch it.
I would
over
love
the
to
break.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
showed me like spoilers from it.
Yeah, I
Every
showed you like
scene.
literally the ending scene, but it's like it's pretty haunting.
Makes me not want
Pretty
to watch
haunting.
it because I don't know.
It's
What,
like-
what
it's-
Godzilla? What spoilers could there be in a Godzilla
But
film?
it's like that.
It's just it's
experience of
literally like the
watching it.
credit shot, which is
Okay.
like
I'm
is
very
spoilers.
I'm very like it's less about the exposition and the plot. Like that's obviously the biggest spoiler, but the vibes of seeing a film for the first time and getting hit with a moment.
You'd probably goon on it. It's the director of like the creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion that made
the show I've been watching.
Shin Godzilla. Apparently
Is there a
very
big
similar
mech? Is
themes.
there a big mech?
Big no.
There's no angels.
It's like
I'm out.
it's if you mixed Godzilla with body horror.
Oh really? I always heard that Shin Godzilla was like the
Bureaucratic one.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it is, but the Godzilla moments, it's like you have like
It looks really
body horror Godzilla. Very sick. Where he's just fucking like
No more spoilers.
he's just like fucking mutating and shit and is in extreme pain and like puking up blood and gore everywhere. Shit's cool. There was a
watch it.
deleted scene. This isn't spoilers.
you can
'cause
tell
it's
me
a
about deleted scenes. That's
Um,
kosher.
It's like after he like pukes, there's a bunch of like workers in this like destroyed area and they're looking at like the flesh that he like puked up and it's just all like just teeth and eyeballs in this flesh. It's so cool.
That does sound sick.
Yeah. I want to hit it now. I've never been Godzilla pilled. Like Godzilla is like a Transformers thing for me. where
Yeah, I've never been too into it. I watched 2014's one and it was
Godzilla -1. You
well.
went
That's
crazy
where I'm
for.
going with this.
Okay.
Sam. I was never too into it. 2014 was like really cool shots, like really cool.
The
And
ending, even
atmosphere,
in 2014, I remember thinking the ending was so stupid.
pretty silly, but like the atmosphere they built up's fantastic. They just couldn't land it with character or story. Godzilla v Kong, it's pretty doo doo, but it had some fun fights. And
Godzilla
then-
X Kong.
I never saw that one.
Haven't seen it yet.
But then fucking minus
It's
one
classic.
was like I was going through a bad depression then, and that shit
It
just
saved his life.
that shit just fucking hit, man. It was just such a corny, sentimental movie that was just so simplistic in its message about coming together and just like, caring for one another and giving it your all. It hit so like I fucking cried so hard watching that, which is kind of embarrassing to admit, but it just fucking hit so hard in that state. I think it's a really great movie. It's circle jerked, but for me, it hit. So
We've never probably done the Godzilla review because that was the W app.
Yeah.
So
your
It's
issues
good that-
were like the things I liked with it, like the over sentimental, the corny.
yeah, it's so
dialogue.
soapy. Like, I do appreciate that movie. Like, I think
See-
you gave it an 8. I gave it a 7. Like, we're not that far
Yeah,
apart
yeah.
on it. Like,
I think I'm at a 9 now.
okay,
And I watched that pre-depression too, and I thought it was fucking sick. Just watching that during the depression, it was fucking hit so
Ooh.
fucking hard.
I think I watched
like-
it too late as well because everybody was like hyping it up so much, and it's kind of like,
Yeah, see, I'm so disconnected from like just movie social media. I like never get any of the hype, never get any
Yeah.
of this stuff.
But you
so I
can't
just-
tell me it wasn't wholesome during the Oscars when the VFX team held up their model
pretty cute.
Godzilla. That was
that
so
was
cute.
I don't think they should have won.
That
like
movie
I don't
had
know,
some
it's
really
cool like what they did
fucking-
with the budget like that. That's
Yeah.
awesome, but it's
It
not like
had such
the
fucking,
best
like,
special effects of the year.
inventive, fun sequences.
Yeah,
Like the
I
boat
really like the boat
sequence.
sequence.
Oh my god, the ending sequence is such a blast. So silly, but like just so much fun, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a movie that I
And
would
the
rewatch.
opening,
Like
the
I like it.
Kamikaze pilot opening on the beach. That
Yeah.
shit's fucking awesome.
And Godzilla's kind of small.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
No, I
And
yeah,
the
I like that movie.
Super corny, just forced found family plot. Love, so much fun.
I kind of want to
Just
hit
brings
like
a tear to
the
my eye.
the
It's very corny.
the
Oh, I
old
love it,
like
man.
huge Godzilla franchise of like Godzilla
That'd be
versus
so much fun. Just get the
versus,
box
like,
I've
set
only
and go
seen
through all those.
Destroy All Monsters. It's
There was one I
It's
saw
one with
clips
aliens.
of.
Aliens come, and
It
they have
was
to
like-
take on King Ghidorah.
You guys ever hit the King
King
Kongs?
Ghidorah.
What?
King
I
Kongs?
haven't seen any of the OG
No.
King
The King
Kongs.
Kong
I've only seen the
range.
Peter Jackson.
That one fucking hits. That movie's so
the Peter
good.
Jackson one.
Yeah.
With
That the
Zachary
one with
Blackmore.
the-
I'm a diehard.
Is that the one that has a sad ending?
They all
have
pretty
sad
Oh,
endings.
okay. Well, no, I was like, I
It
was
wasn't the
watching a
guns that
thing-
killed the beast.
Maybe it
It was the beauty.
Skull Island, but I was
Kinda
watching a
mid.
video and this person was talking about like they were. Was it? I think it might have been Meat Canyon was saying not Meat Canyon like the actual
Not
Meat
the Meat
Canyon.
Canyon we know.
Yeah. I think he was saying he watched it and was so sad. It was during his birthday. He was like crying, and then he went home and played the video game tie-in. And there's an alternate ending.
Would have been probably 2005 one then.
Yeah, and you can like save. You can save King Kong. Yeah, like it's just an alternate ending.
Okay, that movie is so beautiful. The fucking like scene, it's so absurd, but we're just King Kong and the Beauty are just fucking ice rink skating together, and it's just such a quiet moment, like in between all the storms because they've gone out of the big city and they're just on this rink. It's so beautiful, dude. It's so fucking beautiful, and I love a bloated epic movie that is in its own sauce. You know, it knows what it needs to be doing. It knows the beats it needs to hit, and it's just so maximal. It's so much fun.
Ethan, your mind's about to be blown.
Huh.
I rewatched the final sequence in Babylon.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I have to rewatch this movie.
I hate to say I told you so, Sam. I hate to say
I
it.
I still haven't
seen it.
re-seen it. I have to, but I'm now willing to rewatch it. Whereas initially coming out of the theater with Gabe, and we were both
Seeing it
like,
with Gabe's your first mistake. I feel like Gabe's always gonna hate that type of movie.
that kind of he likes Saltburn a lot.
Is
Which-
Saltburn like a
'Kay,
similar like
Saltburn
glorification
is-
of just like
But it's like a
Like a
maximalist movie,
self-indulgent-
isn't it? Like self-indulgent maximalist kind of
I
thing.
say that comment about Gabe because I just don't see him the type of guy to love like self-indulgent like artists movies
He
that like
does. He loves Godard.
Really?
He's like the biggest Godard fan in the world. Godard
What's-
just like he sucks his
Oh.
own dick the whole time. Like
Saltburn
I
is
could
just-
see Gabe just for some reason being like that shit's just so Hollywood, just so like glamorizing.
I saw a
Western
video.
cinema.
I saw a video that was talking about Saltburn, and it was saying it's just a ripoff of the Talented Mr. Ripley.
you don't know Gabe like I know.
And
Gabe.
Talented
I know
Mr.
Gabe.
Ripley is a much better film than
Gabe.
Saltburn.
Dirty Nail Boys.
That's what I've heard as well.
Yeah.
Never watched Saltburn. I was always
Yeah, me
gonna
neither.
watch Saltburn with a specific person.
That's what made me think you had seen Saltburn.
Yeah. we kept
I also
going.
haven't seen it, so
We're
I
gonna
brought it up
watch
and I
it.
could be
We're gonna
completely
watch
wrong
it.
about it.
That person texted me like weeks after everything happened, like, "Yo, you want to watch Saltburn?" Never got back to
No.
them. It's like the end of it all. It's
Yeah.
like, that was the last thing they ever.
The bookend, the final
Yeah.
chapter.
For me, if I find a movie mildly interesting but not enough that I want to watch it, I end up just like
Adding it to the watch list.
no, like Goodwill Hunting it, where I like research, so I know like everything about the movie, but I've
That's
never seen it.
crazy to me.
And I did that with Saltburn. So Saltburn's like,
I guess I watch video essays on shit I'm never gonna watch.
yeah, I hate that so much.
I do that less now.
Yeah, I've been hitting it less, but it's mostly just because I have less time. I would be hitting it a lot if I had.
There were definitely movies that I had that though, where like I knew all the like production details, never seen the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Saltburn was like just this writing style that it's kind of emerging from it is just this really cringy, like Tumblr-esque.
It's very shock factor, right?
Yeah,
That's what I've heard. It's like
I
Yeah.
goon on Marvel trailers. I watch a lot of Marvel trailers and media stuff. Never watched the
No.
movies, but I love watching the trailers.
Did you see the new one for Captain America?
Yeah.
I
Looks sick.
didn't.
We
See, I
hit
just
that.
I don't know
I'm
why
so
I find it
anti-Disney,
so
anti-Marvel, and I
interesting
can't.
watching Marvel trailers because it's just so interesting to be like, how deep are we gonna go into this?
That is interesting.
Like how
That's
deep?
something that,
like
like-
we've never. I guess we have seen things like this before, but on the scale, I don't know.
I don't think so. Like
Because this is like the industry.
for now, it really seems like it's on its last legs.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Like I can see those Avenger movies because those are supposed to be like 2025.
You see that Chris Evans was just announced to be in the new Avengers one.
Why are they?
He's
even-
back.
Like I get why they announce those actors because to build excitement and bring people back. But like, how cool would it be if he just showed up or whatever?
Yeah, but he can't just show up now. Like
Yeah.
that. Even if they did do that, like it would get leaked
Leaked.
immediately.
Yeah,
so there's
that's
not
true.
really.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I definitely.
I'm
think
sure
it's
there
on
are
its-
gonna be
its
some
last
actors that-
legs. It's just all the rewrites. Because say what you will about those first fucking 10 years of Marvel, like it's pretty shit. But like, they were going. They had an idea of where they were going for the most part.
Yeah, and
They
it was at the
s-
time before they became just formula.
Yeah, they actually had
Like
to
they-
make some cooler shit.
Yeah.
To get where they were. Like, I actually think the Iron Man movies are really fun.
Yeah,
Well, it
I
was
like
like it was like
I
the,
like most Marvel movies. I think they're all quite fun.
the big problem I've heard
Yes,
of with
It's
the
like a
writing
Sandler
is
movie where it's like I know what I'm getting into. It's like the same kind of flavor.
But a Sandler movie, it's like I'm gonna like be cringing the whole time, but I'm also gonna be enjoying myself. In a Marvel movie, I'm just gonna be pissed off.
I liked.
I don't get
liked
really
Marvel
pissed off
movies, like,
watching Marvel
I
movies.
liked
piss
the
me
3
off.
Iron Man movies. Captain America's pretty boring. I think I should rewatch the one that everybody likes. 'Cause-
Winter
yeah,
Soldier.
I remember just finding that so boring.
Like
I liked it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I
but
think I actually quite like Avengers: Infinity War though.
Infinity War, I've
I
heard
remember
is
like
a good
just
one.
being mad that everyone was like, I can't believe they all died. And I'm like, well,
I know.
like you think this is
But
real?
for just a moment in time,
I was just way too.
Yeah, like it's
like,
pretty shocking to be like
fucking
Spider-Man is like one of the most beloved superheroes.
And then like a trailer for his next movie came out
It's
like
just-
a month later.
Well, yeah, but
like-
it was like this is set before the events of that, and
But
it's
it-
like
Yeah.
that movie is pretty sick, and just like its structure with making Thanos the main character of the movie,
mhm.
and just throwing all
I
these
should rewatch.
characters who you've built up for 10 years. Like, the writing obviously is not super complex, but just in comparison to everything that came before, to have all this build up to this one dude
And then
who is just this, like,
he takes them all out.
every line he has is so cold. And you throw all these characters who you've established how powerful or whatever they are, they're
Yeah.
gods, and they consistently fail. It's this race against time, all this crazy shit. They keep on doing the humor.
Well, and they've also never failed before.
Yeah, and then just that ending.
Mhm.
Like, obviously that movie's weak in a lot of parts just because it's so bloated. There's all these jokes, but for just balancing all those characters and making them fucking lose, it's
I should
fucking
I
sick.
think I've only seen Infinity War once.
I've seen
I
that
should
movie like
rewatch
7
it.
times.
Should rewatch it.
Endgame is the only one I've seen.
Endgame's mid.
I hate
Endgame is
Endgame so
fucking
much.
mid.
Like
Like the time travel like thing is so silly.
The scene
in
with Tony
Endgame.
Stark being like,
I did it. I cracked time travel.
I hate the
It's
like
so
in
lazy.
one scene,
It's so
'cause he saw a
lazy.
picture of
It's
Spider-Man or
insane.
whatever.
and like the weird
Dumb
like
shit.
like almost elitist writing where it's like they're like, oh, how does this work? Like we can just go grab the stones from the past, and he's like, this isn't your Back to the Future.
Yeah,
this isn't a
so-
movie.
so
it's like it is a
fucking-
fucking movie. Shut the hell
No,
up.
it's so self-referential.
Yeah.
It plays it so safe. They know exactly the beats they need to hit, and obviously they are gonna fucking bring everybody back. But the
Mhm.
way they did it, like, you telling me they couldn't have done a couple movies or whatever?
Yeah, have it take a while.
Yeah.
And like also the thing where it's like it's been 4 years.
I
and
like
now
the
it's
time
been-
jump. I like
Yeah.
the time jump, honestly.
I don't like the time jump with Spider-Man because like he's younger, so it's like a
It
more
would've been
important age.
So fucking interesting, and like this is the frustrating part.
They
to
just
Marvel.
didn't do
When
anything
you
with
get
it.
into it,
Yeah.
when you like think about it, and you're like, shit, that could be actually an interesting thing. This is the times I've been most pissed off with Marvel, namely WandaVision. WandaVision pissed me
Oh, yeah.
off like nothing else. But in fucking with bringing all these kid characters back, you could play with such an interesting
Yeah,
dynamic where
and they
all their
don't.
peers were fucking like they're grown up, they're out of high school.
They
now.
do they bring it up for like a
They
second.
fucking make
Yeah.
a bit
Like
out of it.
Ned dates a person who was like 5 years younger than him or whatever. That becomes a bit.
Yeah,
But it's like it's nothing
it's
really.
lame.
I think
Then
WandaVision is the biggest.
is the most.
WandaVision started
First few
so
episodes
strong,
are so cool, like
so
genuinely
crazy, so weird,
heat,
and then it's just laser fights.
genuinely heat, and you have like an interesting like introspection into trauma and grief.
That movie,
like,
or that show
corny
shouldn't
as
have had a
shit.
villain. Like it
Yeah,
could have
and
just
then
been about.
fucking the most obnoxious caricature of a Marvel villain ever comes along with literally a fucking song being like, "It was me all along."
And now she has a show.
Ugh. Ugh.
Evil-
I've
Evil
the Agatha
Wanda?
show's not
People
bad.
ate
Yeah.
it up like slop. People love that shit. It became like
No, people were mad.
everything I saw where people being like, "This song goes so
Agatha
hard."
or fucking yeah, people like the song, but
If you guys want to,
WandaVision was kind of the I think the start of the death of like those like Easter egg hunt videos because everybody got it so wrong.
that
that
it dumb shit.
Exactly.
been
That I
anything.
think people stopped caring.
It's so frustrating because you actually had a cool gimmick, you had well-written characters, good performances, cool set designs and everything, man.
They-
like jumping through all the eras because Wanda like grew
Yeah.
up with only
Wait.
TV.
Yeah, really interesting.
Are they just not doing anything with the Hulk, or is Mark Ruffalo like trying to get out?
The Hulk, the rights are weird. Universal technically has the rights, and Marvel's just like using
They can't
them.
do solo.
They can't do a
movies,
solo
yeah.
movie,
Okay.
which is why the Hulk has only appeared
And
in like other stuff.
Spider-Man can only be in conjunction with Sony, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and Sony gets all like the.
but I think the Hulk rights might have reversed recently, or like are going to in the next couple of years.
So
Unless
are we
they
going to
make a
get
Hulk
Mark
movie.
Ruffalo, or because it seemed to
It
me
will be
like Mark
Ruffalo.
Ruffalo is trying to just do other stuff now.
He's still he was in She-Hulk.
Yeah, but She-Hulk was how many years ago now? Like that was
like a year or two ago.
wasn't that like 2020 or
I think that was
2019?
2022. No.
Yeah, it's
Was
like
it?
2 years ago.
Oh my God, I'm old.
Yeah,
I'm young.
Yeah, because I remember fucking first year Jake fucking being like, "That shit sucks." And I'm being like, "I never saw it."
yeah. I think I did. That was when I was just doing like tips and tales of those shows. Just
Yeah.
the first and last. I was like,
Yeah.
it's all right.
What was the last one I watched? It was the Captain America one, which
Oh.
kind of had some interesting stuff.
Fucking the most bullshit ending
Oh
too,
yeah,
though.
just the like.
Like we should all
liberal
unite.
speech.
After
Fucking
this like thing about how
love me,
bad
love
government is,
me, love
there's all these, like,
me,
great-
I'm a liberal.
there's all these great like sequences where like this abandoned Captain America program with these black super
Yeah,
soldiers, like
Isaiah
that is
Bradley.
so interesting and so
Fucking
cool.
Even John Walker's cool as fuck. Just
Yeah.
throwing this like
And
fucking
then
just dude
just
into
kind
the
of put
role.
don't think about it.
Just throwing this dude in the role and just he crashes out so hard. Obviously,
It's great.
It's fucking pretty interesting stuff.
He's coming back.
I
Thunderbolts.
kind of want to derail this a little bit because I just watched Us in its
Never
entirety
seen it.
for the full
Watched
time.
it
You haven't
at
seen it?
one point. It's kind of mid.
That's what I've heard.
I have to say it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like
not
everyone made
bad.
it seem like
Just
I
mid.
agree with a lot of stuff you're saying where
Just-
it's like it would work better as a B movie.
Yeah,
It's like
just
just
sitting.
Tim
in
Heidecker's in
between-
it, right?
yeah.
Sitting between.
When I
Get
first
Out-
was watching it, I had no idea who he was, and then like I was just watching it like rewatch or I'd watch like the first 25 minutes of the movie, so I started back there, and then I start playing, and then Ethan's like, "Yeah, that's Tim Heidecker." I'm like, "What?"
just
this whole
sitting
time.
between Get Out.
I
and
really
lo-
want to
I
watch
love
Tim
him in that
Heidecker's movie, the comedian or whatever, where he just plays this like burnt out comedian. I really
Is
want to watch
this
that.
I wrote a
related to On
paper-
Cinema or no?
No.
I wrote
Okay.
a paper about Us called like Jordan Peele's Awkward Middle Child or something for Dan's class. He really liked that paper. He's like, I should be a film critic.
There you go.
Yeah.
He liked my paper too.
You like mine more. What do you get on it?
think
I like the
got
twist.
95 or
I like the twist at the end. I like
very well.
there's a split diopter in it.
I love that.
You like the twist?
I like the twist, yeah.
That scene. There's a scene right where she just delivers like this whole long exposition thing, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't to do with the twist.
I didn't like.
Or like
that.
it's
'Cause that, like,
alluding
explains
to the twist,
it
but like you have
explains
no
the-
idea
It
at that
explains the
point.
whole program and what happened, who these things
Yeah.
are. I hated that. That was so just did not hit for me.
I wish they had done it in a different way because it's really compelling. Like right at the start of the movie, it opens with like under America, there's like millions of miles of tunnels.
Yeah,
That's
That
so
is
compelling.
They should have been in the tunnels. That movie should have taken place in.
Yeah, that would have been so sick.
Like
but
all these.
Surely there will be a movie or has been a movie that's just all.
But like a
cool
Jordan
tunnel.
Peele movie.
No,
in the
yeah,
tunnels?
like-
Yeah.
Come on now.
you open it up with like, there's these tunnels. What are they for?
It's so funny.
And then the
because-
tunnels are like 5% of the movie, maybe.
Oh, that's too bad.
open like it's so funny because talking about this movie, like Jordan Peele's mid movie is still a pretty fucking good movie, I'd say. It's just in comparison.
It's a good movie. It's not like I don't need to rewatch it.
No, yeah.
I like some of the shot. Like the split diopter shot was really cool.
Shot pretty well.
It's
But I
like
still think it's a pretty good movie.
it's like an OTS where you get like the face in focus and then her in the background in focus, and
I
they're
like
both
that.
the same person. Split
I
diopter.
still think it's a pretty good movie. Just mid.
Yeah. Should I watch it or just skip it?
Nope is so
I would
fucking
watch. Like
good.
there's
Nope, it's great. Yeah.
there's
Nope
fun
is ma-
moments in
Nope
it.
is-
Nope
I
is
really like.
straight up gonna be 5 stars next time I watch it without
I,
a
you
doubt.
I
seen
gotta
Nope?
rewatch Nope. Oh yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
yeah,
Nope.
okay.
I got to see it in theaters.
Yes.
I remember-
Scariest theater experience of my life, man.
Oh yeah.
That's why I
Almost had a panic attack. Swear to God.
Yeah.
That's
It
why.
was also a solo theater visit for me.
Yeah?
It was good. Yeah.
It was me, Keegan, Caleb. Keegan fucking stepped in his nachos coming back from the bathroom. Doesn't remember like half the movie. Fuck yeah, Keegan. Fuck yeah.
I think my favorite theater going experience was Matt at Killers of the Flower Moon insisting not getting a lid and
Yeah.
immediately spilling his drink. Immediately.
Pretty adorable.
That was pretty awesome.
I remember when we all saw Killers of the Flower Moon. I was like, I think everyone there was tearing up.
Yeah.
But I heard you audibly sob, and it like freaked me out because I was like, I've never seen you be emotional before, and I was like, oh my god.
I've seen Sam cry.
Well,
Funny.
I have at
That's
Killers of the
Sif
Flower
over here.
Moon,
Yeah.
but
That's not even what I was thinking of.
that
What were you
ending
thinking
is
of?
so crushing. Oh my god.
First Critter Pit episode, The After Dark.
It's kind of crazy
I
to
don't
me.
even remember.
It's kind of crazy to me with Killers.
I remember. Yeah.
There's tears shed.
I don't remember
Not like
that.
sad tears, just like elated tears.
Okay.
You don't remember that?
No.
Shit, boy.
The interesting thing with
Oh yeah. I remember that.
that shit hit.
Yeah.
with Killers of the Flower Moon, I was like
my
locked
people.
out about
Of course, I'm gonna cry.
like 2 hours into it. I was so locked out, and it's crazy to me that it could like pull me back in for that ending.
Right as Brendan Fraser showed up, you're like,
Yeah,
I'm fucking in.
I was locked in. I went Brendan Fraser.
Because that's Scorsese. Yo.
You're nothing but a boy.
No, it's you dumb boy.
Yeah.
That's Scorsese, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Scorsese like speech at the end.
shit's
That
so-
I mean,
If it was
everybody-
coming from anyone else other than Scorsese, it might be pretentious. But it just hits so hard.
I love that he's like.
It was weird the thing
recognizing
at the
his role.
start before
Yeah.
before the
Yeah,
movie
like,
It's
played
like
the
it's
interview.
incredible.
Part of like the radio, like he's the presenter on this radio play that's like glamorizing and getting profit off it.
Yeah.
Like he knows what's up, man.
knows what's
He's a
up.
Smart,
And it's
smart
such,
bastard.
it's so good.
And he got
Like,
so
I-
locked in with the Osage people. Like you know
Yeah.
that movie came from a place of love and grief. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell.
Mhm.
And just the fact that the narrative changed as he was making it, like all these things.
I did find
But
it weird.
Fucking Tantu doesn't like Lily Gladstone.
Yeah, you're airing
Apparently
that on
she
the
pushed
pod.
around Marty.
Lily
The way
did.
that Tantu felt was unprofessional.
That's
Probably
awesome, Nick.
Tantu saw like the Osage people being like, "Don't do this, whatever." Like,
Yeah.
these guys. Tantu's like, "Shut the fuck up!
Fucking
Shut the fuck up! We're lucky to be here."
Tantu's trying to get in the next movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking hit it, Marty. Get Tantu in the next one. Make her Jesus. Make
Yeah.
Tantu Jesus.
That would be so awesome.
That would be awesome.
Get us
Did
in
you?
that.
Was that rude of me during your presentation, being like, "What's your relation to Tantu?"
No, it was good.
Okay, I was just trying to
It's
expose you for
a
being a
fun
nepo
bit.
baby.
Nepo baby as fuck.
I think most people in the class know that already, right?
I like to brag about it.
Hmm.
I don't think most people know who Tantu is.
No, I
hate
don't
to
think
say
most
it.
Yeah,
No,
that's
hate to
that's
say
the
it.
only.
It's a
thing.
niche thing.
It's a niche.
There
celeb.
was like a year last year. That was like her big year.
Yeah. God bless. I gotta meet Tantu, man.
You had an opportunity
Did I?
over the summer. I think like the days were like you were like one day off. Like if you'd stayed one day extra.
That's not how that works. I can't.
I know you can't, but
Like
like
I schedule these like take
Yeah.
time off work. Like every time I went to Edmonton over the summer, I'd get home so late and work at like a morning shift the next day.
Yeah.
It was always so fucked. That one time, did I ever tell you about that bus I had to sneak on leaving Edmonton that one time?
yeah,
I told you about that?
I'm pretty sure that
That shit was so fucking scary. My heart's never raced that much in my life.
You snuck onto a bus.
It was so fucked, man.
But did you
'Cause,
not
like,
have the money or the bus pass
No,
or something?
because
or-
we like
had a
I had to like we rescheduled that trip so many times because things were falling through. So I guess like the like time like I finally rescheduled to the time I'd go. I just like I fucked up the date a little bit and I didn't realize that until I was at the bus depot at 12 o'clock at
Yeah.
night, getting ready to go home. I looked at my fucking ticket and it was for like the day before at 12 o'clock.
So you scammed them basically.
No, it was
Well, you
like
still-
something about how like the hour turns over to the next day.
Yeah.
Right? So like it was the same day, but the hour turned over, so it was the
Yeah.
wrong ticket. But a bus pulled up. I'm like, fuck it, that's my bus. I was just like completely like cognitive dissonance, forcing myself like that's my bus, no matter what, that's my bus. So I hop on. The bus driver's not there. She comes onto the bus. Everyone's kind of looking at me. I'm probably just tweaking at this point. They probably weren't looking at me, but she comes on, and I can see her stop up front. Like, go, like, counting. She's like, who hasn't scanned their ticket? And at this point, I'm fucking shaking. And the guy sitting right next to me is, like, immediately looking over at me. And I'm like, I, like, go to get my fucking ticket. And I look down at it. I see it's the wrong date. And I'm like, please please, just if she comes by and sees this, I'll just be like, something I don't know. And she's like coming up and down, me like, you scan your ticket. You scan your ticket. And she comes up to me and she like looks at me for like a long time, like squinting, like she recognizes me. And she's like, you scanned your ticket, right? I'm like, yeah. And like fucking both people inside the aisles, because I'm the last person to get on this bus, are like looking at me. I'm like, turn off my phone, put it in. She's like, okay. Then she like gets to the front of the bus. She like does one last like, and then just drives away.
It's like that scene in Fantastic Mr. Fox where they're hiding behind the cider.
I'm getting
The woman is there.
She probably just thought like, oh, this guy's young. He probably just
Yeah.
needs to get somewhere and like.
And that's how
I don't know,
a fucking serial killer
Let me
gets on
put
bus
the
and
fear.
decapitates
Like
somebody.
she probably could smell your fear and was like, this guy's not gonna do it again if I scare
don't
him
know, I
enough.
think I'm just
Let me make this
so-
as tense as possible.
I think
so
I'm
he
just
doesn't
so
do it again.
unforgettable that she probably was just like, this white boy. I scanned this white boy's ticket, right? I genuinely think that's what it was, man. Just think about all the people.
The way you're saying it sounds like she knew.
Well, that's also like in a heightened state of anxiety, right?
Yeah.
Like my heart was fucking pounding out of my chest.
I would have
man.
driven you home though.
Yeah, but like,
Night.
if you're that anxious, it's visible to people. I think she probably.
But like, you think about just how many times she's done this through and through. Like,
Yeah, she probably doesn't care. This young
I
guy
don't know.
needs to get to where he needs to go. Like, one person didn't scan their ticket. It's not the end
She
of the
also
world.
Especially
got-
since you had like a ticket for the night, like it
Yeah.
would
she
have been
also
fine.
got into like not an altercation, but like a long, extended back and forth with a few people behind me. So that also
Okay.
makes me think like she genuinely just did not realize.
Yeah.
But I remember like sitting there for the first like probably 45 minutes of that bus ride. I was like frozen in fear. Like I
I'm gonna get caught.
didn't even like, I couldn't move. I couldn't even like go into my backpack to grab my headphones. I was just so like scared. And then when I got my headphones in, I had to play like soft, happy music.
What would happen if you didn't scan your ticket? Could you just like pay to stay on the bus?
That was what I was hoping for. Worst case, she just kicks me off, and I'm like in the fucking middle of fucking downtown Edmonton or whatever at 12 o'clock with like a morning shift the next day.
Yeah.
Ugh, shit, just thinking about this gives me anxiety.
She knew. She.
When I got off the bus, I had the worst diarrhea, and I had to walk all the way home. I was in the north end, you know how deep that goes.
Yep.
It was a long fucking walk, man.
I know that walk well.
That was a long, long fucking walk.
Ugh. We love the bus. Are you coming up during the holidays though?
I'd like to, but work's scheduled pretty far in advance, so I don't know if I'll be able to sneak
I'll
something
come up.
in.
Oh come on.
Really like to.
When you want to come up?
No, I'm in Saskatchewan.
Just
Oh, okay.
holidays get so busy at Moxie's that
I'm
they're
not
pretty
doing a
tight on
4-hour
their
drive.
scheduling.
I get it. Yeah.
It's 4 hours to Edmonton from
I don't know from.
North Battleford, right?
Okay.
You've taken the drive before.
No,
I think it's.
I've
I think it might
driven
be
to
like 4.5
Saskatoon.
hours.
Would that take me through North Battleford?
Yeah, it should.
Then.
Unless you're
technically,
going from
okay.
like very southern Alberta, then maybe you wouldn't go through it. But
I don't remember the route.
the main like highway goes through North Battleford.
Okay. Then I have done that drive. Not driving, but as a passenger. Yeah, I don't know. Edmonton's chill.
I've never been. That's a lie. I've been there. That was a lie. West Ed Mall.
Next time.
Is there a time of year where West
I'm
Ed's
so
just
glad I
dead?
have a car now. My God.
No, West Ed is always pretty bumping. Because it's.
I wish there was a time where it was dead. Like I'd love to just go through the mall. It's empty.
I
Well, like
remember-
at night when it
If you ever
closes.
come back to Edmonton, yeah. Like we go to a movie at like 10 and then we just wander around the mall.
Yeah, I want to hit that.
in high school, there were
Me and my friends used to do that. It's fun.
We're staying at the hotel and snuck into the fucking mall. We're just going around dead of night. It's pretty cool videos.
My friend, or not my friend, Toby did. He's my brother and my friend. Did like this day camp thing once where, or maybe it was like an overnight thing where they got to like take scooters around the mall, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
like have fun, have at it.
That's fun.
And I was
'Kay.
always very jealous that he got to do that.
Every time I go to West Ed, that like pirate ship, the like Santa Maria.
Yep.
That water, like I'm pretty sure I have like it's like submechanophobia. It's like fear of or subautomatonophobia. Fear of
Fear
like
of
like
moving things underwater.
moving things under the like
So
mechanical
like
moving
Titanic
things.
is scary as fuck.
No, because that's like
something on a
that's
track.
Yeah, on a track or
Ah.
like an animatronic that's
I have
in
this
water is the
weird fucking-
freakiest thing to me.
I get
But
that.
every time I see
Weird
that water, it's like this
fascination.
call of the void. That half of me's like, I want to jump in this water, and the other half of me's like, as soon as I go in there, there's gonna be a Shin Godzilla in the water
have
that's
that.
gonna eat
It's
me.
funny. There used to be like a submarine that would go under there.
That's
like
not
there
that bad.
was.
That's
Bro,
not that bad.
yeah.
If
my
it's like
mo-
some sort of
It was on a
animatronic
track.
creature, like there's this one attraction somewhere in like
in Disneyland.
no,
They
it's
have
like
the-
some fucking like obscure like I think it's a Nordic country has this attraction where it's like you press a button and it's just this like creature pops out of the water, and it's just like fucking freaky to me. There's just something in the water. I hate that. I hate
That's
that.
that's interesting.
I'm gonna tell you guys something weird about me. In movies and shit, just seeing scenes of just places flooding, shit gets me like hyped. Like I want to be in that situation.
The Batman. When you watch the Batman.
Yeah, Batman, the new Planet of the Apes.
Probably because you're
Um,
from Saskatchewan, you've never seen that much water.
That shit
before.
just gets me hyped. I'm like, all I can think in my brain, like that would be such a fucking blast.
It's weird.
And I think it's because
yeah.
growing up, my mom was obsessed with the Titanic. Like she knew all the facts, right? This was like her autistic hyperfixation.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, I watched Titanic like so many times.
I've still never seen Titanic.
It's a fun one.
See, I have no issue with the ocean. The ocean's not that scary to me. Like big mechanical things or like big things underwater don't scare me. Like thalassophobia or whatever. I have no fear of that. It's just like it's such a specific thing where it's like that water under the Santa Maria in the West End Mall is so frightening to me. If I fell in that water, I'd have a heart attack.
And you get sick.
Yeah, you probably
Rationally speaking,
It's weird. It's like so unnaturally clear too. Is the freaky part
And I
about
think
it
they
as well.
paint some of the like thing blue too. Like it's a weird
Yeah.
color. Like the water is weird.
Yeah, it's
rationally speaking, drowning in a confined space is like the scariest, one of the scariest
Yeah.
ways to go.
Yeah.
Just looks fucking.
Because you just know you'd die.
just looks so much fun.
Especially like
I don't
especially
know
like the
what it
Titanic.
is.
shit would
Like
hit.
where the water's like
I don't know what
freezing
is it.
cold.
Like I can just accept
Yeah,
be
I think-
awful,
Titanic would be
terrifying.
awful. There,
but
there's
like
that,
just seeing those scenes of water flooding through the corridors and people getting washed away, I'm like, fuck.
Isn't there a
I
scene
wanna
like that
be
in like
there. That's
the,
slippery
You got to
slope.
go to the water park. You got to go to a water
I love
park.
water parks,
Have
man.
you guys have you guys
Every time
seen
I'm there, I
2012?
imagine I'm drowning on the Titanic. It's awesome.
Have you guys
I
seen
wish.
2012?
It's weird though. Is that
That's
weird?
interesting. Yeah.
Have you seen 2012? That movie?
No.
I think
There's
I
a
get too hooked.
there's a there's
I
a
actively stay
there's
away
a
from
scene
it.
in that where this lady like has her
Never
dog.
let Ethan go on a cruise. He's gonna
Shit's sinking.
sabotage it.
Shit is sinking.
There's an annoying lady with her like little rat dog, and then she like this like airlock is going. She passes the dog to them, and then it fills up with water, and she drowns. I feel like Ethan would
It's
would hit
11,
that.
12.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's okay. We can go for another 2 hours.
At the end of the day, my next semester goal is to be on a cruise.
A cruise would be fun. It's so weird with
I
water.
don't
Like
want to go on a
To
cruise.
go down on
Cruise
a
seems-
cruise. To go down with the ship.
Cruise seems
Actually,
gross to me. I don't
Sink
know.
it.
I feel like if
No,
I
I
was
would love
in
it.
if I was
I
in
would
the
love a
West,
I would go
Ed-
on like a river cruise through like Europe,
Imagine
where I
a
get to like get
cruise.
off the cruise all the time.
Open bar cruise.
I don't know. It's
one
just
where they're
stuck
like
on
in
a ship.
they're in the ocean, so they
See-
don't have the laws, so you can drink and if you're underage.
See, I just love ocean. Be on a big boat, getting drunk with my boys.
I like the
on a
idea, but I
boat.
don't know.
Would you hit the cruise from Triangle of Sadness?
I've never seen it, but yeah. Does shit sink?
Yeah, like blows up.
Mhm.
Fucking like
Needs to be a
most
little
of the
more,
people
like,
on the ship
drawn out.
die.
don't even drown; they just get blown up.
It needs to be drawn out.
The cruise itself though seems awesome.
It needs to be a
if you're
drawn
one of
out
the rich
drowning.
people,
No, it would probably hit for me. I think I would be vibing.
you
in
get
those
beautiful
like,
meals.
when they're having that meal in the storm. I think I'd be vibing. Everyone would be puking around me, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I'm enjoying this meal right here."
0%. I did plug it in. This is the charger I use every day, Ethan.
It's an Apple charger.
It is.
If I was on that cruise, I would I would join Harrelson in the captain's deck, and I'd be talking about communism.
You want a different microphone, Ethan? You want the critter mic? Here you go, Ethan. We have to pod until your phone is 100% charged.
Man, I'm so hungry, and I'm just...
You didn't plug it in, Ethan, you silly boy.
It's on.
Yeah, but it's not plugged in. Ethan's hitting the perfect Bane impression. If only the critters could hear it.
I'm so hungry, and I'm just thinking of the octopus scene from Triangle Sadness, where she...
That was so unpleasant. That was really unpleasant.
I assaulted Ethan.
I'm like against a wall, and Sam like was trying to put one of these
XLR cables.
Yeah, XLR, which has the 4 or 3 connection. That has to be a very specific place.
Sound bad.
And he was pushing into me, and it was like really uncomfortable against my lips.
It's an interesting texture of the microphone.
Yeah.
I love that
That
texture
hurts.
on
I
the
like the
chin.
texture as well.
I would put it on my lips, but I don't want to
Put it on your
be.
chin, it's going to sound bad. That's the ASMR.
You do it too, Sam.
The octopus scene in the
Where
one,
they're eating the octopus. That I'm so hungry right now, and I want.
one octopus.
Yeah.
I haven't had sushi in a very long time.
Me neither. When I go back to North Battleford, I gotta go for sushi with my parents' money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a morality thing where like octopi
So smart.
or octopodes.
Is that the proper pluralization?
Octopi is said to be the proper one, but
Ethan's ruining the pod.
octopus
It sounds so good in my ear.
octopus comes from Greek, so the plural should be octopodes. Anyway, they're very smart creatures. They taste so good.
What do you think of the texture of octopus? I'm mixed on it.
I don't like cooked octopus. I like the raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, sashimi.
Yeah.
Shit hit. Like it's like
We could write our journals live on the pod.
it's juice. It's like you bite into into
Good.
a
Or this could
seawater
be our journal.
sponge.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
We'll just submit this.
Literally could be. Literally could
You just bite into like a seawater
This is
sponge.
Sam,
It has the perfect
Ethan.
level of salt. So good.
And Graham's journal.
Mm-hmm.
You have to listen to the whole thing.
This
Yeah,
is
it's at the
for
end.
all 5 projects. We've mentioned each one by name, I believe.
We very briefly talked about
Too much fun.
Too much fun.
Did we?
Sparked. Door openers.
I wasn't on
And
door openers.
morbid stuff. All of them.
Frankly, I don't think there was enough fun. Just kidding. It was a very fun set.
It was a good
Oh,
set.
the friggin' wristbands.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
I have the sticker on my computer too. I went for one of the goodie bags. I want the sticker for my computer.
And that's the most conventional Marlowe movie.
I know.
And it's sad.
I think I needed to let them have full control.
Control.
Yeah.
I think
It was
We
just-
know that now, though. We know that now.
Yeah.
I think people shouldn't have been
We didn't know
holding
that then.
grudges and should have gotten the felt from me sooner.
Oh my god.
God, Marlowe's an auteur. Oh my god, dude.
The koi pond.
Koi pond, yeah. We didn't even
If we
use
had
the
let Marlowe
felt.
cook with the koi pond,
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been sick.
that would have been sick.
It would have been sick, yeah.
As it is, the koi pond is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
I actually think it's pretty cool.
No, you don't.
I'm
It's not
gonna
what you were telling me
say
on the day.
It's awful.
It's not.
I'm gonna say I was kind of clashing with the lead actor on it. Both of our autisms were clashing. There was just like, I don't know. I've done a lot of research into dissociative identity disorders, like split personalities, and that shit is so rare. Like,
Yeah.
and
that what this
it
person was
comes out
saying they
when
had?
you're experiencing trauma. And they were like, one of my alters is saying someone on this set is really hot. I'm not gonna say who it is, but
Oh, I remember that.
yeah. And I was like, oh my, fucking kill me.
Yeah, that's cringe.
There was also the one part where like they had this thing about people being behind them, which
Yeah.
okay,
Whatever.
but
I kind of.
they were only like conscious if they knew someone was behind them, then it would bother them. But if they
That
didn't,
makes sense.
But
as well.
how could they know if
But-
they didn't? Like
they were like describing it, and they were like, "Yeah, I have this
It's a
issue with people
superpower.
behind me." And then they turned around, and Ethan was like 20 feet back, and they were like, "I have an issue with people behind me."
I was. I
And then Ethan like just didn't register that he was being talked to, so he was
My
just kind of
God,
like
Ethan,
staring.
You made that a toxic working environment for that
I'm
person.
sorry.
And then they were like, they said it again. They were like, "Ahem," and he was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me." But I was
at
like,
that point, you
"No, I'm
wouldn't
not
have been
saying this is
behind
on you at all. You were just like you didn't. You were also like way farther back than like you were at a comfortable distance from them. I would say.
I don't even remember this.
I mean, it's hard to say.
I
It's
remember.
them.
It was like
It's
yeah.
their idea of what's.
There was
comfortable,
nothing
but
that they did that
I don't know. It was clashing with me, and I was.
I didn't. I guess I didn't also have any one-on-one interactions with them. Other than
Me
like,
neither, I don't
can you
think.
move over a little bit?
Yeah, that was mostly just framing stuff. On
Yeah.
my end.
And then
The light is better over here.
the writing was just weird. Like I was trying to understand.
It's
Where the
very
i-
on the nose, like,
Yeah.
but it's like for what it is. I think it's
It-
fine.
To
Yeah.
me, it felt like it was based on an actual event and was like an idealized version of how that event went. Like
yeah, I
it
believe
didn't
that.
happen like that, but this is how
I wish
in a
it did.
perfect world it would have happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, maybe I just don't like perfect worlds. I like
Me neither.
chaos. I like destruction.
me too. I think
Like-
it makes for more interesting movies than just
Mm-hmm.
an angel. But for this kind of movie, like I
Yeah.
think it's basically a PSA. Like
Yeah.
I think it works. I have no strong feelings about Too Much Fun.
Yeah, me neither. Just
I did a whole bunch of research on how to light rainbows, and then I didn't do that at all. That's what I wrote about in my journal section.
he didn't light any rainbow.
It's like I did all this work, and then got to set and forgot to talk about it. I like brought a whole bunch of things. I bought that disco ball to light rainbows and stuff, and I brought the theatrical cut of Touch of Evil.
I can't get Meat Canyon out of my head. I'm just thinking about our conversations. It's so like I'm on edge every time I'm at my house. I'm dreading going back there. What was
Really?
what was the one thing the other night? We were, like Ethan came out of my room because Ethan's been just sleeping over at my house, and
Yeah.
we like both come out of the room, and he always makes a comment in the mornings about like how loud we are during the night. I think at this point he's kind of given up knocking on the door because he has to do it like so often.
Get fucked.
But it's like we
You
have our
win.
volume at like 30. Like it's like
The walls
like
are thin.
I'm a pretty heavy sleeper, but fucking like I guarantee if I was in his room, I like would maybe just be able to hear like a.
But
from
it's
my
also
room.
you guys talking and
No,
get
he's just
loud.
Yeah,
he's just like so sensitive to noise. Like I had my fan going in my room, and
He's a nice
it's
guy.
on a low setting, and he's like
he came out and he's joking around.
is
during
that your
shoot.
computer making that noise, or is that your fan? And I was like, my fan has not turned
Oh,
off.
he was concerned about the fire that we started.
What a fucking asshole, dude.
Yeah.
What a perfect asshole.
Nah, he's a good dude. I don't know. Like,
I-
obviously,
I-
I don't live with him, but
Yeah.
No, it's freaky. It's like I leave my room and then I walk upstairs and he's just like sitting on the couch like right by the corner, and it's like a jump scare, and he's like,
Maybe he lives there.
well,
I've been to
yeah,
a few times,
but-
and I've felt the trap you get pulled into, where it's like, oh, this guy's gonna talk and talk, but
yeah.
it's
No, and
just
it
disengage. Just be like, oh yeah, get you
Bye.
later.
Well, sometimes it's like I wanna get through to him because I disagree so strongly
it's
with
just
an
the
I
argument.
don't even
arguments
have.
clash,
Yeah.
you know?
Like, we were
Graham
talking- we were-
has to get his point across.
Yeah.
and
We were talking about
You know,
media where the media like does not want you to consume it. So, what's a good example? Like Inscription, the game Inscription. This game deletes itself at the end, and it's like you're a bad person for having played this game. You're creating this cycle of violence type thing. And the best option is to not play the game, and he was saying how he hates that. He's like, a game shouldn't like punish me for playing it, but I'm like it's just a
part
thought
of the art.
piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you.
Something like that.
It makes
should
you feel
exist.
something like, oh, like I regret playing this. Like that's my idea with like the beginner's guide, and I
That's
was trying to
interesting.
like talk.
So
with him
I've
about
never
that.
played a game through and like kept playing it after finishing it anyway. Like I might as well delete it.
Well, yeah, I usually like if a game doesn't want me to play it, type thing, like it's doing that messaging, and then I get to the ending, then I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I can leave it. Like Undertale, where it's like the characters remember you through playthroughs. I got the pacifist ending, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not killing these people. But anyway, it was this huge argument where he's like, this is so stupid. And then I'm trying to give him examples of like it being used well in video games. And he's like, or I was trying to tell him to play the beginner's guide. And he's like, yeah, I don't think I'd like that game. And I was like, you just like ignored every point I made and just said you're not going to play it.
Yeah, it's not worth having the conversation.
This is the guy
then
that's
if you
telling me
think
to
it's-
play like 800-hour like narrative games. I'm like I actually
Ethan's
don't
out.
have time for that.
Ethan's stone-faced.
Yeah.
He's just slowly jerking his microphone off.
Yeah. I don't know. You don't
It's getting
live with
faster.
him. Maybe Ethan would be better because he can lock out more. But it's like I don't like being mean, and I also want to get my point across.
Being
Sometimes.
mean.
It's not being mean.
To leave.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like
No, just like I got something to do.
like no one wants to
I will
talk to this
understand-
guy.
I will understand feeling just like
But he-
rude, like wanting to people please, and always like.
But your roommates, like, it's not. I don't think the expectation is you have to be friends.
I don't know.
It's like you were
I also
randomly
kind
put
of
together too. Like,
I don't blame him all that much. I mostly blame the residents because I have all my stuff. Like I'm up late, and then the other night it was 10 p.m. on a Friday, and he knocked and was like, "Can you keep it down?" And we weren't even being that
hey, it wasn't
loud.
plugged in.
Ethan,
Yeah.
it was 10 p.m. on a Friday. He has no test the next day, and he like knocked on the door to tell us to keep it down, and my volume was at like 40. Which at 2 a.m., yeah, that's loud, but at 10 p.m., it's not even 12 yet. Like,
Well, it's better than the landlady.
Yes.
is it? The landlady was
the landlady was terrible.
at least like nicer to talk to.
I don't know.
Perspective, my friend. Perspective. Could be worse.
Like she was fucking me over, but I don't
Every
like
day
I don't
you
like
actively talked about how much you despised and hated living
Yeah.
there. Every day was like, this woman is
It was a
evil.
hell.
it
Look
was
what
more
you
so
texted
just
me.
no,
I
it
am
was
like
more so
living
just
through hell.
it was more so just like I'm dealing with potentially being homeless, and like that's
Yeah, but-
freaking me out. And like I'm also like
Remember
Having
who the cause of
conversations-
that was.
having conversations with her through the door where like I know I'm in the wrong. I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing in here, and like
And that's better than talking to your roommate for too long sometimes.
it's every day. It's scary. Like he fucking jump scares me. It's like
Graham,
d-
I think
I don't know. I don't like walking out of my room unless I'm like well acquainted
Graham-
with people. I don't like walking out of my room and having small talk with people. I hate that because I don't know them very well. I don't know any
think
of my roommates very
you
well.
just need to recognize that there's a lot of parallels just in sustaining conversation between the two of you. So maybe, learn to cut. Know when to stop.
Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
Yeah.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run.
Because there is a solution to your problem.
No.
There
Like
is.
with me, he genuinely does sometimes hold me hostage. Like one time I
He
was like,
can't. He physically he
no,
can't.
well he
He
can,
gets physical
but,
with you.
but it's like I don't want to walk out while he's in the middle of saying something.
Gotta find
I
your
really
gaps.
gotta go. I really
No,
gotta go.
this one time he had no gaps. He had a solid for 2 hours.
There's no
then-
way.
That's true.
There's
Yes,
no way.
No, I'm serious. It was solid for 2 hours,
Didn't
and
say
I
a
was
single word.
I was like, I was doing this. I was getting up and I was like walking and I was like going to my door and I'm like, I was like,
wanna
oh,
believe
I
you.
do need to get to work. And he's like, yeah, but like, so in this game,
I want to believe
do this, and I'm
Graham,
like-
2 hours is just absurd.
I'm like, yeah, I was like, I really gotta go. And he's like, yeah, hold on. He keeps doing that. And then At one point, I'm like, fuck, I'm not getting out of this. So I sit back down, and then I'm like, oh shit, I got to take this thing out to the recycling. So I like grab it. I have the door open, and I'm sitting at the door, and I'm like, and he's like, he's not stopping. He's like, I know you're trying to like leave and throw that out, but like, so anyway, in
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like, that's Troy right there, you know? It can be tough.
it's especially tough for me. I've always struggled with this, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I empathize with you greatly.
No, I see where you're coming from.
It can be tough.
I'm good at exiting.
Yeah,
It's-
it's something I struggle
okay,
with
I
'cause
will
I've
admit-
grown up as such a people pleaser.
not as
I've
bad as
tried
the
to be.
landlady. Not as bad as my roommates over the summer.
Yeah, you come up too
Genuinely trying
Yeah.
to kill me.
blazing hot situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like actually like the one time I almost had a heat stroke the one night. Like I like almost passed out. I had to lay on my ground for like 15 minutes to like get enough energy to go down to the basement to cool down. Because it was still like 30 degrees outside
Yeah.
at night, and then like 2 days later, I'm like I walk up to the window because I'm waiting for like Ethan or something to get there, and I'm like, why is there like a heat on my feet? And I look down, I'm standing on the heater. I'm like, why is it blowing hot air? I go downstairs and they have it maxed out.
What?
In the middle, it's like 32 degrees out, and they have it maxed out, and we're like in the sun, no AC.
Well, and these units get hot on their
yeah,
own. Like,
yeah, and I'm on the top floor.
yeah.
I was like, I think they're actually trying to kill me,
Yeah, that situation was tough.
and they're cooking every single day, and the heat's rising up to my room.
That's
It smelled
brutal.
great though. That food smelled
It did
great.
smell great. That was the
Yeah.
like biggest plus of living there. Like every day, the house smells amazing.
And they gave you food sometimes, right?
Yeah, I felt bad though because they would also be like, they'd give me food, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I don't like any of the food you're making." Like they would actively say
expecting
that. Yeah, I was like, I like to make a lot of like like kind of like Japanese Korean style is like what the type of food I like to eat.
We don't like that.
We don't like
They
that
were like,
around
yeah,
here.
oh no, I fucking hate that. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I could like make you guys something if you want. They're like, no.
Was that food good? There's always tense there. There's always tense there. I never felt safe. No, that's crazy.
I don't want. Their food wasn't bad. It wasn't the best. Like I had their butter chicken. It wasn't the best I've had, but it was solid. And the really spicy one was the best. I think it was chicken paneer. That shit was fire.
I
So
love Indian food.
let's hope your roommate situations improve in the future.
Hype house.
Typos.
That's gonna be bad.
See, I
It's
think
gonna be
I think
bad.
I have to live here over the summer. I need to make enough money for the school year, and I don't know if I can just.
more financially responsible to go back and live at home for free, get money up for that 4th year to make it all happen. Or is it
For
just-
me, go back to
yeah,
Saskatchewan.
or is it just not worth the misery?
It's not worth the misery because I'm like
That's valid.
I'm literally just surrounded by Jacob, Drew, and Grady.
Gotta get you away from Jacob. I don't know about Drew and Grady, but Jacob, you can't go near that man. He is actually a monster. He's a white monster.
He's,
White
oh,
monster.
he's the white monster of the white monster.
Yeah.
He's the Shin Godzilla of white monsters.
You listen to this?
No. I guarantee
him.
if I told him to watch one of the episodes, he would listen to like 2 seconds and then he would be like, who the fuck are these? And then say like the F slur like 20 times. And
And he'd be right. That'd be fair. That's a fair criticism of the Critter Pit
This
podcast.
guy was gonna get an F slur tattooed on his bottom lip. So
He
could,
was
like-
going to, he's not anymore.
So he could be like.
So you can make out
homophobic
with
or-
men?
Isn't
'Cause-
that the gayest thing?
Yeah.
Like you've ever heard?
Yeah.
Because in high school, he said it so much and he was like, this is like my thing. This is my word. I say."
cock.
That's gayer than.
So you want to get
that's
that-
gayer than drunk.
Well, to
That's
him,
gayer than drunk Aiden.
his like reasoning for wanting
That's a
it is
crazy
because
bar.
he would call people that so much. So he's like, instead of just saying it to them, I can just.
I
bring
can
my
just
lip
signal
down.
to them casually that I'm looking.
Yeah.
That's
he,
how that comes across.
He had
Yeah,
some,
it does.
He
It's like a
wanted
question.
He wanted to get that tattoo before he had his first job, and then he got his first job at A&W.
35M?
He got his first job at
Same.
A&W, and
Movies.
You guys
he
are
had
parallels.
he had a
Yeah.
tattoo on his arm. I think he might have got the F slur on his arm. And,
Artist did that.
like I just remember going on his
North Battleford.
Snapchat story, and he's like in uniform, and he's just like taking a
In
picture of his
uniform.
arm while he's at the cash register. and it's just a picture of his arm with like this tattoo of like a expletive on it, and he's like, "Fuck."
Stay in Red Deer.
Me staying Red
Yeah.
Deer? Oh yeah,
Stay in Red Deer.
yeah. I'm not going back. I mean, I'm.
No, it's bad when Red Deer's the best option.
Stay here. You're
He's
safe here.
he's already been like
getting
calling me, and he's like, "You're coming back soon." He's like, "Dude, we're gonna get so fucked up as soon as you get here." I'm like,
I'm
maybe."
praying for you, Grandma. I really am.
It'll
You
be
come back
fun.
with
It
the
don't
F-slur
accept-
tattooed.
Don't, guys.
I've had some.
It's the top lip for it.
Yeah.
So they meet.
No, I have had some fun nights over
Oh,
at his
sure.
at his house.
I've had plenty of fun with white monsters in my life.
Yeah.
Brad
He-
Pierce.
I will give it to him.
Monster.
He's
Ooh,
like
who
the
are-
most
Brendan
entertaining
Miller?
person I know.
I was gonna ask, who are some of your white monsters?
I went to an arts high school. Like,
Like, you've never had those friends before, where like maybe it's not something you realize until later, but like they're a monster.
yeah, I mean, there are definitely people in my life that's like, not really.
Like you're fucking, I don't know, like just fucking, who are you? You're insane type of thing.
Maybe it's my
I have had that.
Because I had that with
There's
my
like
old
people
best
that's
friend.
just like
took physical
I've gotten
abuse
like
for me to realize that
like I've
fact.
heard allegations about since and been like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There
Oh,
was-
yeah, bud.
there was this one
We used to hang
guy.
out a lot, and then we stopped.
Now you hang a lot.
There's a guy that's part of this
With
adjacent
sexual
friend group.
assaulters?
Sure.
What?
I don't know.
What are you saying?
Get me off the pod.
What are you saying, Ethan?
Get me up.
What are you implying about me?
I was just trying to do wordplay, man.
There's this guy in this adjacent friend group to my high school friends. Like, there's not a lot of mixing, but we all know them.
I'm sure there's
Okay.
a lot of mixing in North Battleford.
There's not mixing between. This one guy was like 20, and he was like dating a 16-year-old.
Hell.
Oh yeah.
And I just remember hearing all the drama from my one friend that was more locked in with this group, and he was like, "Yeah, like she just told him she was pregnant like yesterday."
No.
Like, oh my god. It was
Looking
scary.
forward to a fatherhood.
You,
with the
when are you
16-year-old.
hitting that? You were just talking about that the other night. Is that happening soon?
I think I need to develop a little more and make some good movies, but
Can I?
I think
And
I
a stabilized.
can I be in the
life
chair?
and career would
Can
be
I
sick
be
as
in the
fuck.
chair,
I can
yeah.
watch from the
I've asked
sidelines.
Alicia, yeah.
Yeah.
Be in the chair.
Can I be the Godfather?
Yeah.
The Godfather.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
His girlfriend was drunk
Is
and was
Tantu available
was
For
to be
what?
Godfather?
Yeah, sure. That'd be really funny. You can name the kid Tantu.
his girlfriend was
Tantu Cardinal Lequire.
That'd be fun.
Ethan's girlfriend was drunk and was saying she wanted a baby, and then I was gonna say like, yeah, he promised me first.
Yeah.
Flashbacks.
We're future husbands in 30 years.
She also said at one point, "This is why you don't have a girlfriend, Graham."
To me,
Yeah.
about
Because
what?
you already have a husband.
Yeah.
You're going
Makes
going
sense.
crazy with some bit, and she's like, "This is why you don't have a girlfriend, Graham." I felt
Oh
bad.
no. You kept saying the bits, and then I was like playing them off like you were just making this up about me. So I would
yeah.
like say something to him, and he'd be like, "Graham just said this," and then she'd be like, then you put it on speaker, and she's like, "Graham, a banana," and I'd be like,
Oh, she's so cute.
I'd be like, "Yeah." She's like, "Why would you say that?" I was like, "Say what? I'm just sitting here in my room." And then she's like, "This is why you don't have a girlfriend." And then I cried 2 tears.
One from each eye or same eye?
Same eye.
Wow. It's powerful. No, it'll be fun when the first Critter Kid comes about.
Yeah.
Who's it going to be?
Is it?
Are you kidding? It's for sure going to be you.
What? I don't have.
Come on,
sex.
Graham. Who's going to be the first to have a kid?
I'm a
You think it's
fucking-
going to be? It's going to be Ethan for
I'm a
sure.
virgin, dude. I'm a virgin.
Cool. I still think
If
it's
I-
going to be you.
If I get into
Why?
a
You don't think I learned
if
my
I get
lesson?
if I
no,
get
I'm
in-
not saying. I just think that
you guys have
you-
both said you want to have kids in your 30s. If I get into a very committed relationship and I'm stable enough, I think like
This is a lot of
mid to
what
late
ifs.
20s. Mid to late 20s, I'm fine.
So like, we're sad.
Yeah.
In a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think I'm ready for a kid, Graham?
I
You look
think
at me
so.
and you're like, that could be a father.
I genuinely think so.
Yeah, I think so.
No. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Let's make it happen.
When I see Jacob, like,
Give me your
It makes me want to. I'm like
Can I
having
see your
anxiety.
phone?
Who? What?
Can
What
I
would
see
you
your
do?
Phone? Gotta make some calls.
did I tell you about?
There's no chance of a child in my near future.
I was
They call me the matchmaker.
I'm dating somebody.
Yeah, I can.
They do not want to have a child.
I could fucking. I once gave this impassioned speech to Keegan about why having children's so beautiful. It nearly made him cry. I just give that speech.
Give that speech to me right now.
and you're like, fuck, I'm poking holes in my rubbers. I'm blasting rope. As soon as he gives you that speech. Okay, I was telling Ethan about Jacob was wanting me to be his what?
You fucking.
Am I too
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Am I too Aaron Hodges pilled? I was telling Ethan about Jacob. He
Tremblay.
kept calling
Jacob
me.
Tremblay.
He kept calling me, and he was like wanting me to be
Hold
his
the mic
best
back in,
man.
Ethan.
He's like, dude, do you want to be the best man at my wedding?
That's an honor.
I was
That's
like,
lovely.
oh, yeah, I'd be down. And he was like, but I have to be the best man at your wedding. And I was like,
Just make that promise. Just say whatever.
I just kept saying like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get married.
You will.
He's like, yeah, you will.
If you
Yeah, you
want
will.
to.
I was like, I don't really believe in marriage.
Oh well then, don't get married.
But anyway, he was. I think that pissed him off. So now Drew is his best man. But he hasn't even proposed to his.
Who's gonna be your best man?
I think Colby Kellgren.
My money was on Nick.
No, Nick. I can't have him at the wedding because he's gonna be stealing my wife.
That's
from me.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a dangerous game.
I'm not best man.
Actually, I have no idea at this point.
Caleb would
It's
probably
so.
be my best man. Yeah.
Caleb would be my best man.
Caleb would probably be my
Caleb would be a
best
good
man
best
as well.
man.
Caleb would be Joe best man.
Caleb's just like having to write like 3 speeches.
He's just doing the same speech over.
Keegan would
and
be a
over.
really good best man too, because Keegan would take it like.
Keegan would defy the wedding. He wouldn't.
No, Keegan would have fun.
He would
with it,
object.
man. But I feel like Keegan would give such a like earnest, like beautiful fucking speech. You know, he'd hit the most like earnest, beautiful speech. Like he'd have the jokes in it because Keegan can hit a good fucking dad joke. But he'd fucking make the most earnest, beautiful speech and the most sincere, heartfelt, kind thing. It'd be awesome. Caleb would have the good energy for best man. His wordplay might, I don't know.
Caleb does have good best man energy.
I know Keegan would have the best speech ever, though.
If I were to pick Keegan as my
He would
best
just lift
man,
Mussolini, like a Mussolini speech.
No, you haven't.
Great.
You haven't hit Keegan's like hope, core, optimism. Fucking,
I haven't.
They fucking.
We only
if I
talk
were
about
to have
cops.
if I were to have Keegan as my best man, he would have to
down to
be
be your best man.
he would have to
That'd be
be in
sick.
Joker makeup. And if Caleb were to be my best man, he would have to be in Joker makeup.
Can I have a best man and a best woman? Caleb can
No,
be like
that's
Harley
the
Quinn
that's the
makeup.
bridesmaids. That would be sick.
That would be sick.
Joaquin and Lady
Alicia,
Gaga.
I found your best woman. Is it called Best Woman? Bridesmaid?
No, it's
No,
brides.
bride of honor.
Maid of honor.
Maid of honor. Yeah.
Caleb would be the best maid of honor.
Yeah.
So I'd be your
Would
best
you have
man.
any women in your groom's list? Whatever.
Isn't it supposed to be
Okay.
men?
Well, generally it is, but
Traditionally, but
who cares?
Who
I
cares?
mean, if I'm very close friends with some girls, but well, yeah, sure.
Hold on, let me scream into the mic so that you know that like 30 seconds earlier there's something to cut out. Leave that in, but cut out the other stuff.
Or cut it all out.
No.
No, no, no. I don't know. It was a good semester.
It was a good
It
semester.
was a perfect semester. I wouldn't change a thing.
You know, me neither.
I'd change a few things.
I
wouldn't
would,
change a thing.
yeah. I would change some things.
I got through it. I'm proud of myself for getting through it.
Yeah.
I would have taken a different class other than animation history because the workload was too high.
How many classes were you in this semester? Yeah, me too.
6 as well, yeah. See, next semester I think it's going to hit because I got 5.
Are you in props?
I think so, yeah.
14%.
I think I'm in.
Rick said everybody was in props. I don't know why I asked. I know you're in props.
Yeah. I
It's gonna be
have
a fun
seen I have seen the products that come out of that class.
I haven't seen any of the products come out of that
Well,
class.
I was on At Dream's End.
Matt's taking that class for the second time,
Really?
even though he passed it. Like,
Just likes making props.
That's pretty fun.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
At Dream's
You're not gonna
End.
get credit. Like,
It's chill.
you pay, but you're not gonna get any credit.
It's almost 12, boys.
Yeah, it was the
We're almost
vampire.
at a 4-hour pod.
What the fuck?
The
happened,
vampire
guys?
one. The vampire one. At
We
Dream's
haven't heard
End.
anything from Matt in a little while. Is he
No, he texted me. He said he got back.
okay?
Dueling is almost failed.
The vampire movie. At Dream's End. Do you remember that one?
No, was that last year? Like, wait, is it a real movie or a student film?
Student film. One of the fourth years made it. I don't know if it was last year.
Who made it?
LBP Gal, I think.
I do not know that.
I know that's their Snapchat. I don't know. It was like a vampire one. The girl's like a vampire. She wakes up in a coffin. Everyone in her house is like murdered, and then she goes out into the woods, and there's like a fire with these vampire skulls. But there's just a shot where they had made these tombstones in the props class, and they were so like theater pilled props for the tombstones. Like, they were exaggerated. You could read the lettering on them really easily. It wasn't something you'd have to like look at to see the lettering. Like, you could just big like RIP in cartoony font.
But
But
the
it was
props
like-
that are made for Rick's class are mostly for theater. Like,
Yeah. See, I want to focus on film props.
yeah.
That's what I have an
But
interest
Rick's a
in.
theater guy.
Yeah, I understand. But me and Ethan were thinking of hitting some of the beer can stuff, maybe doing that in the class if we can get marks for it.
Yeah, I bet he would give you some credit for it.
Yeah.
I was
We wanted to
initially
get
gonna
it.
use your big beer can for my final Ben project.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna
then I
ask you
didn't.
about that like a month ago, but I
Yeah. They were gonna
What were
be
you
fighting.
planning?
They were gonna be fighting over like the last beer, and then it was gonna become
giant evil
giant.
monster.
yeah and
beer.
crazy. So that was kind of the plan, but of course that didn't happen because I stopped doing work on it. But I still got an A. So fuck it. We straight chillin'. What are your obstructions for it, Graham?
Every shot has to pan in the same direction. Long take
Oh, right.
and inverse perspective, aka he wants forced perspective, but he wrote it wrong. And that's when he didn't
that's-
compromise on.
That's tough with a long take and panning.
Yeah.
That's a lot of planning.
And he's like, "You'll figure it out." And I'm like, "I haven't." It's like I told him on the last day, I was like, "I don't think I'm gonna get finished." And he's like, "You can get an extension. You can get an extension. This is worth 30% of your grade. You got to do this." I was like, "Fuck,
yeah.
make it worth 20%,
And then I
Make it worth-
won't do it.
5%, so I can not do it." But he said he would give bonus marks for all the stuff you're on. I've been on a lot of other people's
Yeah.
projects. I did maths for him with Ethan.
You should send him an email telling him that.
Yeah. I did all Matt's work for him, so give me all the marks.
You did. And Ethan, not to take credit away from you.
I'll take credit away from Ethan.
Go for a player.
No. I did do all the editing, though.
Yeah.
Good semester.
I'll take the credit for Matt's.
Can have it.
I didn't do anything. I watched it before it was released. Yeah. Hopefully everything will be good next semester.
It will be.
Everything will be fixed.
I'm working on
Not fixed, but
No, fixed.
take it a day at a time.
Yeah, so the audiobook.
Yeah.
Ethan wants to leave so bad.
It's a 4-hour pod.
It's a really long. I was like, this is gonna go for an hour. I'm gonna do.
Now
some
you guys
stuff after
now you
this.
guys know how I
was gonna
feel
watch some
every
Cassavetes
day in my
movies.
house. Now you guys know how I feel. I'm keeping you hostage.
This is our business, Graham. This is
Yeah.
our money.
It's my livelihood. I
I
have no choice
purposely
but to do
purposely
this.
kept derailing this so it'd go 4 hours so no one would
This
watch
is a
this.
social
We didn't-
experiment brought to you by Graham Adding Crick.
Well, we didn't have any rails for this one.
Yeah,
We
but
kind of just went into.
I made
talk.
I made rails so I could derail it.
That's why you brought up the trolley problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You the third option: derail the train, kill everybody aboard. Ethan's locked in.
All right, that was a fun episode, you guys.
Great app.
I've used
make
all
sure
my
to
words.
like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and following.
Hit
Give
that
us a
subscribe
heart.
button.
Give it a share if you're on Spotify.
Add us on
Have that heart
Patreon.
button.
If you're
We
on,
recently hit 40 subscribers. Can we hit 50 by the end of the year?
is this on Apple Podcasts?
It is.
Hit that heart
If you're on
button.
Apple Podcasts,
Leave us a review.
leave a review. Say it's the best. Yeah, it can only be
Go-
5 stars.
Go get some
think so.
Arby's. Bring it here.
Bring us some Arby's.
Bring us some octopus sashimi
Bring us some Harveys.
and
Some yeah.
and
Bring us some
watch
sushi.
Shin Godzilla. I'm probably not gonna watch it.
I'm
but
probably not gonna watch it either.
One day. I'll watch movies again.
Ethan's off movies again.
I might watch it actually.
Little bit,
I've changed my
little bit.
mind.
That's so sad.
The end of the semester, it's like, gotta do shit again.
Yeah. There was like a solid week where you were locked in. You were happy again.
Ethan,
I was happy.
Ethan was theorizing that this was gonna lock us out, and I was like, no, it's gonna lock us in.
The
And
podcast.
yeah, it's
We're
We're beyond.
look how locked out.
We're
If
Ethan
it
beyond
is.
ended
locked
2
out.
hours ago, I would have been locked in.
I'm locked in. I'm always locked in. I got no sleep last night.
You fell asleep in class.
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
pulled a Nick.
How long was I asleep for?
Not too long.
I felt like it was a while. I missed
It
like
always feels like
2
oh,
whole projects.
Probably like 45 minutes.
No, like 20 minutes maybe.
I think it had to be more than 20 because I missed like 2 projects, and then I woke up at the
Well,
end of Maui's.
Like 5 minutes.
5
Or ought to be. That's minimum. Money or under that.
each, so
10 minutes.
83 minutes.
83 minutes. What?
That's a good
How
math.
did you get that number?
We need a producer.
Jake, bring it back.
Jake. Yeah,
No.
Jake's our producer.
No, Jake's out of the
We need somebody
podcasting
on the
game.
rails.
Is Mudhole officially dead?
Don't say that.
I'm not gonna say that. I want Mudhole to keep going. I don't think Jake is passionate about doing our movie stuff anymore. I also don't think he likes, having his name out there with a podcast with some problematic humor.
Does he want his name struck in from every Critter Pit episode?
Are you saying Critter Pit has problematic humor?
Yeah.
I think we delve into it, but Mudhole is like purely that. It's
That's
purely
that's
that.
that Mudhole charm,
Mudhole.
dude.
Yeah.
Like there was
Pork
the
and Bones is clean.
Yeah, there's
Like
like,
the-
a,
the
They
long-
actually have a producer.
it's Dante's 9 Circles of Podcast.
The
Yeah.
Long Legs episode had like a 10-minute bit where I just kept saying that like we support 9/11 and George W. Bush, and it wasn't even George W. Bush in the was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was. No, who was it then? Oh, Bill Clinton. We support Bill Clinton and 9/11.
But you didn't think that it was a picture of Bill Clinton, I thought, in long legs. Who was that?
I didn't, but there was a comment on a YouTube video that was like, "Oh, it's Bill Clinton," and then I was like, "Oh, okay, it's Bill Clinton."
Yeah.
And we had our pod, and it was not Bill Clinton. I was like, "Fuck, stupid ass fucking person on YouTube."
Critter Pit one of these days is going to return to form, and we're going to be doing well-researched, good collabs.
Well, I watched Brazil.
I'm watching Brazil on Friday.
Fuck, I guess I got to watch Brazil now.
I didn't actually watch Brazil. I don't know if I'll ever watch it.
I'm watching it on Friday. Are we gonna do online eps or are we just?
Yeah,
gonna-
let's hit online apps.
All right.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of updates.
I've got an exciting week ahead of me.
Yeah,
Save it for next week.
like film stuff.
No, just life.
I got mock seat or kitchen.
Do you want me to bleep that out too?
Yeah. While you're
What if I'm doing 180 the entire drive home and I brutal fatal? You guys never hear from me again.
What do you mean 180 the entire drive home? What does that mean?
180 kilometers. an
Oh.
hour. As I
we
do.
all just what if a sinkhole opens up right over there?
Maybe.
What
it
if
leads
this
to a
room-
I think I've
Wait,
changed my.
There is a
opinion.
sinkhole opening up.
What if this room floods? How fun would that be if this room just flooded
Wait,
with
the room
water?
is flooding. We should all go off with the flood waters.
Imagine they put a Shin Godzilla animatronic under the